is gang related from what is being stated in the streets, and the police have viewed him as
The internet isn't ready for this. Hollywood isn't ready for this. Even the Zeus network board wasn't ready for what their own CEO unleashed at 3:14 a.m. A frantic emergency call to police, trembling voice,
From the second the first
panic in his
whisper
throat,
leaked out of the
saying
Zeus
the
network
words
office,
no one ever
the
expected to
entertainment
hear
world
attached to
froze.
Chrisean rock.
People thought it was a rumor,
She did it.
a
She
misunderstanding,
KL'd him. Ronny
maybe
Doe is
even
dead.
a twisted publicity
And within
stunt.
seconds, not
Until
minutes,
the confirmation
the
hit
entire
like a
world
nuclear
flipped
bomb.
upside down.
The CEO of Zeus
Sirens
himself
lighting up the
had
night
allegedly
outside
called
Chrisean's
the
condo.
police
Helicopters
on
circling
Chrisean Rock,
overhead.
and the reason
Neighbors filming
something
from balconies.
so dark, so explosive,
Producers on conference
so
calls
unbelievable
screaming,
that even
"Shut the cameras
longtime
down."
fans of Chrisean, the
Executives
ones who
wiping
defend
sweat
her
off their
through
foreheads,
everything, are
terrified
backing
that the
away
truth
in
was
shock.
about to come out.
Because according
But
to
here's the
internal
part that
sources,
none of
this
them
wasn't
were
about a
prepared
fight.
for.
This wasn't
The call
about
didn't
money.
come from a random
This wasn't
witness.
about contracts.
It didn't come
This
from a
was about
security
Ronny
guard.
Doe, about
It
what
didn't come from
allegedly
a
happened
neighbor.
to him,
It came
about
from
new
the
evidence,
CEO of Zeus
about
himself.
fingerprints,
The
video
same man
leaks,
who made
and a
millions off
timeline that
Chrisean,
doesn't make sense
protected
anymore.
her, defended
And the
her,
craziest part?
promoted her, and
Insiders
turned her
say
into
the
one of
Zeus
the network's
CEO didn't
biggest
just make
stars.
the call out of caution.
His voice
he
on the
made it
leaked
out of
911
fear,
recording was
real
shaking.
fear. Fear that the
She
network
lost
could
it.
be dragged
She really
into the
lost
biggest
it.
criminal
There's blood.
investigation
He's
the
not
industry
breathing.
has seen
I think
in
she-
years.
I think
Fear
she
that
did
the
it.
truth about Ronnie's final
suddenly,
hours might lead straight
chat
back
rooms
to
exploded.
Chrisean Rock.
What?
Fear that the chaos
Chrissy
she
did
brought
what?
on screen had finally turned
Who is
into
Ronny
something
Doe?
far more dangerous.
Someone released the
off-screen.
footage.
But here's where things
Why
get
is the
even more
CEO calling
insane.
911? This
According
is
to one
bad.
Zeus staff member,
But
someone
then,
who claims they were
the
in
twist.
the room when everything
As
unfolded.
cops rushed toward Chrisean's
The
building,
CEO
as
allegedly
word
said,
spread across Hollywood like
"If this
wildfire,
gets out before the
as
police handle
Blueface's
it,
family started
we're all
posting
finished."
cryptic messages,
And that sentence alone has
TMZ
sent the
vans
entire
lined the
internet
street.
into hysteria.
a new voice
Because
cut
what
through the
exactly
chaos.
did they find?
A
What
woman,
did Chrisean do?
terrified,
What does Zeus know? What are
breathless,
they hiding?
crying.
And why is everyone suddenly terrified to
didn't do
speak on
it.
Ronny Doe's name?
I saw what really
This isn't
happened.
just drama. This is a
And
danger
that one
zone.
sentence
a
shattered the
ticking bomb,
entire narrative.
A career-ending,
Because the real
network-crushing
question
scandal that's
wasn't who called the
unraveling in
police.
real time.
It was,
And trust me,
why did
what
the
comes
CEO
next is
turn on
worse.
Chrisean?
Before this
right after
scandal
Ronny
blew
Doe's
up into
body
the
hit the
biggest
ground?
wildfire Zeus network has
What
ever
secret
faced,
was he trying to
before
bury
the
before the
CEO
truth
allegedly
leaked
picked
first?
up the phone with
Long
shaking
before the
hands to
CEO
call the
of
police
Zeus
on his
Network
own
picked up
star,
that phone in the middle
before
of the
Ronny
night.
Doe's name
Long
resurfaced
before
in
the
one of the
sirens
most
lit up
chilling
the Hollywood
accusations of the
skyline.
year. There was
Long
a long,
before Ronny Doe's
messy,
lifeless body
chaotic
hit the
trail of
ground.
drama that
This
nobody
story had
connected
been rotting underneath
until
Christian's
now.
world for months.
Because to understand why the Zeus
Nobody paid
CEO is
attention.
reportedly terrified,
Nobody
why the
connected the
staff
dots.
is in panic mode, and
Nobody
why
realized
Chrisean
that a
Rock's
quiet
name is
storm was
suddenly
building
tied to
behind
an
the
alleged
scenes.
killing,
One
we need to
tied
go
to
back to the
secrets
beginning,
Christian
the
thought
real
she had buried.
beginning. Long
Deals
before
Zeus thought would
Ronny
never
Doe
leak.
disappeared, long
And a
before
man
cops
named
were
Ronny
involved,
Doe,
and long before Zeus
a man who
became
should have
ground
never
zero
crossed
for
into her
this
life in the
nightmare.
first place.
This story didn't start in a boardroom. It
public,
didn't start on a set.
Ronny was a nobody.
It didn't start with a fight.
A background
It
name,
started with
a
a
rumor,
relationship.
a footnote
messy,
in messy Hollywood
unpredictable,
conversations.
emotionally explosive relationship
Chrisean,
between Chrisean
he was
Rock
the
and
one
Ronny
person
Doe.
who knew something
One
she
that
prayed
insiders
would
now
never
describe
surface.
as a bomb
Something
waiting
powerful.
to go off.
Something
Ronny
dangerous.
Doe, the man behind the mystery.
Something that could destroy
Ronny
her
Doe
career,
wasn't a household
her
name.
relationships,
He wasn't a
her
superstar,
freedom,
a rapper, or a
and
celebrity.
Zeus Network itself.
He was quiet, smart,
And
observant,
that is why
and
he
always
suddenly
in the
ended up dead.
background. A fixer,
According to
a
people
runner,
close to the
a problem
situation,
solver, who
Ronny
worked
Doe
with
wasn't
multiple
just some random
entertainment
dude,
groups behind
not some
the scenes.
fan, not some street
But
guy,
according
not
to
some
someone
industry
who worked
hanger-on.
closely with him,
He was
Ronny
someone
knew
the
too much
network
about
feared.
too many people.
The kind of
he saw
person who
things,
shows
he
up
heard
in whispered
things,
conversations.
he cleaned up messes
The kind
people
of person
didn't want
producers
exposed.
warn each other about.
And Chrisean? She
The kind of
allegedly
person who
depended
gets
on
invited
him more
into
than
the wrong
anyone ever
rooms
realized.
because he carries the
They
right
weren't
information.
dating. They weren't
And 2
enemies,
weeks
they
before his
weren't
death,
friends.
he
They
messaged
were
the
something in
CEO
between,
directly.
something strange,
Not
tense,
begging,
and dangerous.
not threatening,
Sources
but
say
promising.
Ronny was one of the few people
I got something
who
you'll
could calm
wanna hear.
Chrisean down
Something
when she
big.
spiraled. He'd been
People
around
inside
during
Zeus said the
emotional
CEO went
breakdowns,
pale when he saw the
fights,
message.
off-camera arguments,
Not because he was scared of
backstage
Ronny,
meltdowns,
but because he
times
knew
when nobody
exactly
else
what
could
Ronny was
control
talking
her.
about.
And that made him
A
valuable.
secret deal,
But it also made
a
him
hidden
vulnerable.
payment, a cover-up involving
secret
footage that was
changed
never meant to reach the
everything.
public.
The real
Footage
turning
that
point
Chrisean
came
didn't
months
know
before
even
his
existed.
disappearance.
But Ronny
When Ronny
did.
allegedly found out
And Zeus
something he
did.
wasn't supposed to know.
And one night,
something involving Chrisean
found
her
out
past
too.
decisions, and
Behind
something
the
she
scenes,
allegedly
producers
did during a
started
night.
panicking.
She publicly
Group chats
claimed she
exploded.
didn't remember.
Confidential
One
documents
Zeus
were pulled from
cameraman
internal
said,
servers.
Ronnie found
Security
out about
guards
an
were told
incident,
to
a
rotate
big
positions
one,
without
something
explanation.
crazy. And after
Because
that,
Ronnie's message
everything
wasn't
changed.
random. It was a
But nobody
warning
knew
shot.
what the incident was.
Ronnie had
Not yet.
receipts,
Not until the
screenshots,
police got
recordings, even
The
a
night
notebook,
of the fight,
pages filled
months
with
before this
dates,
scandal
times, and
broke, right
details
outside
no
a Zeus
outsider should have
taping,
ever had
Chrisean
access
and
to.
Ronnie reportedly got
And
into a
what
heated
terrified
argument.
Zeus the most?
One that staff member
Ronnie
said
wasn't bluffing.
didn't look like a normal fight.
He wanted money.
Witnesses heard
He
you weren't
wanted
supposed
leverage.
to see that.
He
You need
wanted to
forget
control
it.
the narrative
You
before
talk
someone
too
else
much.
controlled him.
And Ronnie's chilling reply,
The CEO,
if anything
who had
happens
always
to me,
protected
people
Chrisean
gonna
like she
know
was
who
the
did it.
network's golden goose,
Nobody thought much
suddenly
of it then.
became cold.
Drama follows
distant,
Chrisean everywhere.
stressed.
Fights, yelling,
He
threats,
knew Ronnie had the
chaos.
power to destroy
But
everything.
this fight felt different.
The shows,
because the next week,
the contracts,
Ronnie
the
disappeared.
ratings, the deals,
The disappearance.
the brand,
No one talked
the
about.
entire empire
The exact
built around
timeline
Chrisean's
is still
chaos.
blurry because Zeus allegedly
Behind
worked
closed
hard
doors,
to keep this quiet.
executives whispered,
Staff members claim Ronnie
What if
stopped
Ronnie
showing up
exposes
for
it?
shoots. He wasn't
What if
answering
he sells the
texts.
footage?
He wasn't picking up calls.
What if he takes us
He
down
wasn't
with him?
collecting checks, equipment,
Chrisean can't
or
know.
personal items. He
She'll
vanished
explode.
like he was erased.
And then
One staffer
she
claims,
did,
we asked about
because
him.
someone told her.
Management said not to
Someone
worry,
inside
that
Zeus
he
slipped up
needed
and
a
said
break.
the one sentence
But the
that
way they
triggered the
said
meltdown.
it felt off.
Ronnie
Still,
knows about
no
the
one
tape.
pushed the issue
That was the
until
moment
last week.
everything snapped.
The missing person
Chrisean's
rumor.
energy shifted
The internet
instantly.
never heard internal
Her
messages
face
from
went
Zeus.
cold.
Employees
Her
reportedly
breathing
leaked onto a
changed.
private forum.
fists
Messages
clenched
saying
so
Ronnie's
tight her
family had
knuckles
filed a
turned
missing
white.
person report months
Witnesses
ago.
said she
but
stormed
it never
out of the
made the
studio
news.
and screamed
Why?
at someone on the
Because
phone.
Ronnie didn't exist publicly.
If he leaks
no
anything,
social media,
I
no
swear to
spotlight,
God.
no clout. Just
Nobody
a man
knows
who
what the
worked
person
behind
on
the
the other end
scenes and
said.
vanished without a trace.
But everyone knows
But
how
here's
she
where the story
reacted.
becomes terrifying.
She grabbed her
Someone
bag,
anonymously
her
forwarded
keys,
Ronnie's
her
missing
jacket,
person report to the
and she
Zeus
drove
CEO.
straight to Ronny Doe's
And according
last
to
known
insiders,
location.
that document
From
had
that
three
moment
things
forward,
that immediately
nobody could
connected
stop
Ronnie's
her.
disappearance
Not
back
her
to
team.
Chrisean.
Not
The
her
last
friends.
place he was seen alive
Not even
was
producers
with
who
Chrisean.
physically tried to
A witness
stand in her
claimed
way.
they heard her yelling threats earlier that
Chrisean
night.
was moving with the kind of
A
rage she
video
only gets when she
existed,
feels trapped.
One that allegedly
or
showed
betrayed.
Ronnie and Chrisean having
And
a
she
violent
felt both.
altercation
Because
hours
the real
before he
betrayal
vanished.
wasn't Ronnie
When
threatening
the CEO saw that,
The real
every
betrayal
alarm
was
in the
Zeus
building
hiding it from
went
her.
off. The video
Sources
that
said
shook
that on the
Zeus
night
to
Ronnie
its core.
died, Chrisean
According
pulled
to the
up to a
whistleblower,
warehouse.
someone from
An old
Ronnie's family
soundstage
sent
Zeus used
Zeus
when
a
they
private
wanted to
clip,
keep cameras away.
a security camera-style
The
video
CEO
from
was
outside
already
a
there.
warehouse.
Ronnie was
The footage
already
allegedly
inside.
shows Chrisean
Two security
screaming,
guards stood outside,
Ronnie
pretending they
backing
weren't
away,
shaking.
something thrown a fall
Chrisean walked past
Chrisean
them like
running
she
Ronnie
didn't see
not
their
moving.
existence.
The
She
screen
burst
cuts,
into the building.
no ending,
The door
no
slammed
aftermath,
against the wall.
just a disturbing
And witnesses
incomplete
say
clip.
the moment she saw
and that
Ronnie,
was enough to
something
make the
inside her
CEO
snapped
panic.
so violently
An
it felt
insider
like an
says
explosion.
he stood up, grabbed his
Voices
phone
were
and
raised.
said, "I'm calling
Objects
the
were
police
thrown.
now."
Someone screamed.
The CEO's
Someone
decision:
begged. Someone
protect
threatened.
Zeus or protect Chrisean.
And in the chaos,
Everyone inside the building
Ronny
was
Doe
stunned.
ended up on the floor,
Zeus always
breathing
protected
shallow,
Chrisean.
barely conscious,
Always
bleeding.
cleaned her messes, always
the CEO
defended
panicked.
her, but not
The guards
this time.
froze.
A staff member
Chrisean
who was
looked
in
like
the
she
room
was in
claims
another
the
dimension.
CEO said, "If the
And
truth
this
comes
is where the
out and we
entire
ignore
story
this
takes
footage,
its darkest
they'll take
turn.
down the whole network."
Because according to
This
a
wasn't a
source who
moral
was there that
decision.
night,
This was
Ronnie
survival.
tried to speak.
And according to
But the
reports,
CEO stepped
the
forward and
CEO
said,
handed everything to
"Do
the
not
cops.
say another
The
word."
police response that started the
It
firestorm.
wasn't an order to Ronnie.
Detectives
It was an
allegedly
order to
reviewed
everyone
the video
else.
and immediately opened
And that
a
is
deeper
why,
inquiry, not a
minutes
wellness
later,
check,
the CEO
not a
made
casual
the
interview,
911
a
call.
full investigation.
Why he told
Because
operators
the footage
Chrisean
didn't just
lost
show
control.
a fight. It showed
Why
something
he made
that
himself
could be
sound like a
classified
terrified
as assault
witness instead of a
negligence.
participant.
Or far worse,
Why he mentioned
which is why
blood,
the police are
and she
reportedly
killed him,
trying to
even
reconstruct
before
Ronnie's
medics
final
arrived.
known movements.
Because the
But
CEO
here's
wasn't
where things
panicking
get
about Ronnie's
twisted.
body.
The timeline
He was
doesn't add
panicking
up.
about the truth Ronnie
Witness
was about to
statements
expose.
don't match. Chrisean's
And that
version
is why
of events
one woman,
reportedly
the
contradicts
same woman
three
who
different
shouted on the
accounts.
live stream,
And Ronnie's
"I saw
location
what
after
really
the fight
happened,"
is a complete mystery.
is now the biggest threat
Some
to
sources
Zeus.
even claim
Because she knows
the police asked directly
Chrisean wasn't
if
the
this
only
could be
one
a
in that
homicide
warehouse.
case.
Chrisean
And if
wasn't the
that's
only
true,
one who touched Ronnie.
This story isn't just
Chrisean
about
wasn't the
drama
only one who
anymore.
panicked.
It's about a
The
potential
CEO
crime.
wasn't an
And
innocent
the deeper
caller.
you go,
He wasn't
the
a
more
concerned
disturbing
observer.
it gets.
He was covering
Because the
something
next darkest part of this story.
Something he thought the
It's where
police would never
accusations turn into
uncover.
evidence.
Something
and
he thought
evidence
Ronny
turns
would take
into
to the
a
grave.
twist nobody saw coming.
Something so
The
dangerous
moment
that he
police
was
got
willing to throw
involved,
Chrisean
the
under the
energy
bus
inside
before
the
it
Zeus
surfaced.
network shifted from
What
chaotic
Zeus
to
didn't
absolutely
expect
unhinged.
was that one
Staff
eyewitness,
members went from whispering
the
in
terrified
hallways
woman
to
who
full-blown
stepped out of
panic
the
behind
shadows,
locked office doors.
would risk
Phones
everything
weren't
to reveal
ringing.
the real
They
truth.
were vibrating nonstop.
The eyewitness didn't mean
Executives
to be
weren't
there that
talking.
night.
They were yelling.
She didn't plan to witness
and
a
the
meltdown.
CEO, according
She
to
didn't
one
plan to watch
insider,
Chrisean
he
rock
was
storm
pacing
into a
like
warehouse
man
like a
watching
hurricane
his
sent
entire
by God
empire
himself.
crumble in real time.
She didn't plan to see
because
Ronny
the
Doe
police weren't
bleeding on the
treating this
floor
like
while
a
the
missing
Zeus
person
CEO
case
paced
anymore.
back and forth
They
like
were
he was
treating it
deciding
like
whether
something
to save
far
a
darker.
man
The
or save
officers
himself.
didn't ask basic questions.
She was just a makeup
They
artist,
asked investigative
a background
questions,
staffer, a
timeline
nobody
questions,
in the Zeus hierarchy.
violence pattern
And
questions,
that is why she
motive
became the most
questions.
dangerous person
And
in
when
the
the
entire
CEO
investigation.
handed over the footage,
Because
the
she saw
incomplete,
everything.
suspiciously cut clip
Not filtered,
of
not
Chrisean
edited,
screaming,
not
Ronny
managed by
backing up,
producers,
the loud thud,
not shaped
the fall,
by the CEO's
the
version of
motionless
events.
body.
She
One
saw the
detective
raw
allegedly
truth,
whispered,
and it was nothing
isn't an
like the
accident.
story the CEO told the police.
Those words spread through the building
Hours
faster
after the
than
911
wildfire.
call leaked,
People were
the
shaking.
eyewitness contacted a
Executives were
blogger,
calling lawyers.
voice trembling,
Producers were pulling up
whispering
past
like she was speaking
incidents
from a
involving
closet.
Chrisean,
Her
trying to
first
figure out
words,
just how deep this hole
he
went.
lied. He
One
lied
editor
to everyone.
claimed, "We always knew
Chrisean
Chrisean
didn't
brought
kill
drama,
Ronny.
but this is something else
She
entirely."
wasn't even the one who hit him
But
first.
the craziest part began when
That
police
sentence
asked the
detonated
question
across the
nobody
internet
at
like
Zeus
a bomb.
wanted to hear.
People
Who edited
freaked
this
out.
clip?
What do you
Because the
mean she
video
didn't
had
hit him
cuts,
first?
not just glitches,
Who
not just
did?
corruptions,
The
deliberate
CEO
cuts.
lied?
Timestamps
What really
that jumped,
happened?
frames missing in
The
between
eyewitness
movements.
took a shaky breath.
Someone had touched the footage.
And then she told the
Someone
story
had
that
tampered
flipped
with
the entire
evidence.
case
And
upside
according
down.
to two staff members,
According to
the
her,
CEO nearly
when Chrisean
collapsed
burst
when
into the
detectives
warehouse
said,
that night,
footage
Ronny
like this
wasn't
gets
standing,
professionally
wasn't
altered,
yelling,
not
wasn't even
accidentally
threatening
damaged.
her.
It wasn't
was
just a
on the
missing
ground,
worker anymore.
already
It wasn't
bleeding,
just a violent
already
fight.
injured,
It wasn't just a
already
rumor.
fading.
It was a potential
Chrisean
cover-up.
didn't walk into a fight.
Everything took a left
She
turn that
walked
nobody
into a crime
expected.
scene. The eyewitness
Hours
said,
later, a whistleblower
Chrisean
from Ronny's
screamed because
side
she couldn't
contacted
understand why
police
Ronny was
and
like
claimed
that.
they had the
She
original
didn't attack
version
him.
of the video.
She didn't lay a hand
the one
on him
before
until
someone
after he
cleaned
tried
it
to
up.
speak.
Detectives
Tried
immediately
to
demanded
speak.
they turn it in,
That
but
phrase
before they
haunted
did,
viewers.
a leak surfaced.
Because in the
A grainy
CEO's 911
screenshot
call,
from
he
the
claimed
original
Chrisean
clip,
was the aggressor.
not the edited Zeus
But according
version,
to the eyewitness,
not the watered-down one
Ronny
the
wasn't
CEO
afraid of
handed over.
Chrisean. He
This
was
one was
terrified of the
horrifying.
CEO.
Ronny wasn't just
The
backing
eyewitness
away,
revealed
he
a
was
secret
bleeding.
so dark,
His hand was
so
covering
messy,
his face.
so explosive
Chrisean wasn't just
that Zeus
screaming.
Network tried to
She was
shut her
holding
down within
something.
hours.
It wasn't clear
Ronny
what.
and the
A
CEO
bottle,
had been
a
arguing
phone,
before
a metal
Chrisean
object.
arrived.
But in the edited
Arguing
Zeus
about the
version,
tape.
that object
The
was
footage
completely
Ronny claimed
missing.
he had.
The internet
The
erupted
footage
the
that could
second the
destroy
screenshot
multiple
spread.
people.
Reddit threads
Not
hit hundreds
just
of
Chrisean.
pages. Twitter
The footage
turned
Ronny
into a
threatened
war
to
zone of
leak if they
accusations.
didn't pay him.
People were questioning
here's
why
the
Zeus
twist.
cut the clip,
Ronny wasn't bluffing.
why the object disappeared,
He wasn't lying.
why
He
the
wasn't
CEO
exaggerating.
waited months
He really
to call
had
the police,
footage.
why
Footage the
Ronny's missing
CEO
person
thought had been
report
deleted.
never went public.
Footage from a
And
backstage
then
fight months
an
ago.
anonymous poster
A
dropped
fight
a
the
chilling
network buried,
message.
edited,
The
and
object didn't
manipulated to
fall.
protect their
It didn't
star
break.
and their brand.
It was removed.
But Ronny saved a
Nobody
copy.
knew if the message was fake.
And the
Nobody
CEO
knew if
knew.
it was bait. But
According
everyone
to the
knew what it
eyewitness,
implied.
the CEO
Someone
grabbed
covered
Ronny
up
by
a
the shirt and
potential
said,
weapon. And if
"You
Zeus
don't know who you're
edited the
messing
clip
with.
before police
That
saw
tape
it,
is gone.
that means
Stop
whoever
playing
did it could be
games."
charged with tampering.
Ronny, weak
This is
but
where the
defiant,
twist hits
whispered,
harder than anything before.
"I have backups.
While detectives
If
were
anything
digging into
happens
the
to me,
video, they started pulling
they go
phone
live."
records, messages,
That was the moment the
GPS
eyewitness
data,
saw the CEO
call
snap.
logs.
He didn't
And the
shove
first thing
Ronny
they
lightly.
noticed, Ronny's
He didn't
last
push him
known
away.
phone ping wasn't
He
at
didn't
the
act
Zeus
scared.
warehouse.
He
It was
attacked him.
2 miles away,
A full body
near a
shove that
riverbank,
sent Ronny
at
crashing into a metal
3:17
crate.
a.m.
The
Less than
sound
2
so
hours
loud
after
the eyewitness
fight.
flinched
But
hours
guess
later
whose
when she
phone
retold the
pinged in
story.
that same area at the same
Ronny
time?
hit the ground.
Chrisean's.
Hard.
The
and
internet
didn't get back
exploded
up.
when this detail surfaced.
The eyewitness said
One anonymous staff member
he wasn't moving
leaked the
right
info
after
to
that.
a blogger known
He was
for exposing
breathing,
industry
but it was
secrets.
shallow.
They found
looked
overlapping
confused,
pings,
like the world
same
was
night,
spinning.
same hour,
And
same
that
location.
is when Chrisean
They're
walked
not
in.
saying she did anything.
She saw Ronny
but they
crumpled
are
on the
saying
floor.
she didn't tell the truth about that
She saw
night.
blood she didn't
That
understand.
revelation sent everything
She saw the
spiraling.
CEO's hands
Chrisean
shaking,
went online acting
but not
normal,
from fear,
posting
from
random
adrenaline,
chaotic stuff
from
like
rage,
nothing was happening.
from guilt,
But the
from
problem
the
was the
realization
internet
that he had
wasn't
just
violent
crossed a line
anymore.
he
They
couldn't
weren't
uncross.
entertained. They weren't
Chrisean
distracted.
screamed,
They were
"What happened?
investigating.
What did you do?"
Meanwhile, police were doing ruined the
The
one thing
eyewitness
nobody
swears
saw
the
coming.
CEO responded,
They started
"You
interviewing
did
everyone
this.
Chrisean
You.
fought with,
It's your
screamed at,
mess."
or threatened
And he stepped
on
back from
Zeus
Ronny like he
sets.
wanted to paint
They
himself
pulled
out of the
security
picture.
logs. They reviewed archive
Chrisean
footage.
dropped to her knees
They
beside
questioned
Ronny.
producers. They even asked
"Talk to
editors,
me, Ronny, talk."
Has she ever injured someone
And Ronny
before?
actually tried.
Has she ever struck crew members?
He grabbed Chrisean's
Has she
wrist.
ever escalated
His
a
fingers
fight to a
smeared weak
dangerous
red
level?
streaks across her
And
skin.
the answers,
His
devastating.
chest rose sharply
One
and
editor
fell.
allegedly told police.
He whispered something.
She threw a chair at a cameraman.
eyewitness couldn't
They
hear
cut
it
it out of
clearly.
the episode.
But she
A
caught
producer
one
claimed
word.
She swung at a sound guy once,
Footage.
broke his equipment.
And suddenly
Another insider
Chrisean
said,
understood.
She has outbursts
Everything
that don't make it on
aligned.
the show. We delete that
Everything
footage.
snapped into place.
Suddenly, the cops had a full
Everything she'd been
behavioral
told
pattern.
by producers.
Violent, reactive,
Everything she'd been promised by
impulsive,
Zeus.
unpredictable.
Everything she'd been
It was
denied
exactly
or
what they
threatened
needed
with.
to justify digging deeper.
It all made sense.
But here's where the first twist
Ronny
explodes.
wasn't her enemy.
Police weren't just
He was
looking
trying
for what
to warn
happened
her.
to Ronnie.
And
They
she
were
turned
looking
to the
for where
CEO
Hacho
with the
deleted
kind of
the
rage
original
that doesn't
footage
come from anger.
and why.
It comes
and
from
this is where
betrayal.
everything flips.
You
Because
set
when
me
detectives
up.
subpoenaed the Zeus
She
database
lunged at
to
him.
trace who accessed
Security
the footage
stepped
on the
in.
night of the incident,
Chairs toppled.
it wasn't
a shelf
random
crashed to the
staff
floor.
member.
Someone
it wasn't
screamed,
a low-tier
"Stop!"
editor.
Someone
it wasn't
yelled,
an assistant.
"Get her off
it
him!"
was someone higher.
Someone else shouted,
higher than
"This is going too
production,
far."
higher than editing.
But here's the twist.
Higher than
the major
security.
twist that
It
destroyed
was
the
someone with
CEO's
full
entire
access.
911 narrative.
Someone who shouldn't have touched
The
the footage
eyewitness
at all.
said,
Someone
"She
who had
never
everything
touched
to
him."
lose.
The guards
The
held
system
her back
logs
the whole
allegedly
time.
show the
She
Zeus
didn't lay a
CEO
finger on
edited the
Ronny.
video himself.
Meaning,
He wasn't just calling
Chrisean
police.
didn't kill him.
He wasn't
She
just
didn't hit
reacting.
him.
He
She
wasn't
didn't
just
cause his
protecting the
injuries.
network. He'd been
She
involved
wasn't
from day
responsible
one.
for the blood.
This wasn't panic.
She
this
didn't
was
collapse
guilt.
his body.
This was
The CEO
cover-up
did.
behavior. And the
And then
internet
blamed her
lost
to
its
save
mind
himself.
when this leaked.
But the first
If
real
the CEO
twist comes
tampered
next.
with evidence,
Because after
why?
Ronny whispered
What
that
did he
final
hide?
word,
What did he remove?
Footage.
Why did he protect Chrisean?
he didn't die
And most
immediately.
importantly, what really
He didn't
happened
take his
to
last
Ronny that
breath
night?
on the floor.
Because the police now
He reached
believe
into
the
his
edited
pocket,
clip isn't the
pulled
story,
out a
it's
small
the
black
smoke from
USB
something much bigger
and
burning
pressed it into
underneath.
Chrisean's
And the
hand.
truth, it's darker,
eyewitness
it's
said,
deeper, it's more dangerous
He
than
looked
anyone
her dead
imagined.
in the eyes.
The second
Like
the
he was
detectives
trying to tell
discovered
her
the
something
CEO
urgent,
himself had
something
allegedly tampered
important,
with the video,
something that
everything
could keep her
escalated into a
alive.
level of chaos nobody
And
at
that
Zeus,
USB,
not even
the
the ones
CEO
used to
saw it.
Chrisean's meltdowns,
And that is
had
when he
ever
completely
experienced
lost it.
before.
He
The
screamed,
building wasn't buzzing anymore.
"Get it from her!
It was
Get it
suffocating.
from her now!"
People were whispering
Chrisean
like they were
clutched it
afraid the
tighter.
walls had ears.
Security tried to
Phones
grab
were
her.
being turned
She
off.
fought like a
Staff
wild
members
animal
were
trapped
sneaking
in a
out
cage.
early.
Ronny
HR
collapsed
started
again.
working from
This
home.
time not
and
moving
the
at all.
CEO,
And in the
he
chaos,
vanished into his office
the eyewitness
and locked the
escaped
door
behind a prop
him.
wall.
Because
She
once
hid,
police realized
shaking,
he touched the footage,
terrified,
the entire
holding her phone,
investigation shifted
recording
direction.
audio without meaning to.
This was no longer about
that
a fight
audio
gone wrong.
leaked
This wasn't
hours
even
later.
about Ronnie's
In
disappearance
it, you can
anymore.
hear
This had
Chrisean
officially
screaming,
turned into
"You
a
set
case
me
about
up."
cover-ups,
Security
destroyed
scrambling.
evidence,
The
and
CEO
intent.
yelling,
The
"If that
detectives
USB
reportedly
gets out,
returned
we're
with a
all
warrant,
dead."
one that allowed them
Someone
to
crying,
seize every
"Call
shred of digital
911,
footage
call now."
from the night of the incident.
But the first major
every
twist is
camera
this.
feed, every
The
backup
CEO
file,
didn't call
every
911 because
server
he was
log.
scared for Ronny.
Zeus had no choice.
He called
They had to
911
hand
because he
over
was scared of
everything.
what Ronny handed
And that's
Chrisean.
when the real horror started.
Scared that the footage would
because
leak.
the original footage,
Scared the truth
the
would
one
come
Ronnie's
out.
family claimed existed,
Scared the world would see
wasn't
what
just
really
longer.
happened.
It showed something
But here is the
absolutely
twist that
chilling.
breaks the entire narrative.
A leaked description
When
from a
police
tech
arrived,
analyst who claims they saw the
USB
raw
was
video
gone.
said, the
Chrisean
edited
didn't
version
have it.
Zeus gave
The
the cops
CEO
cut
didn't
out the
have
part
it.
where
Security
Ronnie tried
didn't
to
have
run.
it. Ronny didn't have
He
it.
tried to escape.
It vanished.
He tried to leave the confrontation.
now?
He tried to get away from Chrisean.
There's only one question the internet
and
is
she
screaming.
allegedly
Who
followed
took it?
him.
And what's
This
on
wasn't
it?
a one-sided
The
moment.
USB didn't
this
just
wasn't
vanish.
A slip.
It
this
didn't
wasn't
fall.
an accident.
It didn't get
this
lost.
was a chase.
It didn't slip out of
The
someone's
analyst
hand.
claims the video shows
was
Ronnie
taken.
stumbling, limping,
And whoever
terrified,
took it knew exactly
his hands
what they were
out,
doing.
pleading for
Because
space.
the moment the police
and Chrisean
arrived,
closing
the warehouse
gap
went
between
from a
them in
crime scene
rage.
to
the
a stage
description
play.
alone sent the internet
The
into
CEO
a frenzy
was suddenly
once it
hysterical.
leaked. He was trying
Security
to get away
played
from
dumb.
her. This
Producers
changes
pretended
everything.
they had no idea who
Why
Ronny
did Zeus
even
hide
was.
that part?
Everyone
She
acted
wasn't
confused,
defending herself.
panicked,
She was attacking him.
traumatized, like they were
The
all
CEO's
innocent
silence became
bystanders.
suspicious.
But someone
Producer's
wasn't acting.
silence became suspicious.
Chrisean. She
The
was
entire
shaking,
network's
breathing
silence
hard,
became suspicious.
eyes locked on the
and then
floor where
something
Ronny had
even
collapsed.
worse happened. One of the
Hands
security
trembling,
guards
still
came
stained
forward
with his blood.
anonymously. He said
But
that
not
the night
because
Ronny
she hurt him.
disappeared, he saw Chrisean
Because of
leave the
what he
building
gave
with
her.
her hair wet,
What
her
he
shirt
whispered.
stained, and her hands shaking.
What he tried to warn her
She
about.
wasn't alone.
And
She
because
was
she
dragging
knew the
something
USB
heavy
was
inside
gone.
a large black bag
And whoever
that
took
she
it had the
refused to
power
let
to
anyone
destroy
touch.
her completely.
The guard claims he offered to
Police
help,
swarmed the
and she
scene.
snapped, "Back Back up.
An officer
It's
pulled
mine.
the CEO aside.
That detail exploded
Another
across
officer
social
questioned
media.
Chrisean.
People were already
She kept saying the
speculating.
same words
Now
over
they were
and
terrified.
over.
But
He
the
wasn't
most
dead when
chilling
I got
part
here.
wasn't the bag.
He wasn't
It was
dead
what
when I
happened
got
next.
here.
The guard
I
said
didn't do
Chrisean
this.
didn't walk to her car.
But the
She
CEO
walked to a
cut
dumpster
in, yelling,
behind the building.
"Don't listen to her,"
opened
and
the
she
lid,
snapped.
and shoved
She
the
lost
bag
control.
inside.
She
When asked
killed
why
him.
he never reported it,
And that was
He
the
said,
first sign something
"We
was
were
very
told not
wrong.
to question her,
Because people
ever.
who are innocent
The
don't
dots
usually
were connecting
scream over
in
the victim's
horrifying
last
ways.
words.
Ronnie
They don't panic
disappears.
about
Chrisean
narratives.
is seen
They
dragging
don't
a
spin
heavy
stories
bag.
mid-chaos.
The CEO
They try to
edits
save
footage.
a life.
The police
The
find
CEO
GPS
didn't.
overlaps.
He tried
the
to save
original
himself.
footage shows a chase.
But
a missing
then,
person report
the moment
is
that
filed
changed
quietly.
everything.
A dumpster is
One
involved,
officer kneeled beside
and the
Ronnie's
CEO
body,
calls police.
checked the pulse,
Months later,
and said,
terrified.
"He's still alive.
People started
Get
asking
medics
the
in here
question
now."
everyone was afraid to say
The
out
CEO
loud.
froze.
Did something happen
Chrisean
that
gasped.
night?
Security
Something
looked like they got hit with a
irreversible?
brick. Because
But the
Ronny
story
Doe,
wasn't done.
the man the
twisting.
CEO claimed Chrisean
Detectives
killed,
reportedly pulled the
was
dumpster
still
surveillance footage.
Barely.
And what they saw wasn't just a
Weakly.
bag. It was
But alive.
Chrisean returning to the dumpster
And that
twice.
was the first crack in the
second
CEO's
time
entire
she brought
story.
bleach. A
He
bottle
tried
of
to explain
cleaner
it away.
and a stack of towels.
I
She
mean,
cleaned the area,
she hurt
wiped
him.
the lid.
She beat him
she
up.
wiped the sides.
I thought he wasn't moving.
She
I
wiped
thought
her tracks.
the officer
All
cut
of
him
this
off.
allegedly caught on
We'll
camera.
determine that.
When
Stay
that
where
leak
you
hit
are.
Twitter, the internet had
But
a
here's
meltdown.
where the story gets even
She
darker.
cleaned the dumpster?
As Ronny
This
was
ain't
rushed
no
into
fight.
the ambulance,
This is cover-up
weak,
behavior.
conscious for a split second,
What was in the bag?
he reached upward
OMG.
and mumbled something.
The CEO had to know.
The eyewitness later said
This is
she
why
heard
he
one
panicked.
word.
But the
Phone.
detectives weren't done.
But his
They
phone
traced the
wasn't
garbage
on
pickup
him.
route from that exact dumpster.
It wasn't on the floor.
And what they found
it
at the
wasn't
waste
in his
facility.
pockets. It wasn't
They won't
anywhere in
say
the warehouse.
publicly.
It was gone.
But a worker leaked
just like
one
the
detail.
USB.
They found
And
something
that's when
wrapped
everything
in
snapped
fabric
into
with a
place.
blood-like smell.
Ronny
they won't
didn't
tell
just
us
have
what
footage.
it is.
He didn't just have
That
a USB.
detail alone
he didn't
nearly
just have
shut
backups.
the internet down.
He had a phone
Meanwhile,
full of evidence.
one of Ronnie's family
But
members
both
posted
items
a heart-wrenching
disappeared the moment
message.
police arrived.
We told them he didn't
And
just
now,
disappear.
the world had two
We
questions.
told them something happened.
Who took the USB?
We told them someone knew the
Who
truth.
took Ronnie's phone?
Comments flooded in.
The answer came 14
Chrisean
hours later
did something.
when the missing USB resurfaced
She knows more
online.
than she's saying.
Not the actual
Zeus
device,
covered it up.
not the physical
They
drive,
protected her while
but a
burying the
screenshot,
truth.
a grainy
And then,
photo, a
like a
computer
final
desktop,
twist
a
that
USB
nobody was
plugged into a
mentally
laptop,
prepared for.
and a folder
A new
open
whistleblower showed up.
Zeus Truth.
This one was different.
Do not delete.
This one wasn't anonymous.
The image was
This
posted
wasn't a random
anonymously.
staff member.
Blurred
This was a
out.
former Zeus
Low
producer who
resolution.
had been fired
no
months
username,
earlier
no
after
caption,
clashing with
just
executives.
the photo. And the
they
internet
dropped the
went
darkest bomb
absolutely
yet,
feral.
they said. Chrisean
Who
wasn't
has
the
the
only one
USB?
involved that night.
Someone leak
Someone
it.
helped her.
Post the footage.
The internet
The CEO
froze.
is finished.
Everyone expected
This is
the
a
producer
cover-up.
to name someone.
And
a
then,
friend, a relative,
the
another
real
cast
shocker.
member.
A
But
second
the truth was
screenshot
far
dropped.
worse.
This
They
time
said
clearer.
It
The
was
same
someone from
USB.
Zeus.
But
Someone
now
high
the folder
up.
was open.
Someone who wanted
Inside
Ronnie
were
gone.
5 files.
The comments turned into chaos.
Warehouse footage uncut.
Who?
CEO
Name
threat
them.
called MP3.
Drop the receipts.
Security cam backup
And
2.
the producer
movie.
ended their post
Ronny
with,
Doe confession
I have
MP4.
the messages, the
real
calls,
reason
the plan.
MP3.
If Zeus
People
doesn't
lost
tell
their
the
minds.
truth,
The
I
CEO's
will.
name trended worldwide.
The entire
Chrisean
world
trended,
is now staring
Ronny
at Zeus,
trended,
at Chrisean,
Zeus trended,
at the CEO,
leak,
at
the
the
USB
footage,
trended.
at the dumpster video.
It was chaos.
At the phone logs.
But chaos
at the
turned
missing
into
bag.
fear when a third
And
image
every
leaked.
unanswered question
This time
points
showing
to
a
the
paused
same
frame from the
terrifying
footage.
possibility.
The image
This
showed
wasn't a fight.
Ronny Doe
This
stumbling
wasn't an
backward.
accident.
The
This
CEO
wasn't a
grabbing him by the
meltdown.
shirt.
This
A
was
metal
something
crate
else
behind
entirely.
Ronny.
And
A
the
look of
people who
panic
know
on
the
his
truth
face.
are running
The
out of time to
CEO
hide
wasn't
it.
being attacked.
The moment the leak spiraled
wasn't
from
defending
fight
himself.
gone wrong
He was
to
the aggressor.
possible cover-up.
Comments
the entire
poured in.
online world
The
detonated.
CEO knocked him
There wasn't
out.
a single platform.
Chrissy was set
a single
up.
timeline.
The
A
CEO
single
lied to the
comment
police.
section that wasn't
Arrest
drowning
him,
in
not
theories,
her.
fear,
This is
outrage,
attempted
and
mar.
pure shock.
But then,
This wasn't gossip
the biggest
anymore.
twist of the
This
entire
wasn't
escalation.
Zeus-level messiness.
A fourth image
This was a
leaked.
full-blown scandal
It was the
gripping every
security
corner of
camera
the
angle.
internet, and the
Not the
reactions
one
were
Zeus
louder,
thought they erased.
harsher, and more
A
divided
different
than
angle.
anything Chrisean
An angle
Rock
nobody
has ever
inside
been
the
involved
warehouse
in.
knew existed.
Twitter turned
frame
into a live
showed
crime scene.
the
People
eyewitness,
weren't joking.
the makeup
They weren't
artist,
making memes. They
hiding
were
behind a
dissecting
prop
every
wall.
second of the leaked
And behind
descriptions
her,
like detectives.
The person
Tweets
who
went
took the
viral
USB,
instantly.
the silhouette,
Why was she at the dumpster
hoodie,
twice?
the stance,
Bleach,
and
towels.
the internet
Come on
recognized the
now.
figure instantly.
That
It
CEO
wasn't
ain't innocent
security.
either.
It wasn't a producer.
If a bag
it
was
wasn't
involved,
one of Chrisean's
someone needs
friends.
to open that
It wasn't
landfill
someone
today.
random. It was
and the
Blueface's
hashtags,
mother,
you know, they were
Carlissa.
brutal. Justice for
screamed,
Ronny.
"Carlissa?
Zeus.
She
Cover
stole
up.
the USB?
Getting arrest.
WTF, was she
Chrisean,
doing there?
Yipkini.
She watched
Where is
everything.
Ronny?
She
Yipkini.
wants to destroy
Expose
Chrisean.
Zeus.
She protected
Every
her
hour,
son's image.
A new theory surfaced.
But that wasn't the
each
twist.
one darker
Not even
than the
close.
last.
Because a
TikTok
fifth
took it to
screenshot
another level.
leaked.
Creators
The one
slowed
that
down
shut
the
the
leaked
internet down
security
completely.
screenshot. zoomed in
It
on
showed the
Ronnie's
USB
terrified
plugged into a
expression,
computer,
and drew
keyboard
arrows
visible,
pointing to every
nails
detail.
visible,
Others
tattoo
reenacted the
visible.
possible timeline hour
And it wasn't
by hour,
Carlissa's.
adding
It
ominous
wasn't
music
Chrisean's.
and red
It wasn't
circles on maps,
Blueface's.
showing the
It
overlapping
belonged to someone
GPS
else
pings.
entirely.
One
Someone
TikToker
fans
said
recognized
if
instantly.
her phone and
Jiden
his phone
Alexis,
pinged near a riverbank at
Blueface's
3
ex,
a.m.,
Chrisean's
that ain't
rival,
coincidence.
the woman with the
Another
most
one
motive to
whispered into
expose
the mic,
Chrisean,
and
the
y'all
woman
ain't
with
questioning
years
the
of
bag?
bad blood.
Millions
The woman
watched
who has
these
been
videos,
waiting for this
sharing
moment.
them faster than they could be uploaded.
The internet exploded
Entire
like dynamite.
pages were formed within
Jiden
hours,
has the USB?
dedicated to compiling every
She
detail
leaked
of
the
case,
footage.
turning the
She's
situation
taking
into
Chrisean
a
down.
massive public investigation.
Zeus is dead.
Instagram
This is war.
became a war zone of outrage.
But here comes the real shocking
Celebrities
reveal.
who usually stayed out of drama
The one
started
the
posting
eyewitness
cryptic
confirmed
stories.
in a panicked
One
message
reality
hours
star
later.
posted, "When someone
Jiden
cleans a
didn't plan to
dumpster
take
with
the
bleach,
USB.
that's not something you overlook."
She didn't know the warehouse fight
A
would
rapper
happen.
commented under a gossip
She didn't know
page,
Ronnie would die.
"Something off with this whole
She
situation."
didn't know the CEO would
and
flip
Zeus been
out.
weird.
But she did
Meanwhile,
know one
people
thing.
flooded Chrisean's comments
Someone
with
inside
rage.
Zeus tipped her off.
"Where is Ronnie?
Someone told her,
Why did you clean the dumpster?
something's going down tonight.
Explain the bag.
Be ready."
Explain the video cuts."
And that means the real question
Every live
isn't,
she tried to post
why
was
did Jiden
overwhelmed
leak
with
the
comments
images?
demanding answers.
It's
She
who
couldn't say
inside
anything
Zeus
without
tipped her
people
off.
spamming emojis
Who wanted
of
her to get
trash
the USB?
cans, bleach
Who wanted
bottles, and the
Chrisean and the
question,
CEO to
what
turn on
happened
each
that
other?
night?
Who
But the
wanted the
biggest
network
cracks
to
didn't
burn?
show online.
And the
They
final
showed inside
reveal.
the entertainment industry.
The eyewitness
Word
said she
spread
heard
fast
the
that
CEO
Zeus
screaming.
employees were quitting,
Not at
deleting
Chrisean,
their LinkedIn
not
pages,
at security,
and
not at
suddenly
Ronnie.
going silent.
At someone on the phone.
One producer who still
His
worked
exact
there
words.
posted a vague tweet and
Why
deleted
did you
it
bring
seconds
her
later.
here?
Some of us
Why
can't
did you tell
sleep.
her? Do
And
you know
someone
what you've
still
done?
managed to screenshot
You ruined
it.
everything.
The reaction from Hollywood was just
Someone
as
powerful
intense.
inside Zeus
Agents
set
warned
this
their
whole
clients
thing
to
in
distance
motion.
themselves from Zeus
Someone who wanted the
immediately.
truth out.
Publicists
Someone who
started
wanted the
blocking
CEO
Zeus-related
destroyed.
hashtags.
Someone who wanted
One
Chrisean
casting director
humiliated.
wrote, "No one
Someone
will
who
touch
used
them
Ronnie's
after
death
this
as an
if any of
opportunity.
it is true."
And that person
Networks
is still inside the
whispered
building.
that Zeus was
Still
becoming
working.
radioactive.
Still manipulating.
Influencers who
Still
filmed with
planning their
Chrisean
next move.
unfollowed her.
The
A
moment the
YouTube
screenshots
personality
dropped,
said on a live
the
stream,
USB folder,
"This ain't drama.
the warehouse
this
footage,
is career-ending
the
stuff."
leaked frame of
Someone
the
covered
CEO
up
grabbing
something.
Ronnie,
But the
security
darkest
angle
reaction
showing Carlissa,
came from Ronny
and
Doe's
finally the
family.
laptop image revealing
A
Jiden
cousin
Alexis.
posted, "Y'all didn't
The
listen when
entire
we said
internet
he didn't run
just
away."
react.
An aunt wrote,
It detonated.
"Someone knows what happened.
Hollywood
we won't
group
stop."
chats on fire.
And then,
Zeus producers
late that
calling
night,
lawyers,
a
YouTubers
new account appeared
going live
online,
at 4 a.m.
anonymous,
bloggers
but claiming
typing
to
like
be
their
someone
keyboards
very
owed them
close
money.
to Ronnie.
And
The
Instagram.
account wrote one chilling
Please.
sentence: "You're not
Instagram
ready for what
practically
we're
caught a
about to show."
fever.
The
Because
internet
this wasn't
froze.
just a
Nobody
scandal.
scrolled.
This
Nobody
wasn't
looked
just a
away.
fight.
And then they
This
posted,
wasn't just another
"If
Chrisean
Zeus doesn't
versus
release
Jiden
the real
situation.
footage in 48
This
hours,
was a
we
cover-up,
will."
a crime scene,
People
and a
lost their
betrayal
minds.
war all erupting
The
at the
comments
same
hit
time.
millions. Everyone
And
begged
for
them to
once,
drop the video
the public had the
immediately,
receipts
but the
before
account
the
refused,
network could
saying,
twist the
"We're
narrative.
giving them a chance."
The first explosion
Meanwhile,
came from Hollywood
Zeus staff
Unlocked,
began
posting
deleting tweets, turning
sources
off comments,
confirmed the leaked
disabling
footage is real.
DMs, shutting down their
CEO's
personal
911
pages.
call is under
It was
investigation.
too late. Screenshots
Police
had
are
already
seeking
been
additional
taken of
witnesses.
everything.
Within minutes,
YouTubers went
Shaker
live
Zeus
nonstop.
Exposed hit
Some stayed
1.2
on for 8
million
hours
tweets.
straight, breaking down the GPS
Then
timeline,
TMZ dropped a
the
headline
dumpster
that
video,
froze
the
everyone's
fight
blood.
audio, the CEO's
Police
suspicious
reviewing leaked
behavior,
security footage.
and the sudden silence
Timeline
from
doesn't
Chrisean.
match CEO's
One streamer
statement.
said, "Bleach means
Suddenly,
cleanup.
Zeus wasn't
Cleanup
controlling
means
the story.
intention. And
Law
intention
enforcement
means
was.
this is bigger than
Wardrobe
any reality
stylists,
show."
background staff,
Even
editors,
ex-Zeus cast
people
members
who never
joined the
talk
storm.
publicly,
One hinted,
started posting
"They
vague
always hit her
messages
violent
like,
moments.
y'all don't know the
Always."
half.
Another wrote,
Many of us tried
"There's
to warn
things
them.
they filmed that y'all
Karma
never saw.
came fast.
Now ask yourself
Everything
why."
was a lie.
The internet united
And
in
then
one
the real
terrifying
chaos began.
realization. This wasn't just a
Hollywood
messy
executives
fight.
turned on
This wasn't
Zeus.
just Chrisean being
A producer from
chaotic
VH1
again.
tweeted,
This wasn't even just corruption.
"We saw this coming.
This was a pattern.
You can't build a network
chain
on
of
chaos
events.
and expect
a network
stability."
making decisions in the dark.
A Netflix
a
exec
night that
posted,
ended with too many unanswered
"Shutting down
questions.
productions doesn't erase
a
the
missing
truth."
man.
A former Zeus
a
employee
CEO
risked
editing
everything
footage,
and posted,
a dumpster cleaned in the dead of
"I
night.
quit because
a
I
bag
saw stuff
nobody
like this.
can identify.
I'm not
Phone
surprised."
pings in the worst possible
But
location.
nothing.
And whistleblowers
Nothing
rising up one
caused
by one
more panic
because
than when the
they'd
moment
had
of
enough.
verified
But
entertainment
the
lawyer
most frightening
tweeted,
reaction of all
"The warehouse
came from the
footage
police.
suggests criminal
They didn't
liability.
deny the leak.
The CEO
They
should
didn't
be
dismiss
very
the
worried."
rumors. They didn't
The
reassure
comments
the public.
exploded.
They simply
Arrest
released
him.
a statement saying,
Chrissy is
new
innocent.
evidence has been submitted.
Jiden
We are
saved the footage.
expanding the investigation.
Ronnie was killed by
And
Zeus.
that one sentence
This
told the
is
world
insane.
everything. They believe something
Meanwhile,
happened.
churches,
They
pastors,
believe
and
someone is
spiritual
lying.
influencers
and
Yes,
they believe
even
the
they
truth
got
isn't
involved,
far from
posted
surfacing.
cryptic lines like,
But nobody
"Truth
expected
always
the final
reveals."
blow. The message that popped up
wicked
on social
expose
media at
themselves.
3:14 a.m.
God is
A
showing who the
whistleblower
real
from Zeus
snake
wrote
is.
anonymously,
It was a
"It wasn't
full
just
cultural
her.
collapse.
Someone helped.
But the
Someone
real
bigger
battle?
than her.
Social
Someone with
media
power,
influencers,
and the
especially the
internet
ones who
hasn't
built their
slept
brand on
since.
Chrisean
The
versus
entire
Jaiden
internet
drama,
thought it had already
started
seen the
choosing
worst.
sides.
The dumpster,
One
the
huge
bleach,
TikToker said,
the missing man,
if Jaiden
the
leaked that
CEO
USB,
editing
she
evidence,
saved
the
Chrisean's
GPS
life.
overlap near
Y'all
the
can
river
hate
at
her,
3 a.m.
but facts
The bag nobody
are facts.
can identify.
Another
People thought
posted,
there couldn't possibly be
Chrisean always gets
anything
blamed for
darker left in
everything,
this story.
but this
They were
time the
wrong,
receipts show the
because everything
CEO
up
is the
until
demon.
now, the footage,
A third
the leaks,
responded,
the panic,
so we're all
was just the
ignoring that
surface.
Carlissa was hiding
The
behind
real
the
horror
wall?
began the moment
Hello?
the latest whistleblower
It was
dropped the
pandemonium.
sentence that froze millions of
But
people
then
instantly. It wasn't
Blueface
just
chimed
her.
in.
Nobody breathed.
From jail.
Nobody scrolled.
From whatever
Every eye locked on the
mysterious,
screen,
echoing concrete
waiting for the
bunker
next
he's locked
detail.
in, he got
And then
access to someone's phone and posted a
hammer
voice
dropped.
note that immediately went viral.
Someone bigger than her
All I'm
was
going to
there
say
that
is,
night.
I've been trying to tell
Those
y'all
words
Zeus is
detonated
evil.
across the
They set her
internet
up.
like a
They
bomb
set
going
me
off
up.
inside a
Y'all
room
late.
full of gasoline.
The internet
Who was
screamed,
bigger than Chrisean at Zeus?
Blueface was right.
Who had the power to cover up footage?
Blueface
Who could
defending
manipulate
Chrisean?
evidence, silence
Blueface
staff,
and Jaiden
and
working
hush
together?
entire departments.
But even that
Theories
wasn't
flooded
the peak.
every platform within
Because while
seconds.
everyone was pointing fingers,
Was it a
crying in their
producer?
cars,
A
making
showrunner?
breakdowns,
A Zeus
and demanding
executive,
warrants.
the CEO,
Jaiden
and then
Alexis
the
posted a
whistleblower
video.
clarified.
Black screen.
It wasn't an employee.
Silence
it was a name.
at first, then her voice.
A name, a public
Calm,
figure,
icy,
someone the
surgical.
world knows, someone
I
who
didn't
should
steal
have
anything.
never been
I didn't
there.
break in.
People
I didn't
went
sneak around.
insane. Live
A
streams
pause.
erupted in panic.
I was invited.
YouTubers started taking guesses.
world
Some
froze.
creators swore they knew who
Comments
it was,
flooded in like
but
a
were too
dam
scared
burst.
to say it.
Invited
One
by
massive
who?
streamer whispered,
What does she mean?
"This is a career-ending secret.
Who let Jaiden
a
in?
criminal-level secret.
Someone inside Zeus set this
They
up.
dropped the name.
Jaiden continued.
It's over."
You want to know how
But
I
the
ended up with that
whistleblower
USB?
wasn't naming them.
Because someone
Not
at
yet.
Zeus wanted me to have
Instead, they
it.
dropped a clue.
Someone who's been protecting
This
the wrong
person
people for
arrived
too
after
long.
the fight.
Another
but
pause.
before Chrisean left
And I'm
with
not
the
scared
bag,
of any of them.
meaning this mysterious
clicked
figure
something.
wasn't just randomly
The video
present.
cut to a blurred
They were
screenshot.
involved in the window
Text
between
messages
the violence
between her and
the
an
alleged
unknown
cleanup.
Zeus insider.
A role that changes
One message from the
everything.
insider said,
People started
"Come
digging
tonight.
instantly.
Bring your laptop.
Fans pulled
Trust
old
me.
cast photos, behind-the-scenes
Chrisean
footage,
won't be the one
airport
going down.
sightings, leaked text
The
messages.
public lost its mind.
Everyone was searching for
Blogs
the one
blew
person
up.
who shouldn't have been near
Podcast
that
hosts
warehouse.
jumped out of bed.
But before the internet could
YouTubers
figure
put
it
their
out,
wigs on
another
wrong
leak
trying to
hit,
go live.
one that felt like a punch to the
Everyone
gut.
was screaming
a
the
6-second
same
audio
thing.
clip, static,
Who inside Zeus
footsteps,
sent her that
a shaky
text?
voice. Not Chrisean.
They set the CEO
not
up?
Ronny, not a staff
This was an
member,
inside job.
A deep male voice saying,
Someone wanted
"Move
the
him.
network to fall.
Quick." That was
Someone
it.
is
6
sabotaging
seconds.
everything.
But those two words shattered the
Jaiden wasn't
entire
finished.
narrative. Move
The
him.
final
move
seconds
who?
of her video.
Move Ronnie's body.
The part
move
that sent
evidence.
shivers
move
down
the bag.
everyone's spine.
And the voice wasn't
Showed
yelling.
her holding the
He
USB.
wasn't panicked. He
in her
sounded
hand,
calm,
close to her chest.
experienced, like someone
She
who's done
whispered,
this before.
I
that
know
tone
what's
sent
on
chills
here.
through every
I know
listener.
the truth.
People began
if
to compare
anything
the
happens
voice to
to me,
public figures.
She smirked.
Some said it sounded like a
The
Zeus
footage
executive.
uploads automatically.
Others said it sounded
The
like
screen
someone
cut
who'd
to
worked
black.
on multiple sets.
Silence.
A few theorized it
Then her
belonged
final
to a
message
well-known
appeared.
reality star.
Time to
Then
expose
Reddit
who really
exploded with
runs
the most
Zeus.
horrifying thread yet.
The moment Jaiden Alexis
There was
said,
a second vehicle seen
time
leaving
to
the alley that
expose who
night.
really runs Zeus.
The whistleblower came back hours
Every
later
person
to confirm
inside
it.
that network felt
Yes,
a chill
2
shoot
cars
up their
left,
spine.
not one.
Because she
and only
wasn't
one
bluffing.
belonged to Chrisean.
Her confidence
The
wasn't
other car
performance. Her
registered
threat
to
wasn't
someone
empty.
connected to Zeus.
She had the USB.
Someone with influence.
She had the text.
Someone who
She
could
had
silence
the footage.
staff.
She had the
Someone
proof.
who had the power to
But
edit
most importantly,
episodes,
she
pull
had
footage,
protection.
and shut down internal
and
discussions.
that was the detail nobody
The
caught
internet
at first.
spiraled into pure
See,
chaos.
when Jaiden posted
Creators
that black
were up
screen
all night
confession,
connecting
the
dots.
internet focused on the
People were
USB.
screaming in comments.
They focused on
Name
the blurred
him.
messages.
Drop the receipts.
They focused on her saying
Stop
she didn't
playing and
steal
expose
anything.
him. But the
But they missed
whistleblower
the
remained
biggest clue.
careful.
The
I'll
reflection
release
in
the
the
name
corner
of
of
Zeus
her
denies
screen.
knowing about the second
A
vehicle.
silhouette.
It was
standing
blackmail.
behind her.
It was a threat.
Watching.
It was the beginning of a
guarding.
war.
Shoulders squared.
And then,
arms crossed.
The police made an
Not
unexpected
Blueface.
move.
Not
They
Carlissa.
released a statement
not
at
a friend,
9:42 a.m.
Not some random
We
man.
are now investigating
Someone with
multiple
real real power.
individuals, more
Someone
details
whose
soon.
presence meant danger.
Multiple, not one.
Someone
not
who wasn't
just
supposed to be
Chrisean.
anywhere near Jaiden.
Multiple.
But before the
Meaning
internet could
police
decode
already
the
know
reflection,
someone else was there.
the real twist hit.
Meaning the whistleblower
The
wasn't
Zeus
lying.
insider leaked
Meaning
their
the
identity.
second audio clip
Not by
was
accident.
real.
Not by
meaning
mistake.
the edited footage
On
wasn't
purpose.
clipped by accident.
The leak came in the
meaning
form
this
of
is
a
bigger than
voicemail that
Chrisean
surfaced
rock.
online.
Bigger than
A
Zeus.
voicemail the
maybe
insider
even
left
bigger
for
than
Jiden
entertainment
3
itself.
hours before the warehouse incident.
But the darkest moment
In the voice
came
note,
from Ronnie's family.
a stressed voice
They posted
whispers,
a photo, never before
"Listen to me
seen footage
carefully.
of Ronnie just
I can't
days
say this
before he
twice.
disappeared.
The
He
CEO
looked
is planning
happy,
something
alive,
tonight.
full
He's
of
covering
energy.
his own tracks.
The caption read,
Go to the warehouse.
"We're ready to say
Record
his
everything.
name. Now we
And when
want
it's
them
done,
to say theirs."
Take the USB.
That post
You'll know
alone
which
bulldozed
one.
the internet. Suddenly,
public went
everyone
ballistic.
felt it. The heaviness, the
is
fear,
that?
the realization that
Why
someone
do they sound
very
scared?
powerful had a hand
The CEO was
in the
planning
events
this?
of that night. And
The
the
insider
whistleblower's
knew Ronnie
final
would be
message
there?
before going silent.
But then,
You want the
the
truth?
twist nobody
It's
saw
coming.
coming.
And once the name
A forensic
drops,
audio analyst
nothing
enhanced
will
the
ever be the
voicemail
same.
and confirmed the voice belonged
the world
to
is holding its breath.
the head of
Zeus is in
post-production
hiding.
at Zeus,
Chrisean is
the
pretending
same
nothing
person
is
responsible
wrong.
for editing
Police are
footage,
circling.
the same
Whistleblowers
person
are
who
loading their
decides what goes
receipts.
on air,
And the name,
the same
name
person who
is
handles
hanging
backups,
over the entire
deletes
industry
scenes,
like a guillotine.
rewrites narratives,
Before
and
you
buries
scroll away,
incriminating
before
clips.
the internet moves on to
The
the
internet
next shock,
exploded.
before Zeus tries to
editor
bury
set
this
this up?
story, or Chrisean
The head of
distracts
Post betrayed
everyone
the
with a live
CEO?
meltdown.
They
You
wanted
need to
Jayden to
understand
have the
one thing.
footage?
This situation
Why
is
would
not
they
over.
do that?
In fact, this
But
is
the
the calm
motive
before the biggest
was
explosion
darker than
yet.
anyone expected.
Because the name,
A
the
new
powerful
leak
figure
surfaced.
who was allegedly
A text
there that
exchange
night,
between the
person
insider
who was
and
caught
another
on audio
staff
saying,
member.
"Move him," the
I'm
person the
tired of
whistleblower is
protecting him.
threatening to expose,
He crossed
has
the line.
still not been revealed.
He thinks he can do
and the
anything
only reason
to
it
talent.
hasn't dropped yet?
We all saw what happened
Because
to
Zeus
RD.
hasn't denied the second vehicle.
He won't get away with this
because
one.
the CEO hasn't spoken.
The initials RD
because someone inside
hit the
that
world
building
like a
knows the
sledgehammer.
truth. And they're trying to keep the
RD
world
Ronny
quiet
Doe.
just long enough to clean
Meaning,
up the mess.
the CEO
But the
didn't just
internet isn't
attack
quiet.
Ronnie in the
You aren't
warehouse.
quiet.
He had been
And
targeting
now,
him
more
for
than ever,
months,
your voice matters.
threatening him,
So let me ask you,
silencing him,
What
punishing
do you
him for what he
think
knew.
is in that missing
And the head
part
of
the footage?
post-production had enough.
Was Ronnie alive when
So they
the second
planned the
person
ultimate
arrived?
trap.
Was the bag
Expose
meant to
the
hide
CEO.
evidence?
Expose
Was the
the
CEO
cover-up.
protecting Chrisean
Expose the manipulation.
or protecting himself?
Expose the violence.
Whose voice do you think said,
and use the
"Move
one
him"?
person fearless
Do you
enough
think
to
it was a
stand in the
Zeus
fire.
executive, a
Jayden
showrunner,
Alexis.
a cast member,
Not because she
or
loved
someone even
Chrisean.
more influential?
Not because she cared
someone
about
with
Zeus.
the power to bury the truth.
Not because she wanted justice
and
for
why
Ronnie.
was the dumpster cleaned?
But because she
twice?
wanted payback.
Why was bleach involved?
Payback on the CEO.
Why did the CEO
Payback
touch
on the
the
network.
footage?
Payback on everyone
Why did
who
the police
humiliated
suddenly
her,
switch to
downplayed her,
investigating
mocked her,
multiple
used her as
suspects?
clickbait,
Tell
and
me
made her
what
the
you
villain
think
for
happened
years.
that night. Because
She was
until the
done
truth
being the
comes
side
out,
character.
the internet is
She
the only
wanted to
place
be the
holding these
executioner.
people accountable.
And she was.
If you want to stay ahead of this story,
But the twist
if you want to
wasn't
be the
who
first
the
to know
insider was.
when that name finally
It was
drops,
why they helped
if
Jayden.
you want every update, every
Because
leak,
the final leak,
every
the
whistleblower
one that
message
hit the
in real
internet
time,
last,
hit like,
revealed
drop
something
a comment,
monstrous.
and subscribe right now.
A deleted message
Turn on
from the
notifications
CEO to the
because
head
when
of
the next
Post,
piece of this puzzle
recovered
falls,
from Ronnie's old
when the
email
whistleblower
backups.
drops the name,
The message
entire
said,
entertainment world is
"If
going to
Jayden
shake.
doesn't
Stay
shut
alert.
up,
Stay
we'll
locked
handle
in."
her the same
because
way
the
we
next
handled
update
Ronnie."
could end careers,
The
take down a
world
network,
stopped.
and expose the
One
truth
message.
behind what really
One
happened to
sentence.
Ronny Doe.
One death threat buried under corporate language. And suddenly everything made sense. Why the insider risked their job. Why they set the CEO up. Why they brought Jayden to the warehouse. Why they leaked the footage. Why they pushed her to go public. Why they wanted the CEO to burn. They weren't helping Chrisean. They were protecting Jayden because she was next. And the final scene, the one that ends the episode with pure terror, came from a
the
street
second the
camera
first
across from
whisper
Jayden's
leaked
house.
out of the Zeus network
At
office,
3:42
the
a.m.,
entertainment
a
world
black
froze.
SUV rolled past
People
her
thought
driveway.
it was a rumor, a
Slow,
misunderstanding,
creeping.
maybe even a twisted
No lights,
publicity stunt.
no plates.
Until the
The same
confirmation
SUV
hit like
seen
a
at the
nuclear
warehouse.
bomb.
The same
the CEO
SUV
of
seen
Zeus
when Ronnie
himself
messaged
had
about the
allegedly
footage.
called the
The
police
same SUV that
on
followed the
Chrisean
eyewitness
Rock,
home.
and the reason,
And the
something
last frame,
so dark, so explosive,
a man stepping
so
out of the
unbelievable
passenger
that
seat.
even longtime
Tall,
fans of
broad,
Chrisean,
face
the ones
hidden.
who defend her through
The same
everything,
man who works under
are
the
backing
CEO.
away in shock.
The screen
because
freezes.
according to internal
A single
sources,
caption
this wasn't
appears.
about a fight.
He knows
This
she
wasn't
has
about
the USB.
money. This wasn't
If you
about
made it to the end of
contracts.
this story,
This was about Ronny
if your heart
Doe,
is pounding right
about
now,
what allegedly happened
if your brain
to him,
is spinning trying to
about new
understand what you
evidence,
just heard,
about fingerprints,
then you already know.
video leaks,
This is
and a
not
timeline
over.
that doesn't
Not
make
even
sense
close.
anymore. And
The
the craziest
CEO
part,
lied.
insiders
warehouse
say the
wasn't an
Zeus
accident.
CEO didn't just make make the
Ronny
call
didn't
out
fall.
of caution he made it
Chrisean
out of
didn't
fear.
kill him.
Real fear.
Jaiden didn't steal
Fear
the
that
USB.
the network
She
could
was
be dragged
invited.
into the biggest
And
criminal
someone inside
investigation
Zeus is
the
playing a
industry
game with
has
real
seen in
stakes,
years.
real
Fear
danger,
that the truth
and
about
real
Ronnie's
consequences.
final hours might lead
Now I
straight
need
back
you.
to Chrisean Rock.
Tell me in the comments.
Fear that the
Do you
chaos
think the
she brought on
CEO is the
screen
one
had
who hurt
finally
Ronnie?
turned into something
Or is there
far
someone
more
even higher
dangerous
pulling strings
off
behind
screen.
him?
But here's
Tell me,
where things get
Do
even
you think
more
Jaiden
insane.
leaked the USB to protect
According
herself?
to one Zeus staff
Or is
member,
she planning to take
someone who
Chrisean
claims
down
they
too?
were in the room when
Tell me.
everything unfolded.
Who do you
The
think the
CEO
insider is
allegedly
really
said,
loyal to?
If this
Jaiden,
gets out before the
the
police
truth,
handle it,
the drama,
we're all finished.
Or someone we haven't
and that
met yet?
sentence alone has
Tell
sent
me,
the
what
entire
do you think is on the
internet
footage
into
labeled
hysteria.
the real reason?
Because what exactly
Because
did they
if that
find?
file ever
What did
leaks,
Chrisean do?
the
What does
entire
Zeus know?
industry
What are they
burns.
hiding?
Hit like if you think
And why
Zeus
is
needs to
everyone
be
suddenly
investigated
terrified to
immediately.
speak on Ronny Doe's name?
Hit like if you think
This
the
isn't
CEO
just drama.
belongs in
This is a
handcuffs
danger
tonight.
zone, a ticking bomb,
Hit like
a
if you
career-ending,
think Ronny
network-crushing
deserves
scandal
justice.
that's unraveling
Hit
in real
subscribe
time.
if you want
And
episode
trust me,
2. Because
what
the
comes
next
next is
episode
worse.
is where the SUV
Before
returns.
this scandal blew up
Police
into the
question
biggest
the
wildfire
CEO,
Zeus network
Jaiden's
has
house
ever
gets
faced.
watched,
Before
and the
the
missing
CEO
second phone
allegedly
finally
picked up the phone
surfaces.
with shaking
And
hands to
trust
call
me,
the police on his
you will
own
not
star.
survive episode 2
Before
without
Ronny
dropping
Doe's
your
name
jaw at least 5
resurfaced
times.
in one of the most chilling
Turn on your
accusations of the
notifications
year.
right now.
There was a long,
Because the
messy,
moment the new leaks
chaotic
hit,
trail of drama
the moment the second
that
witness
nobody
speaks,
connected
the
until
moment
now.
the footage is decoded,
Because to understand
the
why
moment
the
the
Zeus
SUV
CEO
makes
is
its next
reportedly
move,
terrified, why the staff
you're
is
going
in
to
panic
want to be
mode,
here the
and why
second it
Chrisean
happens.
Rock's name is suddenly
Drop your
tied to an
predictions.
alleged killing.
Drop your theories.
You need to go back
Drop
to the
your
beginning,
warnings.
the real beginning.
Episode
long
2
before
is coming.
Ronny Doe disappeared,
truth
long before
inside it
cops were involved,
will
and
destroy
long
the
before
last
Zeus
person
became
anyone
ground zero
suspects.
for this nightmare.
The internet
This
isn't
story
ready
didn't
for
start
this.
in a boardroom.
Hollywood
it didn't start
isn't
on a
ready
set.
for this.
It didn't start with a
Even
fight.
the Zeus
It
network
started
board
with
wasn't
a
ready for what their own CEO
a messy,
unleashed at
unpredictable,
3:14 a.m.
emotionally explosive
A
relationship
frantic emergency
between
call to
Chrisean
police,
Rock and
trembling
Ronny Doe.
voice,
One that
panic in his
insiders
throat,
now describe
saying
as
the words
a bomb
no one
waiting
ever expected
to,
to
go
hear
off.
attached to Chrisean
Ronny
Rock.
Doe, the man
She
behind
did
the
it.
mystery.
She KL'd
Ronny
him.
Doe wasn't
Ronny
a
Doe
household
is
name.
dead.
He wasn't a
And within
superstar,
seconds,
a rapper,
not
or
minutes,
a celebrity.
the entire
He was
world
quiet,
flipped upside
smart,
down.
observant,
Sirens
and always
lighting
in
up
the
the night
background.
outside
A
Chrisean's
fixer,
condo.
a runner,
Helicopters
a problem
circling
solver
overhead.
who worked with
Neighbors
multiple
filming from
entertainment
balconies.
groups behind the scenes.
Producers on conference calls
But
screaming,
according
"Shut the
to
cameras
someone
down."
who worked closely with
Executives wiping
him,
sweat
Ronny
off
knew
their
too much about
foreheads,
too many people.
terrified that the
He
truth
saw
was
things,
about to come
he heard
out.
things.
But
he
here's the
cleaned
part
up
that
messes
none of them
people
were
didn't want
prepared for.
exposed.
The
And
call
Chrisean?
didn't come from a
She
random
allegedly
witness.
depended on him more
It
than
didn't
anyone
come
ever
from a security
realized.
guard.
They weren't dating.
It didn't come
They
from a
weren't
neighbor.
enemies. They weren't friends.
It came from the
They were
CEO of
something
Zeus
in between,
himself.
something strange,
The same
tense,
man
and
who made
dangerous.
millions off Chrisean.
Sources say Ronny was
protected
one
her,
of the few people
defended her,
who could calm
promoted
Chrisean
her,
down when
and
she
turned her into
spiraled.
one of the network's
He'd
biggest
been around
stars.
during emotional breakdowns,
voice on the leaked
fights,
911 recording was
off-camera
shaking.
arguments, backstage
She
meltdowns,
lost it. She
times
really
when
lost
nobody
it.
else could
There's
control
blood.
her.
He's not breathing.
And that made him valuable.
I think she
also made
did
him
it.
vulnerable.
And suddenly,
The secret that
the chat rooms
changed
exploded.
everything.
what?
The real turning point
Chrissy
came
did what?
months before his disappearance.
Who is Ronny Doe?
When Ronny allegedly found
Someone
out
released
something
the
he wasn't
footage.
supposed to know, something
Why is
involving
the CEO
Chrisean,
calling
her past
911?
decisions,
This
and something
is
she
bad.
allegedly did during a night
But then,
she publicly claimed
twist.
she didn't remember.
As cops rushed toward
One
Chrisean's
Zeus
building,
cameraman said,
as word spread across
Ronny found
Hollywood
out
like
about an
wildfire,
incident,
as
a big one.
Blueface's family started
Something
posting
crazy.
cryptic messages,
And after that,
as
everything
TMZ
changed.
vans lined the street,
But nobody knew what
a
the
new
incident
voice
was.
cut through the chaos.
Not yet. Not until
A
the
woman,
police got involved.
terrified,
The night of the
breathless,
fight, months
crying.
before this scandal broke, right
She
outside
didn't
of Zeus
do it.
taping,
I saw
Chrisean
what
and Ronny
really happened.
reportedly got into a heated
and that
argument.
one sentence shattered
One
the
that
entire
staff
narrative.
member said didn't look like
because
a
the
normal
real
fight.
question wasn't who called the
Witnesses
police.
heard you weren't supposed to
It
see
was,
that. You need to
why
forget
did the CEO turn
you
on
talk
Chrisean?
too much.
Right after
And
Ronny
Ronny's
Doe's
chilling
body
reply,
hit the ground?
If anything happens to me,
What secret
people
was he
gonna
trying
know
to
who
bury
did
before
it.
the truth leaked first?
Nobody thought much of it then.
Long before the CEO
Drama
of
follows
Zeus Network
Chrisean
picked up that
everywhere.
phone
Fights,
in the middle of the night.
Yelling, threats, chaos.
Long before the sirens
but
lit
this
up the
fight felt
Hollywood
different
skyline.
because the next week,
Long before
Ronny
Ronny Doe's
disappeared.
lifeless body hit
The
the ground.
disappearance. No one
This
talked
story
about.
had been rotting
The
underneath
exact
Chrisean's
timeline
world
is still
for
blurry
months.
because Zeus allegedly
Nobody
worked
paid
hard to keep
attention.
this quiet.
Nobody
Staff
connected
members
the
claim
dots.
Ronny stopped showing up for shoots.
Nobody realized that a
He wasn't
quiet
answering
storm was
texts.
building behind
He wasn't
the scenes.
picking up calls.
One
he wasn't
tied to
collecting
secrets
checks,
Chrisean thought she had
equipment,
buried,
or personal
deals
items.
Zeus thought
He
would
vanished,
never leak.
like he was erased.
And a man named Ronny
One
Doe,
staffer claims,
a
we
man
asked
who
about
should have
him.
never crossed into her life
Management
in the
said
first
not
place.
to worry, that he
the
needed a
public,
break.
Ronny
but
was
the
a
way
nobody,
they said it felt
a
off.
background name,
Still,
a rumor,
no one pushed the
a
issue
footnote in messy
until
Hollywood
last
conversations.
week. The missing
But to
person
Chrisean,
rumor. The
he
internet
was
never
the
heard
one
internal
person who knew
messages from
something she
Zeus.
prayed would never
Employees
surface.
reportedly leaked onto a private
Something
forum.
powerful.
Messages saying Ronnie's
Something
family
dangerous.
had filed a missing person report
Something
months
that
ago,
could destroy
but
her
it never
career,
made the news.
her
Why?
relationships,
Because Ronnie
her
didn't
freedom,
exist publicly.
and
No
Zeus
social media,
Network
no
itself.
spotlight, no clout.
And that
Just
is
a
why
man
he
who worked
suddenly
behind
ended
the
up
scenes
dead.
and vanished without
According
a trace.
to people close to
But
the
here's
situation,
where the story becomes
Ronny
terrifying.
Doe wasn't just
Someone
some random
anonymously
dude,
forwarded
not some
Ronnie's
fan,
missing person
not some
report
street
to the
guy,
Zeus CEO.
not some industry
And according to
hanger-on.
insiders, that
was someone the
document had
network
3
feared.
things that immediately
The kind of
connected
person who
Ronnie's
shows up in
disappearance
whispered
back to
conversations.
Chrisean. The
The
last
kind of
place
person
he was
producers
seen
warn
alive
each other
was
about.
with Chrisean. A
The
witness
kind of person
claimed
who
they
gets
heard her
invited into
yelling
the wrong
threats
rooms
earlier
because he
that
carries
night.
the right information.
A video existed,
And 2 weeks before his death,
one that
he
allegedly
messaged
showed
the
Ronnie
CEO
and
directly,
Chrisean having a
not
violent
begging,
altercation
not threatening,
hours before
but
he
promising.
vanished. When the
I got
CEO
something you'll
saw
want to
that,
hear.
every
Something
alarm
big.
in the building went off.
People inside
The
Zeus
video
said the
that
CEO
shook
went
Zeus
pale
to
when he
its
saw the
core.
message.
According to the
Not
whistleblower,
because he was scared of
someone
Ronnie,
from Ronnie's family
but because he knew
sent Zeus
exactly
a
what
private
Ronnie
clip,
was talking about.
a security camera-style
A secret
video from
deal.
outside a warehouse.
A hidden
The
payment.
footage allegedly
A
shows
cover-up involving footage
Chrisean
that was never
screaming,
meant to reach the public.
Ronnie backing away.
Footage that
something
Chrisean
thrown
didn't
a
know
fall
even
Chrisean
existed.
running Ronnie not moving.
But Ronnie did.
The screen
And Zeus
cuts.
did.
No ending.
And one
no
night,
aftermath. Just a
Chrisean found out
disturbing,
too.
incomplete clip.
Behind the scenes,
and that was
producers
enough
started
to make
panicking.
the CEO panic.
Group chats
An
exploded.
insider says he stood
Confidential
up, grabbed his
documents were
phone
pulled
and
from
said,
internal servers.
"I'm calling the police.
Security
now."
guards were told to rotate positions
CEO's
without
decision.
explanation.
Protect Zeus
Because
or
Ronnie's
protect
message wasn't
Chrisean.
random.
Everyone
It was a
inside the
warning
building
shot.
was stunned.
Ronnie
Zeus
had
always
receipts,
protected
screenshots,
Chrisean.
recordings,
Always cleaned her
even a
messes,
notebook,
always defended
pages
her,
filled with
but not
dates,
this
times,
time.
and details
A staff
no
member who
outsider
was
should
in the
have
room
ever had
claims
access
the CEO
to.
said, "If the
And what
truth comes
terrified
out and
Zeus
we
the
ignored
most?
this footage, they'll take
Ronnie
down the whole
wasn't
network."
bluffing.
This wasn't a
wanted
moral
money.
decision.
He
This
wanted
was
leverage.
survival. And
He
according
wanted
to
to control the
reports,
narrative before
the
someone else
CEO
controlled
handed
him.
everything to the cops.
The CEO,
The police
who had always
response
protected
started the
Chrisean like she was the
firestorm.
network's golden goose,
Detectives allegedly
suddenly
reviewed the
became
video
cold,
and immediately opened
distant,
a deeper inquiry,
stressed.
not a wellness check.
He knew
Not a
Ronnie had the
casual
power
interview,
to
a full
destroy
investigation.
everything.
Why?
The shows,
Because the footage
the
didn't just show a
contracts,
fight.
the ratings,
It showed
the
something that
deals,
could be
the
classified
brand,
as assault
the
negligence.
entire empire
or
built
far
around
worse,
Chrisean's chaos.
which is why the police are
Behind
reportedly
closed
trying to
doors,
reconstruct Ronnie's
executives
final
whispered,
known movements.
What if Ronnie
But
exposes
here's where
it?
things get twisted.
What if he
the
sells the
timeline
footage?
doesn't add up.
What if he
Witness
takes us down
statements
with
don't
him?
match. Chrisean's
Chrisean
version
can't
of
know.
events reportedly contradicts
She'll
3
explode.
different accounts.
And
And
then
Ronnie's location after the
she
fight is
did,
a complete mystery.
because someone told her.
Some sources even claim
Someone inside
the
Zeus
police
slipped
asked
up and said the
directly
one
if this
sentence
could be
that
a
triggered the
homicide
meltdown.
case. And if
Ronnie
that's
knows
true,
about the tape.
this story isn't just about
That was the
drama
moment
anymore.
everything
It's about a
snapped.
potential crime.
Chrisean's energy
and the
shifted
deeper you
instantly.
go, the more
Her
disturbing
face
it
went
gets.
cold.
Because
Her
the next
breathing
part of this
changed.
story,
Her
it's where
fists
accusations
clenched
turn
so
into
tight
evidence.
her knuckles turned white.
And evidence turns
Witnesses
into a
said
twist
she stormed out of
nobody
the
saw
studio
coming.
and screamed at
The
someone on the
moment
phone.
police got involved,
If
the
he
energy
leaks
inside the
anything,
Zeus
I
network
swear to
shifted from
God.
chaotic to absolutely unhinged.
Nobody knows what the person on the
Staff
other end
members
said.
went from whispering in
But everyone
hallways
knows
to
how she
full-blown
reacted.
panic behind locked
She
office
grabbed
doors.
her bag, her
Phones
keys,
weren't ringing.
her jacket.
They were vibrating nonstop.
And she drove straight to Ronny
Executives
Doe's
weren't
last known
talking.
location.
They were yelling.
From that moment
And
forward,
the CEO,
nobody could stop
according
her.
to one insider,
Not her team,
he was pacing like
not
a
her
man watching
friends,
his entire
not
empire
even
crumble in
producers
real
who
time.
physically tried to
Because
stand
the
in her
police
way.
weren't treating this like a missing person case
Chrisean
anymore.
was moving with the
They were
kind of
treating
rage
it like
she only
something
gets when
far
she feels
darker.
trapped.
The officers
or
didn't
betrayed.
ask basic questions.
And she felt both.
They asked investigative
Because
questions.
the real betrayal wasn't
timeline
Ronnie
questions,
threatening her.
Violence
The real
pattern
betrayal
questions,
was Zeus
motive
hiding it from her.
questions. And when the
Sources
CEO
said that
handed
on the
over
night
the
Ronny
footage,
died,
the
Chrisean
incomplete,
pulled up to a
suspiciously
warehouse.
cut clip
An old
of
soundstage
Chrisean
Zeus
screaming,
used when they wanted to
Ronnie
keep cameras
backing
away.
up, the loud thud,
The
the
CEO
fall,
was already
the
there.
motionless body.
Ronnie was already
One
inside.
detective allegedly
2
whispered,
security guards stood
"This isn't
outside,
an
pretending they
accident."
weren't shaking.
Those words spread
Chrisean
through the
walked
building
past them like she
faster
didn't
than
see their
wildfire.
existence.
People were shaking.
burst into the building.
Executives were calling
The
lawyers.
door slammed against the
producers
wall.
were pulling up past
And
incidents
witnesses say the
involving
moment she saw
Chrisean,
Ronnie,
trying to
something
figure out
inside
just
her
how deep
snapped
this
so
hole
violently
went.
it felt like an
One
explosion.
editor claimed, "We always
Voices
knew
were
Chrisean
raised.
brought drama,
Objects
but this,
were thrown.
this is something else
Someone
entirely."
screamed.
But the
Someone
craziest
begged.
part began
Someone
when police
threatened.
asked the question nobody at Zeus wanted
And in the
to hear.
chaos,
Who
Ronny
edited
Doe
this clip?
ended up on the floor.
Because the video
breathing
had
shallow,
cuts,
barely
not just
conscious,
glitches, not
bleeding.
just corruptions. deliberate
CEO
cuts.
panicked. The
Timestamps
guards
that
froze.
jumped. Frames
Chrisean
missing
looked
in
like
between
she was in
movements.
another dimension.
Someone had touched the footage.
And this is
Someone
where the
had tampered
entire
with
story
evidence.
takes its darkest
And according
turn.
to two staff members,
Because according
the
to a
CEO
source who was
nearly
there that
collapsed
night,
when detectives said,
Ronny tried to
footage
speak,
like this gets
the
professionally
CEO
altered,
stepped
not
forward and
accidentally
said,
damaged.
"Do
It
not
wasn't just a
say
missing
another
worker
word."
anymore. It wasn't just a violent
It wasn't
fight.
an order to Ronny.
It wasn't just a rumor.
It was an
It
order
was a
to everyone
potential
else.
cover-up. Everything
And that
took
is
a
why,
left turn that
minutes
nobody
later,
expected.
the CEO made
Hours
the
later,
911 call.
A whistleblower from Ronnie's
Why he
side
told
contacted
operators
police
Chrisean
and
lost
claimed
control.
they had the original version
Why
of
he
the
made
video,
himself sound like a
the one
terrified
before
witness
someone
instead of a
cleaned it up.
participant.
Detectives
Why he
immediately
mentioned
demanded
blood,
they turn it in,
and she
but before
killed
they
him,
did,
even before
a
medics
leak
arrived.
surfaced. A grainy
Because the
screenshot
CEO wasn't
from the
panicking
original
about
clip,
Ronnie's body.
not the edited Zeus
He was
version,
panicking about the
not
truth
the
Ronny
watered
was
down
about to
one the CEO
expose.
handed over.
And
This
that
one
is
was
why one
horrifying.
woman, the
Ronny
same
wasn't
woman
just
who
backing
shouted on the
away,
live
he was
stream,
bleeding.
"I saw
His
what
hand was
really
covering his
happened,"
face.
is now the
Chrisean
biggest
wasn't
threat
just
to
screaming.
Zeus.
She was
Because
holding
she knows.
something.
Chrisean
It wasn't
wasn't
clear
the only
what.
one in that
A
warehouse.
bottle, a phone,
Chrisean wasn't
a
the
metal
only one
object,
who touched Ronny.
But in the edited
Chrisean
Zeus
wasn't the
version,
only one who
that
panicked.
object was
The
completely
CEO
missing.
wasn't an
The
innocent
internet
caller.
erupted the second
He wasn't
the
a
screenshot
concerned
spread.
observer.
Reddit
He was
threads
covering
hit
something
hundreds
up,
of pages.
something he
Twitter
thought the
turned
police
into a
would
war
never
zone of
uncover.
accusations.
Something
People
he
were
thought Ronny
questioning
would
why
take to the
Zeus cut the
grave.
clip,
Something so
why the
dangerous
object
that he was willing to
disappeared,
throw Chrisean
why
under
the
the bus
CEO
before it
waited
surfaced.
months to call the
What
police,
Zeus didn't expect
why Ronnie's
was that
missing person
one
report
eyewitness,
never went public.
the terrified woman
And then
who stepped
an
out of the
anonymous
shadows,
poster dropped a
would
chilling
risk
message.
everything to
The
reveal
object
the
didn't
real
fall.
truth.
It didn't break.
The
It was
eyewitness
removed.
didn't mean to be there that night.
Nobody knew if the message
She
was
didn't
fake.
plan to witness
Nobody
a
knew if
meltdown.
it was bait. But
She
everyone
didn't plan
knew
to
what
watch
it implied.
Chrisean rock storm
Someone
into a
covered up
warehouse
a
like a
potential
hurricane
weapon.
sent by God
And if
himself.
Zeus edited the clip
She didn't
before
plan to see
police saw
Ronny
it,
Doe bleeding on the
that means
floor while
whoever
the
did
Zeus
it could be
CEO
charged
paced
with
back and
tampering.
forth like he was
This is
deciding
where the
whether to
twist
save
hits
a
harder
man
than anything before.
or save himself.
While detectives were digging into
She was
the video,
just a
they
makeup
started
artist,
pulling phone
a
records,
background staffer,
messages,
a nobody in the
GPS
Zeus
data,
hierarchy.
call logs.
And that is why
And the
she
first
became
thing
the
they
most
noticed,
dangerous person
Ronnie's
in the entire
last known
investigation.
phone ping wasn't at the Zeus
Because she
warehouse.
saw
It was
everything.
2 miles away,
Not filtered,
near a riverbank,
not edited,
at
not
3:17
managed by
a.m.
producers,
Less
not
than
shaped
2
by the
hours after the
CEO's
fight.
version of events.
But guess whose phone
She
pinged in
saw
that
the
same
raw
area at
truth.
the same time?
And it was
Chrisean's.
nothing like the story
The internet
CEO
exploded
told the
when this
police.
detail surfaced.
Hours
One
after the
anonymous
911
staff
call
member
leaked,
leaked the
the
info
eyewitness
to a blogger
contacted a
known for
blogger,
exposing industry
voice
secrets.
trembling,
They found
whispering
overlapping
like she was
pings,
speaking from a closet.
Same night, same
Her
hour,
first words?
same location.
He
They're not
lied.
saying she did
He
anything.
lied to everyone.
But they are saying she didn't tell
Chrisean
the
didn't
truth about
kill
that
Ronny.
night. That revelation
She
sent
wasn't even the
everything
one who hit him
spiraling.
first.
Chrisean went online
That
acting
sentence
normal,
detonated
posting
across the
random
internet like a
chaotic
bomb.
stuff like nothing was happening.
People freaked out.
But the problem was the internet
What do you
wasn't
mean she
buying
didn't
it
hit him
anymore. They
first?
weren't entertained.
Who did?
They weren't distracted.
The
They were
CEO
investigating.
lied?
Meanwhile,
What really
police
happened?
were doing the one thing nobody
The
saw
eyewitness
coming.
took a shaky breath.
They started interviewing
and then she
everyone
told the
Chrisean
story that
fought
flipped
with,
the entire
screamed at,
case upside
or
down.
threatened on
According
Zeus
to her,
sets.
when Chrisean
They
burst
pulled
into the
security
warehouse
logs,
that night,
they reviewed archive
Ronny wasn't
footage.
standing, wasn't
They
yelling,
questioned producers.
wasn't even
They
threatening
even
her.
asked editors.
He was
Has
on the
she
ground,
ever injured someone
already
before?
bleeding,
Has she
already
ever struck
injured,
crew members?
already fading.
Has she ever escalated
Chrisean
a fight
didn't
to
walk
a
into a
dangerous
fight.
level? And
She
the
walked
answer's
into a crime
devastating.
scene. The
One
eyewitness
editor
said,
allegedly told police
Chrisean
she threw
screamed
a chair
because
at
she
a
couldn't
cameraman.
understand why Ronny
They
was
cut
like
it out
that.
of the episode.
She didn't attack him.
A producer
She
claimed
didn't lay a hand on
she
him
swung
until
at a sound
after he
guy
tried to
once,
speak.
broke his equipment.
Tried
Another
to speak.
insider said
That
she has
phrase
outbursts
haunted viewers.
that don't make it on the show.
Because
We
in the
delete that
CEO's
footage.
911 call, he claimed
Suddenly, the
Chrisean
cops
was
had
the
a full
aggressor.
behavioral pattern.
But according to the
violent,
eyewitness,
reactive, impulsive,
Ronny wasn't afraid of
unpredictable.
Chrisean.
It was
He was
exactly what
terrified
they
of the
needed to
CEO.
justify digging deeper.
The eyewitness
But here's
revealed
where
a
the first
secret
twist
so
explodes.
dark, so
Police
messy,
weren't just looking for
so
what happened to
explosive
Ronny.
that Zeus
They were
Network
looking
tried to
for
shut
where
her down
Hacho
within
deleted
hours.
the original footage.
Ronny and the CEO
why.
had been arguing
and this
before
is where everything
Chrisean arrived.
flips. Because when
Arguing
detectives
about the
subpoenaed
tape,
the Zeus database
the footage
to trace
Ronny
who
claimed
accessed
he
the
had,
footage on the night of
the
the
footage
incident,
that could destroy
it
multiple
wasn't a
people,
random staff member.
not just
It wasn't wasn't a
Chrisean.
low-tier editor.
The footage Ronny
It wasn't
threatened
an
to leak if they
assistant.
didn't
It
pay
was
him.
someone higher.
But here's
Higher
the
than
twist.
production.
Ronny
Higher
wasn't
than
bluffing.
editing.
He
higher
wasn't
than
lying.
security.
He wasn't
It
exaggerating.
was someone with full access.
He really had footage.
Someone who shouldn't have touched
Footage
the
the
footage at
CEO
all.
thought had been deleted.
Someone who had everything
Footage
to lose.
from a backstage fight
the system
months
logs
ago.
allegedly show
A fight the
the
network
Zeus
buried,
CEO
edited, and
the
manipulated
video
to protect
himself.
their star and
He
their
wasn't
brand.
just calling police.
But Ronny
He
saved
wasn't
a
just
copy.
reacting. He wasn't
And
just
the
protecting
CEO
the
knew.
network. He'd been
According to
involved
the
from day
eyewitness,
one.
the
This wasn't
CEO
panic,
grabbed
this
Ronny
was
by the
guilt.
shirt and said,
This was cover-up behavior.
"You don't know who you're messing with.
And the internet
That
lost
tape
its
is
mind
gone.
when this
Stop
leaked.
playing games."
If the CEO
Ronny,
tampered
weak
with
but
evidence,
defiant, whispered,
why? What
"I
did
have
he hide?
backups.
What did
If
he
anything
remove?
happens to me,
Why did he protect Chrisean?
They go live."
And most importantly,
That was the moment
what
the
really
eyewitness
happened
saw
to
the
Ronny
CEO
that night?
snap.
Because the police
didn't
now
shove
believe
Ronny
the edited
lightly.
clip isn't the
He didn't
story,
push him
it's
away.
the smoke from
He
something
didn't act
much
scared.
bigger burning
He attacked
underneath,
him.
and the truth.
A full-body shove
It's
that
darker,
sent Ronny
it's deeper,
crashing into a metal
it's more
crate.
dangerous than anyone
The
imagined.
sound so loud the eyewitness
The
flinched
second the
hours later
detectives
when she
discovered the
retold the
CEO
story.
himself had allegedly
Ronny hit the
tampered with
ground,
the video,
hard,
everything
and didn't
escalated
get
into
back
a
up.
level of chaos nobody at
eyewitness said
Zeus, not even the
he
ones
wasn't
used to
moving right
Chrisean's
after that.
meltdowns,
He was
had ever
breathing,
experienced
but
before.
it was shallow.
The building
looked
wasn't buzzing
confused,
anymore.
like the world
it
was
was
spinning.
suffocating. People were
And that
whispering
is when
like they were
Chrisean
afraid
walked
the
in.
walls had ears.
She saw Ronny
Phones
crumpled
were
on the
being
floor.
turned off. Staff
She saw
members were
blood she
sneaking
didn't
out
understand.
early.
She saw the
HR
CEO's
started
hands
working
shaking,
from home.
but not
And the
from
CEO,
fear, from adrenaline,
he
from
vanished
rage,
into his
from
office
guilt,
and locked the door
from the
behind him.
realization that he had
Because
just
once
crossed a
police
line
realized
he
he
couldn't
touched
uncross.
the footage, the
Chrisean
entire
screamed,
investigation
"What
shifted
happened?
direction.
What did you do?"
This was no longer about
The
a
eyewitness
fight gone
swears
wrong.
the CEO
This
responded,
wasn't even about Ronny's
"You did
disappearance
this.
anymore.
You.
This
It's
had
your
officially
mess."
turned into a case about
And he
cover-ups,
stepped back from Ronny
destroyed
like he wanted to
evidence,
paint
and
himself out of
intent.
the picture.
The detectives reportedly
Chrisean dropped
returned
to her
with a
knees
warrant,
beside Ronny.
one that allowed them to seize
"Talk to me,
every
Ronny,
shred
talk."
of digital footage from the night
And
of
Ronny
the incident,
actually tried.
every camera feed,
He grabbed
every
Chrisean's
backup
wrist.
file,
His
every
fingers
server
smeared
log.
weak red streaks
Zeus
across
had
her
no
skin.
choice. They had
His
to hand
chest
over
rose
everything,
sharply, then fell.
and that's when the real
whispered
horror
something.
started.
The
Because the
eyewitness
original
couldn't
footage,
hear it clearly,
the one Ronny's family
but she
claimed
caught
existed,
one word.
wasn't just longer.
Footage.
It showed something absolutely
And suddenly
chilling.
Chrisean understood.
A leaked description
Everything
from a tech
aligned.
analyst who claims they saw the
Everything
raw
snapped
video
into
said.
place.
The edited version
Everything
Zeus
she'd been
gave
told
the
by
cops
producers.
cut out the part where
Everything
Ronny
she'd been
tried to
promised
run.
by Zeus.
He tried
Everything
to
she'd
escape.
been denied or
he tried to
threatened
leave
with.
the confrontation. He tried to
It
get
all made
away from
sense.
Chrisean.
Ronny wasn't her
And
enemy.
she allegedly
He was
followed
trying
him.
to warn her.
This wasn't a one-sided
And she
moment.
turned to the
This wasn't a
CEO with the
slip.
kind of rage
This
that
wasn't
doesn't
an
come from
accident.
anger.
This was a chase.
It comes from betrayal.
The analyst claims the video
You
shows
set
Ronny
me up.
stumbling, limping, terrified.
She lunged at him.
His hands out,
Security
pleading
stepped
for
in.
space.
Chairs
and
toppled.
Chrisean
A
closing
shelf
the gap
crashed to
between
the
them in a
floor.
rage.
Someone screamed,
The description
"Stop!"
alone sent the
Someone
internet
yelled,
into a
"Get
frenzy
her off him!"
once it leaked.
Someone else shouted,
He was trying to get
"This
away
is going
from her.
too far."
This changes everything.
But here's the twist. The
Why did
major
Zeus hide
twist
that
that
part?
destroyed the CEO's
She
entire
wasn't defending
911
herself.
narrative.
She was attacking
The
him.
eyewitness said,
The CEO's
She never
silence
touched
became
him.
suspicious.
The guards held her
Producer's
back the whole
silence
time.
became suspicious.
she didn't lay a finger
The
on
entire
Ronny.
network's silence
Meaning,
became suspicious.
Chrisean didn't
And
kill
then
him.
something even
She
worse
didn't hit
happened.
him.
One
She
of the
didn't
security
cause
guards
his
came
injuries.
forward anonymously.
She wasn't
he said that the
responsible
night
for the
Ronny
blood.
disappeared, he
She
saw
didn't collapse
Chrisean
his
leave
body.
the building with
The
her hair
CEO
wet,
did.
her shirt stained,
And then blamed
her
her
hands
to
shaking.
save himself.
She wasn't alone.
But the first
she was
real
dragging
twist
something
comes
heavy
next.
inside a large black bag
Because after Ronny
that she
whispered
refused
that
to let
final
anyone
word,
touch. The guard
footage,
claims he offered to help,
he
and she
didn't
snapped,
die immediately.
"Back up! It's mine."
He didn't take his last
That
breath
detail
on the floor.
exploded across social media.
He reached into his pocket,
People were already speculating.
pulled out a small
now they were
black
terrified.
USB,
But the most
and
chilling
pressed it
part
into Chrisean's
wasn't the
hand.
bag. It was what happened
The eyewitness
next.
said,
The guard said Chrisean
He
didn't
looked
walk
her
to her
dead
car.
in
She
the
walked to a
eyes,
dumpster behind the building.
like he was trying to tell her
opened the
something
lid,
urgent,
and shoved the bag
something
inside.
important,
When asked why he never
something that
reported
could
it,
keep her alive.
he said, "We were told
And
not to
that
question her,
USB,
ever."
the CEO
The dots
saw
were
it,
connecting in
and
horrifying
that is when
ways.
he completely lost it.
Ronny disappears.
He
Chrisean
screamed,
is seen dragging
"Get
a
it
heavy
from
bag.
her! Get it from
the
her
CEO
now!"
edits footage.
Chrisean
The
clutched
police
it tighter.
find GPS overlaps.
Security tried to grab
The
her.
original footage
She
shows
fought
a chase.
like a wild
A
animal
missing
trapped
person
in a cage.
report is filed
Ronny
quietly.
collapsed again.
A dumpster
This
is
time
involved,
not moving at
and
all.
the CEO calls
And in
police.
the chaos,
Months later,
the eyewitness
terrified.
escaped behind a prop wall.
People started asking
She
the
hid,
question everyone was
shaking,
afraid to say out
terrified,
loud. Did
holding
something
her phone,
happen that night?
recording audio without
Something
meaning
irreversible?
to. And that audio,
But the story wasn't
leaked
done
hours later.
twisting.
in it
Detectives
you can hear
reportedly pulled the
Chrisean
dumpster
screaming,
surveillance
"You
footage.
set me up."
And what they saw
Security
wasn't just a
scrambling.
bag.
The CEO
it was
yelling,
Chrisean returning
"If
to
that
the dumpster
USB
twice.
gets out, we're all
The
dead.
second time, she brought bleach.
Someone crying.
A bottle of
Call
cleaner
911,
and a stack
call
of
now.
towels. She cleaned
But the
the
first
area,
major
she wiped
twist
the
is
lid.
this.
She wiped the
The
sides.
CEO didn't call
She wiped
911
her
because he was
tracks.
scared for Ronnie.
All of this allegedly
He
caught
called
on
911
camera.
because he was
When
scared
that
of what
leak
Ronnie
hit
handed
Twitter,
Chrisean.
the internet had a meltdown.
Scared that the footage would leak.
She cleaned the dumpster.
Scared the truth would come
This ain't
out.
no fight. This
Scared
is
the
cover-up
world would
behavior.
see what really happened.
What was in the bag?
But here's
OMG.
the twist that breaks the
The
entire
CEO
narrative.
had to know.
When
This
police
is why he
arrived,
panicked.
the
But the
USB
detectives
was
weren't
gone.
done. They traced the
Chrisean
garbage
didn't have
pickup
it.
route from
The
that exact
CEO didn't have
dumpster.
it. Security
what they
didn't
found
have
at the waste
Ronny
facility.
didn't have it.
They won't say
It vanished.
publicly.
And now,
But a worker leaked one detail.
there's only one
They
question
found
the
something
internet is
wrapped in
screaming.
fabric with
Who
a
took
blood-like
it?
smell.
And what's on it?
They won't tell us what
the
it
USB
is.
didn't just vanish.
That detail
it didn't
alone
fall.
nearly shut
it
the
didn't
internet
get lost.
down.
It
Meanwhile,
didn't slip
one
out
of
of someone's
Ronnie's family
hand.
members posted
It
a
was
heart-wrenching
taken.
message.
And whoever
we
took
told
it
them
knew
he didn't
exactly
just
what they were
disappear.
doing.
We told
Because the
them
moment the
something
police
happened.
arrived, the
We told
warehouse
them
went from a
someone knew the
crime
truth.
scene to a stage
Comments
play.
flooded in.
The
Chrisean
CEO
did
was suddenly
something.
hysterical.
She knows more
Security
than she's saying.
played dumb.
Zeus covered
Producers
it up.
pretended they had no
They
idea who
protected
Ronny
her
even
while burying
was.
the truth.
Everyone acted
then,
confused,
like a
panicked,
final twist
traumatized,
that nobody was
like they were
mentally
all
prepared
innocent
for.
bystanders.
A new whistleblower
But someone
showed
wasn't
up.
acting.
This one was different.
Chrisean.
This one wasn't
She was
anonymous.
shaking,
This
breathing
wasn't a
hard.
random staff member.
Eyes locked on
This
the
was
floor
a former
where Ronny
Zeus
had
producer
collapsed.
who had been fired
Hands
months earlier
trembling, still
after
stained
clashing
with
with
his blood.
executives.
But not
And they
because
dropped
she
the
hurt
darkest
him,
bomb yet, they
because
said.
of what he gave her.
Chrisean wasn't the only
What he
one involved
whispered.
that night. Someone helped
What he
her.
tried to warn her about.
The internet
And because
froze.
she knew the USB
Everyone
was gone.
expected the producer to name
And whoever
someone.
took it had the
A
power
friend,
to
a
destroy
relative,
her completely.
another cast member.
Police
But the
swarmed
truth was
scene.
far worse. They
An
said
officer pulled the CEO
it was someone
aside.
from Zeus. Someone
Another
high
officer
up.
questioned Chrisean.
Someone who wanted Ronny
She kept
gone.
saying the same words
the comments
over
turned
and
into
over.
chaos.
He
Who?
wasn't dead when I got here.
Name them.
He wasn't
Drop the
dead when I
receipts.
got here.
And the producer
I didn't
ended
do
their
this.
post with,
But
I have
the
the
CEO
messages,
cut
the
in,
calls,
yelling,
the plan.
"Don't listen to
If
her,"
Zeus
and she
doesn't tell the
snapped.
truth,
She lost
I
control.
will.
She killed him.
The entire world
And
is
that
now
was the
staring
first
at
sign
Zeus,
something was
at
very wrong.
Chrisean, at
Because
the
people who are
CEO,
innocent don't
at the
usually
footage,
scream over the
at
victim's last
dumpster
words.
Video, at
They
the
don't
phone
panic
logs,
about narratives.
At the missing bag.
They don't spin stories
and
mid-chaos.
every unanswered
They
question
try to save a
points to the
life.
same terrifying
The
possibility.
CEO didn't.
This
He tried to
wasn't a
save
fight.
himself.
This wasn't an accident.
But then,
this
the
wasn't
moment
a meltdown.
that changed everything.
This was something else entirely.
One officer kneeled
and the
beside
people
Ronnie's
who know
body,
the truth are
checked
running
the
out
pulse,
of time to hide
and
it.
said,
The moment
still
the
alive.
leak spiraled
Get
from
medics in
fight
here
gone
now.
wrong to
The
possible
CEO
cover-up,
froze.
the entire
Chrisean
online
gasped.
world detonated.
Security looked like they got
There
hit with
wasn't
a brick.
single platform,
Because
a
Ronny
single
Doe,
timeline,
the man the
a
CEO
single
claimed
comment
Chrisean
section
killed,
that wasn't drowning in
was still
theories,
breathing.
fear,
Barely.
outrage, and pure
Weakly.
shock. This
But
wasn't
alive.
gossip anymore.
And that
This
was the
wasn't
first crack in
Zeus-level
the CEO's
messiness.
entire story.
This was a full-blown
He tried to
scandal
explain it
gripping
away.
every corner of the internet,
I mean,
and the reactions
she
were
hurt
louder,
him. She
harsher,
beat him up.
and
I
more
thought
divided
he
than
wasn't
anything
moving. I thought
Chrisean Rock has ever
the
been
officer
involved
cut him
in.
off. We'll
Twitter
determine
turned
that.
into a live
Stay
crime
where you
scene.
are.
People weren't joking.
But here's where the
They weren't
story
making
gets
memes.
even darker.
They were dissecting
As Ronny
every
was
second
rushed
of
into
the
the
leaked
ambulance,
descriptions like
weak,
detectives.
conscious for a split
Tweets
second,
went viral
he
instantly.
reached upward and mumbled
Why
something.
was she at the dumpster twice?
The eyewitness later
Bleach,
said she heard
towels?
one word.
Come on now.
Phone.
That CEO ain't
but his
innocent
phone
either.
wasn't on him.
If a bag was involved,
It
someone
wasn't
needs
on the
to
floor.
open that landfill
It wasn't
today.
in his pockets.
And the
It wasn't
hashtags,
anywhere in the
you know,
warehouse.
They were brutal.
It was gone.
Cameron, justice
Just
for
like
Ronny,
the USB.
Yukchen Zeus,
And that's when
cover
everything
up.
snapped into place.
Yukchen arrest, Chrisean,
Ronny didn't just have
Yukchen,
footage. He
where
didn't just have a
is
USB.
Ronny?
He didn't just have backups.
Expose Zeus.
He had a phone full of
Every
evidence.
hour, a new
But
theory
both items
surfaced,
disappeared
each
the
one
moment police
darker than
arrived.
the last.
And now,
TikTok
the
took
world
it to
had two
another
questions.
level. Creators slowed
took
down
the
the leaked
USB?
security screenshot,
Who took Ronny's
zoomed in
phone?
on Ronnie's
The
terrified
answer came
expression,
14 hours
and drew
later,
arrows
when the
pointing
missing
to every
USB
detail.
resurfaced online.
Others reenacted the possible
Not the actual
timeline
device,
hour by
not
hour,
the physical drive,
adding ominous
but a
music
screenshot,
and red
a
circles
grainy
on maps,
photo,
showing
a
the
computer
overlapping
desktop,
GPS
a
pings.
USB plugged into a
One
laptop,
TikToker said,
and a folder
if her
open
phone
titled,
and his phone
Zeus
ping
Truth,
near a riverbank
do
at
not
3
delete.
a.m., that ain't
The image was
coincidence.
posted anonymously.
Another one whispered
blurred
into the
out.
mic. And y'all
Low
ain't
resolution,
questioning the bag?
no username,
Millions
no
watch
caption,
these videos,
just the photo,
sharing them faster
and the
than
internet
they could
went
be uploaded.
absolutely feral.
Entire pages were formed
Who
within
has the
hours,
USB?
dedicated to
Someone leak
compiling
it.
every detail
Post
of the case,
footage.
turning
The
the
CEO
situation
is
into
finished.
a massive public
This is a cover-up.
investigation.
And
Instagram
then,
became a
the
war
real
zone
shocker.
of outrage.
a second screenshot
Celebrities
dropped.
who usually
This
stayed out
time
of
clearer.
drama started
The
posting
same
cryptic
USB.
stories.
But
One
now the
reality
folder
star
was
posted,
open.
when someone
Inside
cleans
were
a
5
dumpster with
files.
bleach, that's not something you overlook.
Warehouse footage uncut.
A rapper
The
commented
CEO
under a
threat
gossip
called
page.
Dempy 3.
Something off
Security
with this whole
cam backup
situation.
2.movie.
And Zeus been
Ronny
weird.
Doe confession Dempy 4.
Meanwhile,
the real
people
reason
flooded
Dempy 3.
Chrisean's comments
People
with
lost their
rage.
minds.
Where
the
is
CEO's
Ronny?
name trended worldwide.
Why did you clean the dumpster?
Chrisean trended.
Explain the
Ronny
bag.
trended.
Explain
Zeus
the video
trended.
cuts.
Leak.
Every live she
The
tried to
USB
post was
trended.
overwhelmed with comments
It was
demanding
chaos.
answers.
But
She
chaos
couldn't
turned
say
into
anything
fear
without
when a
people
third
spamming
image
emojis
leaked,
of trash
this time
cans,
showing a paused
bleach
frame
bottles,
from the
and the
footage.
question, what
The
happened that
image
night?
showed
But
Ronny
the biggest
Doe
cracks
stumbling
didn't show
backward,
online.
the
They showed
CEO
inside
grabbing
the
him by the
entertainment
shirt,
industry.
a metal crate
Word
behind
spread
Ronny,
fast that Zeus
a look of
employees
panic
were
on his
quitting,
face.
deleting
The
their LinkedIn
CEO
pages,
wasn't being attacked.
and suddenly going silent.
He wasn't defending himself.
One producer
he
who
was
still
the
worked
aggressor.
there posted a vague tweet
Comments
and
poured
deleted
in.
it seconds later.
The CEO
Some of us
knocked him
can't sleep.
out. Chrissy was
And
set
someone
up.
still managed to
The
screenshot
CEO
it.
lied to the
The reaction
police.
from Hollywood
Arrest
was just as
him,
intense.
not her.
Agents warned their clients
This is
to
attempted
distance themselves
mar.
from Zeus immediately.
But then,
Publicists
the biggest
started
twist of the
blocking
entire
Zeus-related
escalation.
hashtags.
A fourth
One
image
casting
leaked.
director wrote,
It was
"No
the
one will
security
touch them
camera
after
angle.
this if any of it
Not
is
the one
true."
Zeus thought they erased.
Networks whispered
A
that
different
Zeus was
angle.
becoming
An
radioactive.
angle nobody inside the warehouse
Influencers
knew
who filmed
existed.
with Chrisean
The frame
unfollowed
showed.
her. A
The
YouTube
eyewitness.
personality said
The
on a
makeup
live
artist.
stream, "This ain't drama.
Hiding behind
this
a
is
prop wall.
career-ending stuff."
And behind
Someone
her,
covered up something.
The person
but the
who
darkest
took the
reaction
USB,
came
the
from Ronny
silhouette,
Doe's family.
the hoodie, the stance.
A cousin posted,
and the
"Y'all
internet
didn't listen
recognized
when
the
we
figure
said he
instantly.
didn't run away."
It wasn't
An
security.
aunt wrote,
It wasn't a
"Someone
producer.
knows what happened.
It wasn't one
We
of
won't
Chrisean's
stop."
friends. It wasn't someone
then,
random. It was
late that
Blueface's
night,
mother,
A new
Carlissa.
account appeared online.
People screamed,
anonymous,
"Carlissa?
but claiming to be someone
She
very
stole the
close
USB?
to Ronny.
WTF
The account
was
wrote
she
one
doing
chilling
there?
sentence.
She
"You're
watched
not ready
everything.
for what we're about to show."
She wants to
The
destroy
internet
Chrisean.
froze. Nobody scrolled.
protected her son's
Nobody looked
image.
away. And then
But
they
that wasn't
posted,
the twist.
"If
Not
Zeus
even
doesn't
close.
release the real footage
Because
in
a
48
fifth
hours,
screenshot
we
leaked.
will."
The one
People
that shut
lost
the
their
internet
minds.
down completely.
The comments hit millions.
It showed the USB
Everyone
plugged
begged
into a
them
computer.
to drop the video immediately.
Keyboard visible.
But the account
Nails
refused,
visible.
saying, "We're
Tattoo
giving them a
visible.
chance."
And it wasn't
Meanwhile,
Carlissa's.
Zeus staff began
It wasn't
deleting
Chrisean's.
tweets,
It
turning
wasn't
off comments,
Blueface's.
disabling
It belonged to
DMs,
someone else
shutting
entirely.
down their personal pages.
Someone fans
It was too
recognized
late.
instantly.
Screenshots had already
Jaiden
been taken
Alexis.
of everything.
Blueface's ex.
YouTubers went
Chrisean's
live
rival.
nonstop.
The woman
Some
with the
stayed
most
on for
motive
8
to
hours
expose
straight,
Chrisean.
breaking down the
The woman
GPS
with years
timeline,
of bad
the
blood.
dumpster video,
The woman
fight
who has been
audio,
waiting for this
the CEO's suspicious behavior,
The internet
and the sudden
exploded like
silence from
dynamite.
Chrisean. One
Jaiden has
streamer
the
said,
USB?
"Bleach means cleanup.
She leaked the
Cleanup
footage.
means intention.
She's
And
taking
intention
Chrisean
means
down.
This is bigger than any
Zeus is
reality
dead.
show."
This is
Even
war.
ex-Zeus cast members joined
But
the
here
storm.
comes the real
One
shocking
hinted,
reveal.
"They always hit her
The
violent
one
moments.
the eyewitness
Always."
confirmed in a panicked
Another
message
wrote,
hours later.
"There's things they filmed that y'all
Jaiden
never
didn't plan
saw.
to take the USB.
Now ask yourself,
She didn't know
why?"
the warehouse fight would happen.
The internet united in
She didn't
one
know Ronny would
terrifying
die.
realization.
She
This
didn't know the
wasn't just a
CEO
messy
would flip
fight.
out.
This wasn't just
But she
Chrisean
did
being
know one
chaotic
thing.
again. This wasn't even
Someone
just
inside
corruption.
Zeus tipped her
this
off.
was a pattern.
Someone
a
told
chain
her,
of events.
"Something's
a network
going down
making
tonight.
decisions in the dark.
Be ready."
A night that ended with
And
too
that
many
means the real
unanswered
question
questions. A
Why
missing
did
man.
Jaiden leak the images?
A CEO
It's
editing
who
footage,
inside
a
Zeus
dumpster
tipped her
cleaned
off?
in the dead of night,
Who wanted
a
her to
bag
get the
nobody
USB?
can identify,
Who wanted Chrisean
phone
and the
pings in
CEO
the
to
worst
turn on each
possible
other?
location,
Who wanted
and
the network to
whistleblowers
burn?
rising up one by
And
one
the final
because
reveal.
they'd had enough. But the most
The
frightening
eyewitness said she
reaction
heard
of
the
all
CEO
came from the
screaming.
police.
Not
They
at
didn't deny the
Chrisean,
leaks.
not at security,
They didn't dismiss the
not
rumors.
at Ronny.
They didn't
At someone
reassure
on
the
the phone.
public. They
His
simply
exact
released a
words.
statement saying,
Why did
"New
you bring
evidence has
her
been
here?
submitted. We are
Why did you tell
expanding the
her?
investigation."
Do you know what you've
And
done?
that one sentence
you ruined
told
everything.
the world everything.
Someone
believe
powerful
something
inside
happened.
Zeus set this
They
whole
believe
thing in
someone is
motion.
lying.
Someone
And
who
they
wanted the
believe
truth out.
isn't far from
Someone who wanted the
surfacing.
CEO destroyed.
But nobody expected
Someone
the
who
final
wanted
blow.
Chrisean humiliated.
The message that popped up on
Someone
social
who
media
used
at
Ronny's death as an
3:14 a.m.
opportunity.
A
And that
whistleblower
person
from
is
Zeus
still
wrote
inside the
anonymously.
building.
It
Still
wasn't
working.
just her.
Still
Someone helped.
manipulating.
Someone bigger
Still
than
planning
her.
their next move.
Someone with power.
The moment the screenshots
and
dropped,
the internet hasn't
the
slept
USB
since.
folder,
The
warehouse
entire
footage,
internet thought it had
the
already
leaked
seen
frame
the
of the
worst.
CEO grabbing
The dumpster,
Ronny,
the bleach,
the security angle showing
missing
Carlissa,
man,
and finally the
CEO
laptop
editing
image
evidence,
revealing Jaiden
the
Alexis.
GPS overlap near the
The
river
entire
at 3
internet
a.m.
didn't just
The
react.
bag nobody can identify.
It detonated.
People thought there couldn't
Hollywood
possibly
group
be
chats,
anything
on
darker
fire,
left in this
Zeus
story.
producers,
They were
calling
wrong.
lawyers,
Because
YouTubers,
everything up
going
until
live
now,
at 4
the
a.m.,
footage, the
bloggers,
leaks, the
typing
panic,
like their
was
keyboards owed
just
them
the
money.
surface. The
And
real
Instagram?
horror began the moment the
Please.
latest whistleblower
Instagram program
dropped the
practically caught a
sentence
fever
that froze millions
because
of
this
people
wasn't just a
instantly.
scandal.
It wasn't
This
just
wasn't
her.
just a fight.
Nobody breathed.
This wasn't just
Nobody
another Chrisean
scrolled.
versus Jiden
Every
situation.
eye locked on the screen.
This was a
waiting
cover-up,
for the next
a crime
detail.
scene, and a
And then
betrayal war all erupting at the
hammer
same
dropped.
time.
Someone
and for
bigger
once,
than her
the public
was there
had the
that
receipts
night.
before the network
Those
could
words
twist the
detonated
narrative.
across the internet
The
like
first
a bomb
explosion
going
came from
off
Hollywood
inside a room
Unlocked,
full of
posting,
gasoline. Who was bigger
Sources
than
confirm
Chrisean
the
at
leaked
Zeus?
footage is real.
Who had the power to
CEO's
cover up
911
footage?
call is
Who
under
could manipulate
investigation.
evidence,
Police are
silence
seeking
staff,
additional
and
witnesses.
hush entire departments?
Within minutes,
Theories
Zeus
flooded every
Exposed
platform
hit
within
1.2
seconds.
million tweets.
Was it a producer?
Then TMZ
showrunner?
dropped a headline
A
that
Zeus
froze
executive?
everyone's blood.
The CEO?
Police
And then the
reviewing leaked
whistleblower
security
clarified.
footage.
It wasn't an
Timeline
employee.
doesn't match
it was a
CEO's
name.
statement.
A name, a public
Suddenly,
figure.
Zeus wasn't
someone the
controlling
world
the
knows.
story.
Someone who
Law
should have
enforcement
never been
was.
there. People
Wardrobe
went insane.
stylists, background
Live
staff,
streams erupted
editors,
in panic.
people who
YouTubers
never talk
started
publicly,
taking guesses. Some
started
creators
posting
swore
vague
they
messages
knew who
like,
it was,
"Y'all
but
don't
were
know
too
the
scared
half."
to say it.
Many
One
of us
massive
tried to warn
streamer
them.
whispered,
Karma
"This is a
came
career-ending secret,
Everything
a
was
criminal
a
level
lie.
secret.
And then
If
the
they
real
drop the
chaos
name,
began.
It's over."
Hollywood
But the
executives
whistleblower
turned on
wasn't
Zeus.
naming them.
A
Not
producer
yet.
from VH1
Instead, they
tweeted,
dropped a clue.
"We saw this
This
coming.
person arrived
You can't build a
after the
network
fight,
on chaos and
but
expect
before
stability."
Chrisean left with the bag.
A Netflix exec
Meaning this
posted,
mysterious figure wasn't
"Shutting
just
down
randomly
productions
present.
doesn't erase the
They
truth."
were involved in the window
A
between the
former
violence
Zeus employee
and the
risked
alleged
everything
cleanup.
and posted,
A role that changes
"I
everything.
quit because I saw
People
stuff
started
like
digging
this.
instantly.
I'm not
Fans
surprised."
pulled old cast photos,
But nothing,
behind-the-scenes footage, airport
nothing
sightings, leaked
caused
text
more
messages.
panic than the moment a
Everyone
verified
was
entertainment
searching for
lawyer
the one
tweeted,
person who shouldn't have been
"The
near
warehouse
that
footage
warehouse.
suggests criminal
But
liability."
before the internet could
The
figure it
CEO
out,
should be
another
very
leak
worried.
hit, one that felt like a
The
punch
comments
to the
exploded.
gut. A 6-second
"Arrest him.
audio clip, static,
Chrissy is innocent.
footsteps, a shaky
Jaden
voice.
saved the footage.
Not Chrisean,
Ronnie was
not
killed
Ronnie,
by Zeus.
not a staff member.
This is
a deep
insane.
male voice saying, "Move him."
Meanwhile, churches,
Quick.
pastors, and
That
spiritual
was it.
influencers,
6
yes,
seconds.
even they got
But
involved,
those two words
posted
shattered
cryptic
the
lines
entire
like,
narrative.
"Truth
Move
always
him, move
reveals."
who? Move Ronnie's
The
body,
wicked
move
expose
evidence, move the
themselves.
bag. And the
God
voice
is
wasn't
showing who
yelling.
the real snake
He wasn't
is.
panicked. He sounded
It was
calm,
a full cultural collapse.
experienced, like
But
someone
the
who'd
real
done
battle?
this before. That
Social
tone sent
media
chills through
influencers,
every listener.
especially the ones
People
who
began
built
to
their
compare
brand
the
on
voice to
Chrisean
public
versus
figures.
Jaden drama.
Some said it
Started
sounded like a
choosing
Zeus
sides.
executive.
One
Others
huge
said it sounded
TikToker
like
said,
someone who'd worked
"If
on
Jaden
multiple
leaked
sets.
that USB,
A few
she
theorized
saved
it belonged
Chrisean's
to a
life.
well-known reality
Y'all can
star.
hate her, but
Then
facts
Reddit exploded
are
with the
facts."
most horrifying thread
Another
yet.
posted,
There was
"Chrisean
a
always
second
gets
vehicle
blamed for
seen
everything,
leaving the alley that
but
night.
this time the
The
receipts show the
whistleblower came
CEO
back
is
hours
the
later
demon."
to confirm it.
A third
Yes,
responded,
2 cars left.
"So we're all
not
ignoring
one.
that Carlissa
And
was
only
hiding
one
behind
belonged
the wall?"
to Chrisean. The
Hello?
other car
It was
registered to
pandemonium.
someone connected to Zeus.
But then
someone with influence.
Blueface chimed
someone
in
who could silence staff.
from jail,
Someone who had the power
from
to
whatever
edit
mysterious,
episodes,
echoing
pull footage,
concrete
and
bunker
shut
he's
down
locked
internal
in.
discussions.
He got access to someone's
The
phone
internet
and posted a
spiraled
voice
into
note
pure
that immediately
chaos.
went viral.
Creators were up all night.
All I'm going to
connecting
say
dots.
is,
People
I've been
were
trying to tell
screaming
y'all
in
Zeus
comments.
is evil.
Name
They
him.
set her up. They
Drop
set
the
me
receipts.
up. Y'all late.
Stop playing and expose
The
him.
internet screamed,
But the whistleblower remained
"Blueface
careful.
was right."
I'll release the name
Blueface
of Zeus
defending
denies knowing
Chrisean?
about the second vehicle.
Blueface and
It was
Jaden working
blackmail.
together?
It was a threat.
But
it
even
was the
that
beginning
wasn't
of a
the
war.
peak. Because while
And then
everyone was pointing
the police
fingers,
made an
crying in their
unexpected
cars,
move.
making
They released a
breakdowns,
statement at
and demanding
9:42 a.m.
warrants,
We are now investigating
Jaden Alexis
multiple
posted a
individuals.
video,
More
black
details
screen.
soon.
Silence at
Multiple,
first,
not one,
then her voice,
not just Chrisean.
calm, icy, surgical.
Multiple.
I didn't
Meaning
steal
the police
anything.
already
I didn't
know
break
someone
in.
else
I didn't
was
sneak
there.
around.
Meaning the whistleblower
pause.
wasn't lying.
I was
Meaning the
invited.
second audio clip
The
was
world
real.
froze.
Meaning the edited
Comments
footage
flooded in
wasn't
like a
clipped
dam
by
burst.
accident.
Invited
Meaning this
by
is
who?
bigger than Chrisean
What does
Rock.
she mean?
Bigger than Zeus.
Who let Jaden
Maybe even
in?
bigger than entertainment itself.
Someone inside Zeus set this up.
But the
Jaden
darkest
continued.
moment came from Ronnie's
You want to know how I
family.
ended up with that
They
USB?
posted a photo.
Because someone
Never
at
before
Zeus wanted
seen
me to
footage
have
of
it.
Ronnie just
Someone
days
who's been
before he
protecting the wrong
disappeared.
people for too long.
He looked happy,
Another
alive,
pause.
full of energy.
And I'm not
The
scared of
caption
any
read,
of them.
We're ready to say
She
his
clicked
name.
something.
Now we want
The video
them
cut to a
say
blurred
theirs.
screenshot. Text
That
messages
post
between
alone
her and an
bulldozed the
unknown
internet.
Zeus insider.
Suddenly, everyone felt
One
it.
message from the
The
insider said,
heaviness, the fear,
"Come
the
tonight.
realization
Bring
that
your
someone
laptop.
very
Trust me.
powerful had a hand
Chrisean won't
in
be the one
events of
going
that
down."
night. And the whistleblower's
public
final
lost its
message
mind.
before going silent.
Blogs blew up.
You want the truth?
Podcast hosts jumped
It's
out
coming.
of bed.
And once the name
YouTubers
drops,
put their wigs on wrong
nothing
trying
will
to
ever
go
be the
live.
same. The world
Everyone
is
was
holding its
screaming the
breath.
same thing.
Zeus is in in hiding.
Who inside
Chrisean
Zeus
is
sent her
pretending
that
nothing
text?
is wrong. Police are circling.
They set the CEO up?
Whistleblowers are loading their
This was an
receipts.
inside job.
And the name
Someone wanted the
is
network
hanging
to
over
fall.
the entire industry like a guillotine.
Someone is sabotaging
Before you
everything.
scroll away, before the internet
But
moves
Jaden
on to the
wasn't
next
finished.
shock, before
The final
Zeus tries
seconds
to
of her
bury
video,
his story,
the
or
part that sent
Chrisean
shivers
distracts
down
everyone
everyone's
with
spine,
a live meltdown.
showed her
You
holding
need
the
to
USB.
understand one thing. This
in her
situation
hand,
is not over.
close to her chest.
In fact, this
She
is the
whispered,
calm before the biggest explosion
I know
yet.
what's on here.
Because the name,
I know
the powerful
truth.
figure who
And
was
if
allegedly
anything
there
happens
that
to
night,
me,
the person who was
she
caught on
smirked.
audio saying, move him,
The footage
the
uploads
person the
automatically.
whistleblower is threatening to expose,
The screen cut to black.
has still not been
Silence.
revealed. And the
Then her
only
final
reason it
message
hasn't dropped
appeared.
yet?
Time to
Because
expose
Zeus hasn't
who
denied
really
the
runs
second
Zeus.
vehicle. Because the
The
CEO
moment Jiden
hasn't
Alexis
spoken.
said,
Because someone
time
inside
to
that
expose
building
who
knows
really
the
runs
truth.
Zeus.
And they're trying to keep
Every
the world
person
quiet
inside
just
that
long
network
enough
felt
to
a
clean up the
chill
mess.
shoot up their spine.
But the internet isn't
Because
quiet.
she wasn't
You aren't
bluffing.
quiet.
Her
And now,
confidence
more
wasn't
than ever, your
performance.
voice matters.
Her threat
So let me
wasn't
ask
empty.
you,
She
what
had
do
the
you
USB.
think is
She
in
had
that
the
missing
texts.
part of the footage?
She had the footage.
Was Ronny
She had
alive
the
when
proof.
the second person arrived?
But most importantly,
was the bag
she had
meant to
protection.
hide evidence?
And
was
that
the
was the
CEO
detail
protecting
nobody caught at
Chrisean
first.
or protecting
See,
himself?
when Jiden posted that
Whose
black
voice do
screen
you think
confession,
said,
the
"Move
internet
him"?
focused on the USB.
Do you think it was a Zeus
They
executive,
focused on the blurred messages.
a showrunner, a
They
cast
focused on
member,
her saying she
or
didn't
someone even
steal
more
anything.
influential,
But
someone
they
with the
missed
power to
biggest
bury
clue.
the truth?
The
And
reflection
why
in the
was the
corner of
dumpster
her screen.
cleaned twice?
A silhouette.
Why was bleach involved?
Standing behind her.
Why did the CEO
watching,
touch the footage?
Guarding. Shoulders
Why
square.
did the police suddenly
arms
switch
crossed,
to investigating
not
multiple
Blueface,
suspects?
Not Carlissa.
Tell me
not
what
a
you
friend,
think happened that
not
night.
some random
Because
man,
until the truth comes
someone
out,
with real
the
power,
internet is the only
someone
place
whose
holding these
presence
people
meant
accountable.
danger.
If you want to stay ahead
Someone
of
who
this
wasn't
story,
supposed to be
if you
anywhere
want to be
near
the first
Jiden.
to know when that
But
name
before the
finally
internet
drops,
could decode the reflection,
if you want every
the real
update,
twist
every
hit.
leak, every
The Zeus
whistleblower
insider
message
leaked
in
their
real
identity.
time,
Not
hit
by
like,
accident,
drop a comment,
not by mistake,
and subscribe right now.
on purpose.
Turn on
The leak
notifications
came in the
because when the
form of a
next piece of
voicemail
this
that
puzzle
surfaced
falls,
online.
when the
A
whistleblower
voicemail
drops
the
the name,
insider left for
the entire
Jiden 3
entertainment
hours
world is
before the
going to
warehouse
shake. Stay
incident.
alert. Stay locked
In the voice note,
because the
a
next
stressed
update
voice
could end
whispers,
careers, take down a network,
Listen to me
and
carefully.
expose the truth
I
behind
can't
what
say this
really
twice.
happened to Ronny
The
Doe.
CEO is planning something tonight. He's covering his own tracks. Go to the warehouse, record everything, and when it's done, take the USB. You'll know which one. The public went ballistic. Who is that? Why do they sound scared? The CEO was planning this? The insider knew Ronny would be there? But then, the twist nobody saw coming. A forensic audio analyst enhanced the voicemail and
From the
confirmed
second
the voice
first
belonged
whisper
to
leaked out of the Zeus
the head of
network
post-production
office,
at
the
Zeus,
entertainment world froze.
the same person
People
responsible
thought
for
it was a
editing
rumor,
footage,
a
the
misunderstanding,
same person who
maybe
decides
even
what
a
goes
twisted
on air,
publicity stunt.
the same
Until the
person who handles
confirmation
backups,
hit like a nuclear
deletes
bomb.
scenes,
The
rewrites
CEO
narratives,
of Zeus
and
himself
buries
had
incriminating
allegedly
clips.
called the police
The internet
on
exploded.
Chrisean Rock, and the
The
reason,
editor set this up?
something so dark, so
The head of
explosive,
Post betrayed the
so
CEO?
unbelievable that even longtime
They
fans
wanted
of
Jiden to have the
Chrisean,
footage?
the ones who defend
Why
her
would
through
they do
everything,
that?
are backing away
But the
in
motive
shock.
was
Because
darker
according
than
to
anyone
internal
expected.
sources, this wasn't about
A
a
new
fight.
leak surfaced.
This wasn't about
a text
money.
exchange between the
This wasn't
insider
about
and another
contracts.
staff member.
This was about Ronny
I'm
Doe.
tired of protecting
about
him.
what allegedly happened to
He
him.
crossed the line.
About new evidence.
He thinks he
about
can do
fingerprints,
anything to talent.
video leaks, and a
We all
timeline
saw
that
what
doesn't
happened to
make sense
RD.
anymore. And
He
the
won't get
craziest
away with
part?
this one.
Insiders say
The
the Zeus
initials
CEO
RD
didn't just make
hit the
call
world
out of
like a
caution.
sledgehammer.
He made it out of fear.
RD
Real
da
fear.
Ronny Doe.
Fear that the network
Meaning,
could be dragged
the
into the
CEO
biggest
didn't just
criminal
attack Ronny in the
investigation
warehouse.
the industry has seen
He had been
in
targeting
years.
him for months.
Fear that the truth about
threatening him,
Ronnie's final
silencing
hours
him,
might lead
punishing
straight
him
back
for
to
what he knew.
Chrisean Rock.
And the head of
Fear that the
post-production had
chaos
enough.
she brought on screen
So they
had
planned
finally
the
turned
ultimate
into
trap.
something far more
Expose
dangerous
the CEO.
off-screen.
Expose
But
the
here's
cover-up.
where things get even
Expose
more
the manipulation.
insane.
Expose
According
the
to
violence.
one Zeus staff member,
and use
someone
the
who
one
claims
person
they were in the
fearless
room
enough to
when
stand in
everything
the fire.
unfolded.
Jiden
The CEO
Alexis.
allegedly said,
Not because she
if
loved
this gets out
Chrisean,
before the police handle
not because
it,
she cared
we're
about
all
Zeus,
finished. And
not
that
because she
sentence
wanted
alone
justice
has
for
sent
Ronny,
the entire internet into
but because she wanted
hysteria.
payback.
Because what exactly did they
Payback
find?
on the CEO.
What did Chrisean
Payback
do?
on the network.
What does Zeus know? What are
Payback
they
on
hiding?
everyone who humiliated her, downplayed
And why
her,
is everyone
mocked her,
suddenly terrified
used her
to
as
speak on
clickbait,
Ronny Doe's
and
name?
made her the villain
This
for
isn't
years.
just drama. This is
She
a
was
danger
done
zone,
being the side
a
character.
ticking bomb,
She
a
wanted to be the
career-ending,
executioner.
network-crushing scandal that's
was.
unraveling in real time.
But the twist wasn't
trust
who
me,
the insider
what
was.
comes next is worse.
It was why they
Before
helped
this scandal
Jiden.
blew up into the biggest
Because the
wildfire
final
Zeus
leak,
network has
the
ever
one that
faced.
hit the internet
Before
last,
the CEO allegedly
revealed
picked up the
something
phone
monstrous.
with shaking shaking hands to call
A
the
deleted
police
message
on his
from
own
the
star.
CEO to the head
Before
of Post,
Ronny Doe's name
recovered from
resurfaced
Ronnie's
in one of
old
the most
email
chilling
backups.
accusations of the year,
The message said,
there was a long,
if
messy,
Jiden doesn't shut
chaotic
up,
trail of drama
we'll handle her the
that
same
nobody
way we handled
connected.
Ronnie.
until now.
The world stopped.
Because to understand why
One
the Zeus
message.
CEO is
One
reportedly
sentence.
terrified, why the staff
One
is in
death
panic
threat
mode,
buried under
and why
corporate
Chrisean
language.
Rock's name is
And
suddenly
suddenly
tied to an
everything
alleged
made
killing,
sense.
you need
Why
to go
the
back to the
insider risked
beginning,
their
the
job.
real beginning.
Why they set
long
the
before
CEO up.
Ronny Doe
Why they brought
disappeared, long
Jiden to
before
the
cops
warehouse.
were involved,
Why they
and long
leaked the
before
footage.
Zeus became ground
Why they
zero
pushed
for
her
this
to go
nightmare.
public.
This story
Why
didn't
they
start in a
wanted the
boardroom.
CEO
It
to
didn't
burn.
start on a set.
They weren't
It
helping
didn't start with a
Chrisean.
fight.
They were
It
protecting
started
Jiden
with a relationship.
because she was next.
A messy, unpredictable,
And the final
emotionally
scene,
explosive
the
relationship
one that ends the episode
between
with pure
Chrisean
terror,
Rock and Ronny
came from
Doe.
a street camera
One that
across from
insiders
Jiden's
now
house.
describe as a
At
bomb
3:42
waiting to
a.m.,
go off.
a black SUV
Ronny
rolled
Doe,
past her driveway.
the man behind the mystery.
Slow,
Ronny Doe wasn't a
creeping.
household name.
No
he wasn't a
lights,
superstar,
no
a
plates.
rapper, or a
The
celebrity.
same SUV
He
seen
was
at the
quiet,
warehouse.
smart,
The same
observant,
SUV seen
and
when
always
Ronny
in the
messaged about the
background.
footage.
A fixer,
The same
a runner,
SUV
a
that
problem
followed the
solver
eyewitness home.
who worked with multiple
And the last
entertainment
frame,
groups behind the scenes.
A man stepping out of the
But
passenger
according
seat.
to someone
Tall,
who worked
broad,
closely with him,
face hidden.
Ronny knew too
The
much
same
about
man
too
who
many
works under
people.
the CEO.
He saw things, he
The
heard
screen
things.
freezes.
He cleaned up
A single
messes
caption
people didn't
appears.
want exposed.
He knows she
And
has the
Chrisean?
USB.
She allegedly
If you
depended
made
on
it to
him
the end
more
of
than
this
anyone
story,
ever realized.
If your
They
heart is
weren't
pounding
dating.
right now,
They weren't
if
enemies,
your brain
they
is
weren't
spinning
friends.
trying to understand what
they
you
were
just
something
heard,
in between, something
then you already
strange,
know.
tense, and dangerous.
This is not over.
Sources say
Not even
Ronny was
close.
one of the few people
The
who could
CEO
calm
lied.
Chrisean down when
The
she
warehouse
spiraled.
wasn't an accident.
He'd been around
Ronny
during
didn't
emotional
fall.
breakdowns,
Chrisean
fights,
didn't kill him.
off-camera
Jiden
arguments,
didn't steal the
backstage
USB.
meltdowns,
She was invited.
times when nobody else
And
could
someone
control
inside
her.
Zeus is playing a
And that
game with
made him
real
valuable,
stakes,
but it
real
also made
danger,
him
and
vulnerable.
real consequences.
The secret
Now
that
I need
changed
you.
everything.
Tell me in the comments.
The real
Do
turning
you think
point
the
came months
CEO is the
before
one
his
who hurt Ronny?
disappearance.
Or
When
is there
Ronny
someone even
allegedly
higher
found
pulling
out
strings
something he
behind
wasn't
him?
supposed to know,
Tell me.
something involving
Do you think
Chrisean,
Jiden
her
leaked the
past
USB to
decisions,
protect
and something
herself?
she allegedly did
Or is
during
she
a
planning
night
to take
she
Chrisean down
publicly
too?
claimed she didn't
Tell me.
remember.
Who
One
do
Zeus
you think
cameraman
the insider
said,
is really loyal
Ronny
to?
found out about
Jiden?
an incident,
The
a
truth?
big one,
The drama?
something crazy,
Or someone we haven't
and
met
after
yet?
that, everything
Tell
changed.
me, what do you think is on the
But
footage
nobody knew
labeled
what
the
the
real
incident
reason?
was. Not
Because
yet.
if that
Not
file
until
ever
the police
leaks,
got involved.
the entire industry
The night
burns.
of the fight,
Hit like
months
if you
before
think
this
Zeus
scandal
needs to be
broke right
investigated
outside of
immediately.
Zeus taping,
Hit like if
Chrisean
you
and
think
Ronny
the CEO
reportedly got
belongs in
into a
handcuffs
heated
tonight.
argument. One that
Hit
staff
like
member said
if
didn't
you think
look like
Ronny
a normal
deserves
fight.
justice.
Witnesses
Hit
heard you weren't
subscribe
supposed
if you
to
want
see that.
episode 2.
You need to forget
Because the
it.
next episode
You
is where
talk
the
too
SUV
much.
returns.
And Ronny's chilling
Police
reply,
question the CEO.
if anything happens
Jiden's
to me,
house gets
people
watched,
gonna know who
and the
did it.
missing second phone finally
Nobody
surfaces.
thought much of it then.
And trust
Drama
me,
follows Chrisean
you will not
everywhere.
survive
Fights,
episode 2 without
yelling,
dropping your jaw
threats,
at least
chaos.
5 times.
But this fight
Turn on
felt
your
different,
notifications right
because the
now.
next week, Ronny
Because the moment the
disappeared.
new leaks hit,
The disappearance,
the moment the second
no one
witness
talked
speaks,
about. The
the moment
exact
the footage
timeline
is
is still
decoded,
blurry because Zeus
the moment
allegedly
the
worked hard
SUV
to
makes
keep
its
this
next
quiet.
move,
Staff members claim
you're going
Ronny
to
stopped
want to be
showing
here
up
the
for
second
shoots.
it happens.
He wasn't answering texts.
Drop your
He wasn't
predictions.
picking up calls.
Drop your theories.
He wasn't collecting
Drop your
checks,
warnings.
equipment, or personal
Episode
items.
2 is coming.
He vanished like he
And the
was
truth
erased.
inside it
One
will
staffer
destroy
claims,
the last
we asked
person
about
anyone
him.
suspects.
Management said
The
not
internet
to worry,
isn't ready for this.
that he needed
Hollywood
a break.
isn't ready for
but
this.
the way they said it felt
Even the
off.
Zeus network board
Still,
wasn't ready
no
for
one
what their
pushed
own
the issue
CEO unleashed at
until last
3:14
week.
a.m.
The missing
A
person
frantic
rumor,
emergency call
the
to
internet
police,
never heard
trembling
internal
voice,
messages from Zeus.
panic in his throat,
Employees
saying
reportedly
the
leaked
words
onto
no
a private
one
forum.
ever expected to hear
Messages
attached
saying
to
Ronny's
Chrisean
family
Rock.
had filed a missing
She
person
did
report
it.
months
She
ago.
KL'd him.
But it never made
Ronny
the news.
Doe is
Why?
dead.
Because Ronny
And
didn't
within
exist
seconds,
publicly.
not minutes,
No social media,
the entire
no
world
spotlight,
flipped
no
upside
clout.
down.
Just a man
Sirens
who worked
lighting up
behind
the
the
night
scenes
outside
and vanished
Chrisean's
without
condo.
a trace. But
Helicopters
here's where the story
circling
becomes
overhead.
terrifying.
Neighbors
Someone
filming from
anonymously
balconies.
forwarded Ronny's
Producers on
missing person
conference calls
report
screaming,
to the Zeus
"Shut the
CEO.
cameras down."
And according to insiders,
Executives wiping
that
sweat off
document
their
had
foreheads,
3 things that
terrified
immediately
that the truth
connected
was
Ronny's
about to come out.
disappearance back to Chrisean.
But here's the part that
The
none of
last
them were
place he
prepared
was seen
for.
alive was with
The call
Chrisean.
didn't come from a
A
random
witness claimed they heard her
It
yelling
didn't
threats
come from a
earlier
security
that night.
guard.
A
It
video
didn't come from a
existed.
neighbor.
One
It
that
came from the
allegedly
CEO
showed
of
Ronny
Zeus
and
himself.
Chrisean having a
The
violent
same man who made
altercation
millions off
hours
Chrisean,
before he vanished.
protected her,
When the
defended
CEO
her,
saw
promoted
that,
her,
every
and
alarm
turned her
in the
into one of the
building
network's
went off.
biggest stars.
The video that
His
shook
voice
Zeus
on the
to
leaked
its
911
core.
recording was
According
shaking.
to the whistleblower,
She
someone from
lost
Ronny's
it.
family
She really
sent
lost
Zeus a
it.
private
There's
clip,
blood.
a
He's not
security
breathing.
camera-style
I think
video
she-
from outside
I
a
think
warehouse.
she did it.
The footage allegedly
suddenly,
shows Chrisean
The chat rooms
screaming,
exploded.
Ronny
What?
backing away, something
Chrissy did
thrown
what?
to fall Chrisean running Ronny
Who is
not
Ronny Doe?
moving.
Someone
screen
released the
cuts.
footage.
No ending, no aftermath.
Why is the CEO
Just
calling
a disturbing,
911?
incomplete
This
clip.
is bad.
And that was enough to make the
But then,
CEO panic.
the twist.
An insider says
As
he
cops
stood
rushed
up,
toward
grabbed his
Chrisean's
phone
building,
and said,
as
"I'm
word
calling
spread
the
across
police
Hollywood like
now."
wildfire, as Blueface's
CEO's
family
decision.
started posting cryptic
Protect
messages,
Zeus or protect
as TMZ
Chrisean.
vans lined the
Everyone
street,
inside the building was
a new
stunned.
voice cut through the
Zeus
chaos.
always protected
A
Chrisean.
woman, terrified,
Always cleaned her messes,
breathless,
always defended her,
crying.
but not this time. A
She
staff
didn't
member
do
who
it.
was in the room
I
claims
saw
the
what
CEO
really
said,
happened.
"If the truth comes
And that
out
one
and we
sentence
ignored this
shattered the
footage,
entire
they'll
narrative.
take down the whole network."
Because the
This
real
wasn't a
question
moral
wasn't who
decision.
called the police.
This was survival.
It was,
And according to
why did the
reports,
CEO turn on Chrisean
the CEO handed
right after Ronny
everything to
Doe's
the
body
cops.
hit the ground?
the police response that
What
started
secret
the
was he trying to
firestorm.
bury before the truth leaked
Detectives
first?
allegedly reviewed the
Long
video
before the CEO
and immediately
of Zeus
opened a
Network
deeper
picked up that
inquiry,
phone
not a
in the
wellness
middle of
check,
the night.
not a casual
Long
interview,
before the
a full
sirens lit up the
investigation.
Hollywood
Why?
skyline.
Because the footage didn't
Long
just
before
show a
Ronny
fight.
Doe's lifeless
It showed
body
something
hit the
that could be
ground.
classified as
This
assault
story
negligence,
had been rotting underneath
or far
Chrisean's
worse,
world for months.
which is why the police are reportedly
Nobody
trying
paid
to
attention.
reconstruct Ronnie's final
Nobody
known
connected the
movements.
dots.
But here's where
Nobody
things get
realized
twisted.
that a quiet
the
storm was
timeline
building
doesn't add
behind the
up.
scenes.
Witness
One
statements
tied
don't
to
match.
secrets Chrisean thought she had
Chrisean's
buried.
version of events
Deals
reportedly
Zeus thought would
contradicts
never
3
leak.
different accounts.
And a man
And Ronnie's
named Ronny
location
Doe,
after the fight is a
a
complete
man
mystery.
who should have never crossed into
Some
her life in
sources
the
even
first
claim
place.
the police asked
public,
directly if this
Ronny
could
was
be
a
a
nobody.
homicide case.
A background name,
And if that's
a
true,
rumor,
this story
a
isn't
footnote
just
in
about
messy
drama
Hollywood
anymore.
conversations.
It's about a potential crime.
But to Chrisean,
and the deeper you go,
he was the one
more
person who
disturbing
knew
it
something she
gets.
prayed would never
Because
surface.
the next part of this story,
Something
it's where
powerful.
accusations turn into evidence.
Something dangerous.
And evidence turns
Something
into
that could
a twist
destroy her
nobody
career,
saw coming.
her relationships,
The moment police
her
got
freedom,
involved, the energy
and
inside the
Zeus
Zeus
Network itself.
shifted from chaotic to
And
absolutely
that
unhinged.
is why he suddenly ended up
Staff
dead.
members went from whispering
According
in
to people
hallways
close to the
full-blown
situation,
panic behind
Ronny
locked
Doe
office
wasn't just some
doors.
random dude,
Phones
not
weren't
some
ringing.
fan,
They were
not some
vibrating
street guy,
nonstop.
not some industry
Executives
hanger-on.
weren't talking. They were
He was
yelling.
someone the network feared.
And the CEO,
The kind of person
according
who shows
to one
up in
insider,
whispered conversations.
he was pacing like a man
The kind of
watching his
person
entire
producers warn each
empire
other
crumble
about.
in real time.
The
Because
kind
the
of
police
person who
weren't
gets
treating
invited
this
into
like
the
a
wrong
missing
rooms
person
because he
case
carries the
anymore.
right information.
They were treating it like something
And
far
2
darker.
weeks before his death,
The
he
officers
messaged
didn't
the CEO
ask
directly.
basic questions.
Not begging,
They asked
not
investigative
threatening,
questions,
but promising.
timeline questions.
I got something you'll want to hear.
Violence pattern questions.
Something big.
Motive questions.
People inside
And when
Zeus
the
said the
CEO
CEO
handed
went
over
pale
the
when he
footage,
saw the message.
the incomplete,
Not because he was
suspiciously
scared
cut
of Ronny,
clip of
but because he
Chrisean
knew
screaming,
exactly what Ronny was talking
backing
about.
up, the loud thud,
secret
the fall,
deal,
the motionless
a
body.
hidden payment,
One
a
detective
cover-up involving
allegedly
footage that was
whispered,
never meant to reach
"This
the
isn't
public.
an accident."
Footage that
Those
Chrisean
words
didn't
spread
know
through
even
the building
existed.
faster than wildfire.
But Ronny did.
People were shaking.
And Zeus did.
Executives were calling
And
lawyers.
one night,
producers were pulling
Chrisean
up
found
past
out too.
incidents involving
Behind the
Chrisean,
scenes, producers
trying
started
to figure out
panicking.
just how deep this
Group
hole
chats
went.
exploded.
One editor
Confidential
claimed,
documents
"We
were
always knew
pulled from
Chrisean
internal
brought
servers.
drama, but this
Security
this
guards
is
were
something
told
else
to
entirely."
rotate positions
But the
without
craziest part
explanation.
began when police asked
Because
the questions
Ronny's message
nobody at
wasn't
Zeus
random.
wanted to hear.
It was a warning
Who
shot.
edited this clip?
Ronny had receipts,
Because the video had cuts,
screenshots,
not just
recordings,
glitches, not just corruptions,
even a notebook,
deliberate cuts,
pages filled with dates,
timestamps
times,
that
and
jumped,
details no
frames
outsider
missing in
should have
between
ever had
movements.
access to.
Someone had touched the footage.
And what terrified
Someone had
Zeus
tampered
the
with
most?
evidence. And according
Ronny
to 2
wasn't
staff
bluffing.
members, the
He
CEO
wanted
nearly
money.
collapsed when
He
detectives
wanted
said,
leverage.
"Footage like this
He
gets
wanted to control the
professionally
narrative
altered,
before
not
someone else
accidentally
controlled
damaged."
him.
It wasn't
The
just a missing
CEO,
worker anymore.
who had always
It
protected
wasn't just a
Chrisean
violent
like she was
fight.
the network's
It wasn't
golden
just
goose,
a rumor. It was a
suddenly
potential
became
cover-up.
cold,
Everything took a
distant,
left turn that
stressed.
nobody expected.
He knew Ronny had
Hours
the power
later,
to destroy
a
everything.
whistleblower from Ronnie's
The
side
shows,
contacted
the
police and
contracts,
claimed they had
the
the
ratings,
original version
the
of
deals,
the video,
the brand,
one before someone
the
cleaned
entire
it up.
empire built around
Detectives
Chrisean's
immediately
chaos.
demanded they turn it in, but
Behind
before
closed
they
doors,
did,
executives
a leak
whispered,
surfaced, a grainy
"What if Ronny
screenshot
exposes
from
it?
the original clip,
What if
not
he
the
sells the
edited Zeus
footage?
version, not the
What if he
watered
takes us
down
down
one the
with him?
CEO handed over.
Chrisean
This
can't
one was
know."
horrifying. Ronnie wasn't just
explode.
backing away, he was bleeding.
then
his hand was
she
covering his
did,
face.
because
Chrisean
someone told
wasn't
her.
just screaming.
Someone
she was holding
inside
something.
Zeus slipped up and
It
said the
wasn't
one
clear
sentence
what.
that triggered
A
the
bottle,
meltdown.
a phone, phone, a
Ronny
metal
knows
object,
about the tape.
but in the edited Zeus
That was the
version,
moment
that
everything
object was
snapped.
completely missing.
Chrisean's energy
The internet
shifted
erupted
instantly.
the second the screenshots
Her
spread.
face went cold.
Reddit threads hit
Her
hundreds of
breathing
pages.
changed.
Twitter
Her
turned
fists
into a war
clenched
zone of
so
accusations.
tight her knuckles turned white.
People were questioning why
Witnesses
Zeus
said
cut
she
the
stormed
clip,
out of the studio and screamed
why
at
the
someone on the
object
phone.
disappeared. Why
he
the
leaks
CEO
anything,
waited
I
months
swear to God.
to call the police. Why
Nobody
Ronnie's
knows what
missing
the person on the other
report
end
never
said.
went public.
But everyone
And
knows
then
how she reacted.
an anonymous poster
She grabbed
dropped
her
a chilling
bag,
message.
her keys,
The object
her
didn't fall.
jacket,
It didn't break.
and she drove
It was
straight to
removed.
Ronny Doe's last known location.
Nobody knew if the message was fake.
From that moment
Nobody
forward,
knew if it was bait.
nobody could stop
But
her.
everyone knew what it
Not
implied.
her team,
Someone covered
not
up
her
a potential
friends.
weapon.
Not
And
even
if Zeus
producers
edited
who
the clip
physically
before
tried to
police
stand
saw
in
it,
her way.
that means whoever did it could be charged
Chrisean
with
was
tampering.
moving with the kind of
This
rage
is where
she
the
only
twist
gets when
hits
she
harder
feels
than
trapped
anything before.
or betrayed.
While detectives were digging into
And
the
she
video,
felt
they
both.
started pulling phone records.
Because the real betrayal
messages,
wasn't Ronnie threatening
GPS
her.
data,
The
call
real
logs,
betrayal was Zeus
and the first
hiding
thing
it
they
from her.
noticed, Ronnie's last
Sources
known
said
phone
that on the
ping
night
wasn't
Ronnie
at
died,
the Zeus warehouse.
Chrisean pulled up
it
to
was
a
2
warehouse,
miles away,
an old
near a
soundstage
riverbank,
Zeus used
at
when they wanted to keep
3:17
cameras
a.m.
away.
Less than
The
2
CEO
hours
was
after
already
the fight.
there.
But guess
Ronnie
whose
was
phone
already
pinged in
inside.
that same area at the same
Two
time?
security guards stood outside,
Chrisean's.
pretending they
The
weren't
internet
shaking.
exploded when this detail
Chrisean
surfaced.
walked past them like
One
she didn't see
anonymous
their
staff
existence.
member leaked the info to
burst
a
into the
blogger
building.
known for exposing
The door
industry
slammed
secrets.
against the wall.
They found overlapping
And
pings,
witnesses say the
same
moment she
night,
saw Ronnie,
same hour,
something inside
same
her
location.
snapped so
They're not
violently
saying
it felt
she
like
did
an
anything,
explosion.
but they are saying
Voices
she didn't
were
tell the
raised.
truth about that
Objects
night.
were thrown.
That revelation
Someone
sent everything
screamed.
spiraling.
Someone begged.
Chrisean went
Someone
online acting
threatened.
normal, posting random chaotic
And
stuff
in the chaos,
like nothing was happening.
Ronny Doe
But the
ended up
problem
on the
was
floor,
the internet wasn't
breathing
buying it
shallow,
anymore. They weren't
barely
entertained.
conscious,
They
bleeding.
weren't distracted.
The
They were
CEO
investigating.
panicked. The
Meanwhile,
guards froze.
police were doing the one thing
Chrisean
nobody
looked
saw
like she was in
coming.
another dimension.
They started interviewing everyone
And this is where the
Chrisean fought
entire
with,
story
screamed
takes
at,
its darkest turn.
or threatened
Because
on
according
Zeus
to a source
sets.
who was there that
They
night,
pulled security logs.
Ronnie
They
tried to
reviewed
speak.
archive footage.
But the
They
CEO
questioned
stepped forward and
producers.
said,
They even asked editors,
"Do not say
has she
another
ever
word."
injured someone before? Has
It
she
wasn't
ever
an order
struck
to
crew
Ronnie.
members? Has she
It was an
ever
order to
escalated
everyone
a
else.
fight to a dangerous level?
And that is why,
And the answer,
minutes later,
devastating.
the CEO
One
made the
editor
911
allegedly
call.
told police she threw
Why
a chair
he told
at a
operators
cameraman.
Chrisean
They
lost
cut it out of
control.
the episode.
Why he
A
made
producer
himself sound
claimed
like a
she
terrified
swung at a
witness
sound
instead of
guy
a
once,
participant.
broke his equipment.
Why he
Another
mentioned
insider
blood,
said
and she
she has
killed him,
outbursts that
even
don't
before
make it on the
medics
show.
arrived.
We delete that
Because
footage.
the CEO wasn't panicking
Suddenly, the
about
cops
Ronnie's
had a
body.
full behavioral pattern.
He was panicking
violent,
about the truth
reactive,
Ronnie was about to
impulsive,
expose.
unpredictable. It
And
was
that
exactly
is why
what they
one
needed
woman,
to justify
the
digging
same
deeper.
woman who shouted on the
But
live
here's where
stream,
the first twist
"I saw what
explodes.
really
Police
happened,"
weren't just looking for what
is
happened
now
to
the
Ronnie.
biggest threat to Zeus.
They were looking for where
because she
Hacho
knows
deleted the original
Chrisean
footage.
wasn't the only one in
and
that warehouse.
Why? And this
Chrisean
is
wasn't
where
the only
everything
one who
flips.
touched Ronnie.
Because when
Chrisean
detectives
wasn't the only one
subpoenaed
who
the Zeus
panicked.
database to trace
The
who
CEO
accessed the
wasn't an
footage on
innocent
the night
caller.
of the incident,
He wasn't a concerned
it wasn't
observer.
a random staff member.
He was covering something
It
up.
wasn't a low-tier
Something
editor.
he thought the police
it
would
wasn't
never
an
uncover.
assistant. It was someone higher.
Something he thought Ronnie would
higher
take to
than
the grave.
production. Higher
Something
than
so
editing.
dangerous that he was willing
higher
to throw
than
Chrisean
security.
under the bus before
it was
surfaced.
someone with full access.
What Zeus
someone
didn't
who shouldn't have
expect
touched the footage
was that
at all.
one eyewitness,
Someone who had everything
the
to
terrified
lose.
woman who
The
stepped
system
out of
logs
the
allegedly
shadows,
show the
would
Zeus
risk everything
CEO
to
edited
reveal
the video
the real
himself.
truth.
He wasn't just
The
calling
eyewitness
police.
didn't mean to be there
He wasn't
that night.
just reacting.
She didn't
He
plan
wasn't
to
just
witness a
protecting the
meltdown.
network. He'd been involved
She didn't plan
from
to watch
day one.
Chrisean
This
rock
wasn't
storm
panic.
into a
This was
warehouse like a
guilt.
hurricane sent
This
by
was
God
cover-up
himself.
behavior.
She
And the
didn't plan to
internet
see
lost
Ronny
its
Doe
mind
bleeding on the
when this
floor
leaked.
while the Zeus CEO paced back
the
and forth
CEO
like he was
tampered with
deciding whether to
evidence,
save a man
Why?
or
what
save
did he hide?
himself.
What did he remove?
She was just
Why
a
did he
makeup
protect
artist,
Chrisean?
a background
And most
staffer,
importantly,
a nobody
what really
in the Zeus
happened to
hierarchy.
Ronnie that night?
And
Because
that
the police
is why
now
she
believe
became
the
the most
edited
dangerous
clip
person
isn't
in
the
the entire
story,
investigation.
It's the smoke from something much
Because she
bigger
saw
burning
everything.
underneath, and the truth.
Not filtered,
It's
not
darker,
edited,
it's deeper,
not managed
it's more
by
dangerous
producers,
than anyone imagined.
not shaped by the CEO's version
The second
of
the
events.
detectives discovered the
She
CEO
saw the raw
himself had
truth.
allegedly tampered
And
with
it was
the video,
nothing like the
everything
story the
escalated
CEO
into a
told the
level of
police.
chaos nobody at
Hours
Zeus,
after the 911
not
call
even the
leaked,
ones used to Chrisean's
the eyewitness
meltdowns,
contacted a blogger,
had ever experienced before.
voice trembling,
The building
whispering
wasn't
like she
buzzing
was speaking
anymore.
from a closet.
It was suffocating.
Her first
People
words,
were whispering like they were
he
afraid
lied.
the walls had ears.
He lied to everyone.
Phones were being turned off.
Chrisean didn't kill
Staff
Ronnie.
members were sneaking out early.
She wasn't even the one who hit
HR
him
started
first.
working from home. meeting.
That sentence
CEO,
detonated across the internet like a
He
bomb.
vanished into his office
People
and
freaked
locked
out.
the door behind him.
What do you mean
Because
she
once
didn't hit him
police
first?
realized he touched the footage,
Who did?
the entire investigation
CEO
shifted
lied?
direction.
What
This
really
was no
happened?
longer about a fight gone
The
wrong.
eyewitness took a
This
shaky
wasn't
breath.
even about Ronnie's
And then she told the
disappearance
story
anymore.
that flipped
This
the
had
entire
officially
case
turned
upside
into a case
down.
about cover-ups,
According to her,
destroyed evidence,
when Chrisean
and
burst into the
intent.
warehouse that
The
night,
detectives
Ronnie
reportedly
wasn't
returned
standing,
with a
wasn't
warrant.
yelling.
one that
wasn't even
allowed them to
threatening
seize
her.
every shred
He
of
was
digital
on the
footage
ground,
from the night
already
of the
bleeding,
incident,
already
every
injured,
camera feed,
already
every
fading.
backup file,
Chrisean
every
didn't
server
walk
log.
into a fight.
Zeus had no
She
choice.
walked into a crime
They had
scene.
to hand over everything.
The eyewitness said,
and that's when the real horror
Chrisean
started.
screamed because she couldn't
Because the
understand why
original
Ronny was
footage,
like that.
the one Ronny's
She didn't
family
attack him.
claimed existed,
She didn't lay a hand on
wasn't
him
just
until after
longer.
he tried to speak.
It showed something absolutely
Tried to
chilling.
speak. That
A
phrase
leaked
haunted
description
viewers.
from a tech analyst who claimed
Because in
they
the
saw the
CEO's
raw
911
video
call,
said,
he claimed
the
Chrisean was the
edited
aggressor.
version Zeus gave the
But
cops
according to
cut
the
out the part
eyewitness,
where Ronny tried to run.
Ronny wasn't afraid of Chrisean.
He tried to escape.
He was terrified
He tried to
of
leave
the
the
CEO.
confrontation. He tried to
The
get away
eyewitness
from
revealed a
Chrisean.
secret so dark,
And she
so
allegedly
messy,
followed
so
him.
explosive
This wasn't a
that
one-sided
Zeus Network
moment.
tried to shut her
This wasn't
down
a
within
slip.
hours.
This wasn't an accident.
Ronny and the
This was a
CEO had been
chase.
arguing before
The
Chrisean
analyst
arrived.
claims the video shows Ronny
Arguing about the
stumbling,
tape.
limping, terrified.
The footage Ronny
his hands
claimed he
out,
had.
pleading for space.
The footage that could
and
destroy
Chrisean
multiple
closing the gap
people.
between them in a rage.
Not just Chrisean.
The description alone
The footage
sent
Ronny
the
threatened
internet
to
into
leak
a
if they didn't
frenzy
pay
once
him.
it leaked. He was
But here's
trying to
the
get away
twist.
from her.
Ronny wasn't
This changes
bluffing.
everything.
He wasn't lying.
Why did Zeus hide
He wasn't
that part?
exaggerating.
She wasn't
He really
defending
had
herself.
footage.
She was attacking
Footage
him.
the CEO thought had been
The
deleted.
CEO's silence became
Footage from a
suspicious.
backstage fight months ago.
Producer's silence became
A fight the network
suspicious.
buried, edited,
The
and
entire
manipulated to
network's
protect their
silence
star
became
and their brand.
suspicious. And then
But Ronny
something
saved a
even
copy.
worse happened. One of the security guards
CEO
came
knew.
forward anonymously.
According to
He
the
said
eyewitness,
that the night Ronny
the CEO
disappeared,
grabbed
he saw
Ronny by the
Chrisean
shirt
leave
and
the
said,
building with her hair wet,
"You don't know who
her
you're
shirt
messing
stained,
with.
and her
That
hands
tape is
shaking."
gone. Stop
She
playing
wasn't
games."
alone. She was dragging
Ronny,
something heavy
weak but
inside a large
defiant,
black
whispered,
bag that she refused
"I
to
have
let
backups.
anyone touch.
If anything
The
happens
guard
to me,
claims he offered to help.
they go
And she
live."
snapped, "Back up.
That was
It's
the
mine."
moment the eyewitness saw the CEO
That detail
snap.
exploded across social
He didn't
media.
shove Ronny lightly.
People were already
He
speculating.
didn't push him away.
Now they were terrified.
He didn't act scared.
But the most chilling
He
part
attacked him.
wasn't the bag.
A full-body
It was
shove
what
that
happened
sent
next.
Ronny crashing into
The
a
guard
metal
said
crate.
Chrisean didn't walk to her
The sound
car.
so
She
loud
walked
the
to a
eyewitness
dumpster behind
flinched
the
hours
building,
later when she
opened
retold the
lid,
story.
and shoved the bag inside.
Ronny hit the ground,
When asked why he never
hard,
reported it,
and didn't get back
he
up.
said, "We were
The
told not
eyewitness
to
said
question her, ever."
He wasn't moving
The dots
right
were
after
connecting in
that. He
horrifying
was breathing,
ways.
but it was
Ronny
shallow.
disappears.
He
Chrisean
looked
is
confused,
seen dragging a heavy
like the
bag.
world was spinning.
The CEO edits
And
footage.
that is when
The
Chrisean
police
walked
find
in.
GPS overlaps.
She saw Ronny crumpled
The
on the
original
floor.
footage shows a chase.
She saw blood
A missing
she didn't
person
understand.
report is filed
She
quietly.
saw the CEO's hands
A dumpster
shaking,
is involved.
but not from
and
fear,
the CEO
from
calls
adrenaline,
police.
from rage,
Months later,
from
terrified.
guilt, from the realization
People started
that he had
asking
just
the
crossed a
question
line
everyone
he
was
couldn't
afraid to
uncross.
say out loud.
Chrisean
Did
screamed,
something happen that night?
"What happened? What did you
Something
do?"
irreversible?
The eyewitness swears
But the story
CEO
wasn't
responded,
done twisting.
"You did this.
Detectives
You.
reportedly
It's
pulled the
your
dumpster
mess."
surveillance footage.
And he stepped
what they
back
saw
from Ronny
wasn't
like he
just a
wanted to
bag.
paint himself
It
out
was
of the
Chrisean
picture.
returning to the dumpster
Chrisean
twice.
dropped to her knees
The
beside
second time
Ronny.
she brought bleach.
"Talk to
A
me,
bottle
Ronny,
of cleaner
talk."
and a stack of towels.
And Ronny
she cleaned
actually
the area.
tried.
She wiped the lid.
He
She
grabbed
wiped the
Chrisean's
sides.
wrist. His
She wiped
fingers
her
smeared
tracks.
weak red streaks
All
across
of this
her skin.
allegedly caught on camera.
His chest rose sharply,
When that
then
leak hit
fell.
Twitter, the internet had a
whispered something.
meltdown.
The
She cleaned the
eyewitness couldn't
dumpster?
hear it clearly.
This ain't no fight.
But she caught
This is
one
cover-up
word.
behavior. What was in the
Footage.
bag? OMG.
And suddenly
the
Chrisean
CEO
understood.
had to know.
Everything
This is why
aligned.
he panicked.
Everything
But the detectives
snapped
weren't
into
done.
place.
They traced the garbage
Everything
pickup
she'd
route
been
from
told
that
by
exact
producers.
dumpster.
Everything
and
she'd
what
been
they found
promised
at the
by
waste
Zeus.
facility.
Everything she'd
They
been
won't say
denied or
publicly.
threatened with.
But a worker
It all
leaked
made
one
sense.
detail.
Ronny
They found
wasn't
something
her
wrapped
enemy.
in fabric with a
He was trying
blood-like
to
smell.
warn her.
They won't tell us
And
what
she
it
turned
is.
to the CEO with the
That
kind of
detail
rage that
alone
doesn't come
nearly
from
shut
anger.
the internet down.
It comes
Meanwhile,
from
one of
betrayal.
Ronny's family members
"You
posted a
set me
heart-wrenching
up."
message. We
She
told
lunged
them
at
he
him.
didn't just disappear.
Security stepped
We
in.
told them something
Chairs
happened.
toppled. A
We
shelf
told them
crashed to the
someone knew
floor.
the truth.
Someone screamed,
Comments
"Stop!"
flooded in.
Someone
Chrisean
yelled, "Get her
did
off
something.
him!" Someone else
She knows
shouted,
more than she's
"This is
saying."
going too far."
Zeus covered it up.
But here's the twist.
They protected
the
her
major
while
twist
burying
that
the
destroyed
truth.
the CEO's
And
entire
then,
911 narrative.
like a final twist,
The eyewitness
that nobody
said
was mentally
she
prepared
never
for.
touched him.
A new whistleblower
The guards held her
showed
back
up.
the whole time.
This one was different.
She didn't
this
lay a
one wasn't
finger on
anonymous.
Ronny.
This wasn't a random
Meaning,
staff member.
Chrisean didn't
This
kill
was
him.
a former Zeus
She didn't
producer
hit
who had
him.
been fired months
She didn't
earlier
cause his
after
injuries.
clashing with executives.
She wasn't
and
responsible
they
for the
dropped
blood.
the darkest bomb
She didn't
yet.
collapse
They
his
said
body. The CEO
Chrisean wasn't
did,
the only one involved that
and then
night.
blamed her to
Someone
save
helped
himself.
her.
But
The
the
internet
first
froze.
real twist comes
Everyone
next.
expected the producer to
Because
name
after
someone,
Ronny whispered that
a
final
friend,
word,
a relative, another cast member.
footage,
But the truth was
he
far
didn't die
worse.
immediately.
They said it
he
was
didn't
someone
take
from
his
Zeus,
last breath on the floor.
someone high up.
He reached into
Someone
his
who
pocket,
wanted Ronny gone.
pulled out a
The
small
comments
black
turned into
USB,
chaos. Who?
and pressed it into
Name
Chrisean's
them.
hand.
Drop the receipts.
The eyewitness said,
And the producer ended their
he
post
looked
with,
her dead
I have the
in the
messages,
eyes,
the calls, the plan.
like he was trying to
If
tell her
Zeus doesn't
something
tell the
urgent,
truth,
something
I will.
important,
The
something that
entire
could keep
world
her
is now
alive.
staring at Zeus, at Chrisean,
And that USB,
at the CEO,
the CEO saw
at the
it,
footage,
and
at
that
the dumpster
is when he
video,
completely lost it.
at the phone logs,
He screamed,
at the missing bag.
"Get it from her!
And
Get it
every
from her
unanswered
now!"
question points to the same
Chrisean clutched it
terrifying
tighter.
possibility.
Security tried to
This
grab
wasn't
her.
a fight.
She fought
This
like a
wasn't an
wild
accident.
animal trapped in a cage.
This wasn't a meltdown.
Ronny collapsed
This was
again.
something else entirely.
This time not moving
and the
at
people
all.
who know the truth
And in the
are
chaos,
running out of time to hide
The
it.
eyewitness escaped
The
behind a
moment the
prop
leak
wall.
spiraled from
She
fight
hid,
gone wrong
shaking,
to possible
terrified,
cover-up.
holding
the
her
entire
phone,
online
recording
world
audio
detonated.
without meaning to.
There wasn't a single
And
platform,
that audio
a single
leaked
timeline,
hours later.
a single
In
comment
it, you can
section
hear
that wasn't drowning
Chrisean
in
screaming,
theories,
"You set
fear,
me up."
outrage,
Security
and pure
scrambling.
shock.
The CEO
This wasn't
yelling,
gossip anymore.
"If that USB
This
gets
wasn't
out, we're all
Zeus-level
dead."
messiness. This
Someone
was a
crying,
full-blown scandal
"Call
gripping
911,
every
call
corner of
now."
the internet, and the
But the
reactions
first major
were louder,
twist is this.
harsher, and
The
more
CEO
divided
didn't
than
call
anything
911
Chrisean
because he
Rock
was
has
scared
ever
for
been
Ronny.
involved in.
He called
Twitter
911
turned
because
into
he was
a live
scared of what
crime
Ronny
scene.
handed
People
Chrisean.
weren't joking.
Scared
they
that
weren't
the
making
footage would
memes.
leak.
They were
Scared the
dissecting
truth would
every
come out.
second of the leaked descriptions
Scared the
like
world would
detectives.
see what really happened.
Tweets went viral instantly.
But here is the twist that
Why was
breaks
she
the
at the
entire
dumpster
narrative.
twice?
When
Bleach,
police
towels?
arrived,
Come on now.
the USB
That
was gone.
CEO ain't innocent either.
Chrisean didn't have it.
If a bag
the
was
CEO
involved,
didn't have
someone
it.
needs to
Security
open that
didn't have
landfill
it.
today.
Ronny didn't have it.
And the hashtags,
It
they were
vanished.
brutal.
And
Cameron,
now,
justice for Ronny.
there's only one
Zeus,
question the internet is
cover-up.
screaming. Who took it?
Arrest.
And what's on it?
Chrisean,
The USB didn't just
Where
vanish.
is Ronny?
It didn't fall.
Yikimi.
It didn't get
Expose
lost.
Zeus.
It didn't slip
Every
out
hour,
of someone's hand.
A new theory surfaced.
It was taken.
Each one darker
And whoever
than the
took
last.
it knew exactly
TikTok
what they were
took
doing.
it to another level.
Because the moment the
Creators
police
slowed
arrived,
down the
the
leaked
warehouse
security
went from a
screenshot,
crime scene
zoomed in
to
on
a
Ronny's
stage play.
terrified expression,
The CEO
and drew
was
arrows
suddenly
pointing to every
hysterical.
detail.
Security
Others
played
reenacted
dumb.
the possible timeline
Producers
hour
pretended
by
they had
hour,
no idea who
adding
Ronny
ominous
even was.
music and red circles
Everyone
on
acted
maps,
confused,
showing the overlap in
panicked,
GPS
traumatized,
pings.
like they were
One
all innocent
TikToker said,
bystanders.
if her phone
But
and
someone
his
wasn't
phone
acting.
pinged near a riverbank at 3
Chrisean.
a.m.,
She was
that
shaking,
ain't coincidence.
breathing hard,
Another one
eyes
whispered
locked on
into
the floor
mic.
where Ronny had
And y'all ain't
collapsed,
questioning the bag?
hands trembling,
Millions
still
watched
stained
these
with his
videos,
blood.
sharing them
But
faster
not
than they
because
could
she
be
hurt him.
uploaded.
Because
Entire
of what he
pages
gave
were
her,
formed within hours,
what he whispered,
dedicated to compiling every
what he
detail
tried to warn
of the
her
case,
about.
turning the
And because she
situation
knew the
into
USB
a
was
massive
gone,
public investigation.
and whoever took it had the power to
Instagram
destroy
became
her
a war
completely.
zone of outrage.
Police swarmed
Celebrities
the scene.
who usually stayed
An
out of
officer
drama
pulled the
started posting
CEO
cryptic
aside.
stories. One
Another
reality
officer
star
questioned
posted,
Chrisean.
when someone cleans a
kept saying the
dumpster
same
with bleach,
words
that's not
over
something
and
you
over.
overlook.
He wasn't
A
dead
rapper
when I got
commented
here.
under a gossip page.
He wasn't
Something
dead when
off
I
with this
got
whole
here.
situation.
I didn't
and
do
Zeus
this.
been weird.
But the CEO cut
Meanwhile,
in,
people
yelling,
flooded
"Don't
Chrisean's
listen to her,"
comments
and she
with rage.
snapped. She lost
Where is
control.
Ronny?
She killed
Why
him.
did you clean the dumpster?
And that was
Explain
the first
the bag.
sign something was very
Explain
wrong.
the video cuts.
Because people who are
Every
innocent
live
don't
she tried
usually
to post
scream
was
over the victim's
overwhelmed
last
with
words.
comments demanding
They
answers.
don't panic about narratives.
She couldn't say
They
anything
don't
without
spin
people
stories
spamming
mid-chaos.
emojis of
They
trash
try to save a
cans,
life.
bleach bottles, and the
The
question,
CEO didn't.
what happened that
He
night?
tried to save himself.
But the biggest cracks didn't show online.
But then,
they showed
the
inside
moment that
entertainment
changed
industry.
everything.
Word spread
One
fast
officer
that
kneeled
Zeus
beside
employees
Ronny's
were quitting,
body,
deleting
checked
their
the pulse,
LinkedIn pages,
and said,
and suddenly
"He's still
going
alive.
silent.
Get medics in here now."
One producer who still worked
The
there
CEO
posted a
froze.
vague tweet and deleted
Chrisean
it
gasped.
seconds later.
Security looked
Some
like
of
they
us
got
can't
hit with a
sleep.
brick. Because
And
Ronny
someone
Doe,
still managed to
the man the
screenshot
CEO
it.
claimed
The
Chrisean
reaction from
killed,
Hollywood was just as
was
intense.
still breathing.
Agents warned their
Barely.
clients to distance themselves from
Weakly.
Zeus immediately.
but alive.
Publicists started blocking
And that was the first
Zeus-related
crack in the
hashtags.
CEO's entire story.
One casting director wrote,
He tried to explain
"No
it
one
away.
will touch them after this if any
I mean,
of it is true."
She hurt him. She beat him
Networks
up.
whispered
I thought
that Zeus
he
was
wasn't
becoming
moving. I thought
radioactive.
the officer cut him
Influencers
off.
who filmed with
We'll determine
Chrisean
that.
unfollowed her.
Stay where you are.
A YouTube personality
But
said
here's
on
where
a
the
live
story
stream,
gets even
"This
darker.
ain't drama. This is
As Ronny was
career-ending
rushed
stuff.
into the ambulance,
Someone covered up
weak,
something."
conscious for a split
But the
second,
darkest reaction
he reached
came
upward
from
and
Ronny
mumbled
Doe's
something.
family.
The eyewitness
cousin
later said she
posted,
heard
y'all
one
didn't
word,
listen when we said he didn't
phone.
run away.
but
An
his
aunt
phone
wrote,
wasn't on
someone
him.
knows what happened. We won't
It
stop.
wasn't on the floor. It
And
wasn't
then,
in his pockets.
late
It
that
wasn't
night,
anywhere in the warehouse.
A new account
It was
appeared
gone,
online,
just
anonymous,
like the USB.
but claiming to be
And
someone
that's when
very
everything
close
snapped into
to Ronnie.
place.
The account wrote
Ronnie
one
didn't
chilling
just have
sentence.
footage.
You're
He didn't
not
just
ready
have a
for what we're
USB.
about to show.
He didn't just have
The
backups.
internet froze.
He had a
Nobody
phone
scrolled.
full of evidence.
Nobody looked away.
But both
And then
items
they
disappeared
posted,
the moment
if
police
Zeus
arrived.
doesn't release the real footage
And now,
in 48
the world
hours,
had two
we
questions.
will.
Who
People
took
lost
the
their
USB?
minds. The
Who took
comments
Ronny's
hit
phone?
millions. Everyone
answer
begged
came
them to drop
14
the
hours
video
later,
immediately.
when the
but
missing
the account
USB
refused,
resurfaced
saying,
online.
We're giving them a chance.
Not the actual device.
Meanwhile,
not the physical
Zeus
drive,
staff began
but a
deleting
screenshot,
tweets, turning
a
off
grainy
comments,
photo, a
disabling
computer
DMs,
desktop,
shutting
a
down their
USB
personal
plugged into a
pages.
laptop,
It was
and a
too late.
folder open
Screenshots
titled
had already been taken
Zeus
of
Truth.
everything.
Do not delete.
YouTubers went live
The image was
nonstop.
posted
Some
anonymously.
stayed on for 8 hours
Blurred
straight,
out.
breaking down the GPS
Low resolution.
timeline,
No
the
username.
dumpster video,
No
the
caption.
fight audio,
Just the photo.
the CEO's
And the
suspicious
internet went
behavior,
absolutely
and the
feral.
sudden silence from Chrisean.
Who has
One
the
streamer
USB?
said,
Someone
"Bleach
leak
means
it.
cleanup.
Post
Cleanup
the
means
footage.
intention.
The CEO
and
is
intention
finished.
means
This is a
bigger than
cover-up.
any reality show."
And then,
Even ex-Zeus
real
cast
shocker.
members joined the storm.
a second
One
screenshot
hinted,
dropped.
They
This
always
time
hit her
clearer.
violent moments.
The same
always.
USB.
Another
But
wrote,
now the folder was
"There's
open.
things they filmed that
Inside
y'all
were
never
5
saw.
files.
Now ask yourself,
Warehouse
why?"
footage uncut.
The internet
CEO
united
threat
in
called
one
MP3.
terrifying realization.
Security cam
This
backup
wasn't
2.
just a
movie.
messy fight.
Ronny Doe
This wasn't
confession
just
MP4.
Chrisean being
The
chaotic
real reason
again.
MP3.
This wasn't even just
People
corruption.
lost their minds.
This was a
the
pattern.
CEO's name trended
a chain
worldwide.
Of events. A
Chrisean
network
trended.
making decisions
Ronny
in the dark.
trended.
A night
Zeus
that ended
trended.
with too many unanswered
Leak.
questions.
The USB
a missing
trended.
man.
It was
A
chaos.
CEO editing
But chaos
footage.
turned
A
into
dumpster
fear
cleaned
when a
in the
third
dead of
image
night.
leaked.
A bag
This time
nobody
showing
can
a paused
identify.
frame from the footage.
Phone pings in the worst
The
possible
image
location.
showed Ronny
and
Doe
whistleblowers
stumbling
rising
backward.
up one by one
The CEO
because they'd
grabbing
had
him by the
enough.
shirt.
But the most
a metal
frightening
crate
reaction
behind
of
Ronny.
all came from
A
the
look
police.
of panic on his face.
They didn't deny the leaks.
CEO wasn't
They
being
didn't
attacked.
dismiss the rumors.
He
They
wasn't
didn't reassure
defending
the
himself.
public.
He was
They
the
simply
aggressor.
released a statement saying,
Comments poured
"New
in.
evidence has been
The
submitted.
CEO
We are
knocked him
expanding
out.
the investigation."
Chrissy was set up.
And that one
The
sentence
CEO lied
told
to the
world
police.
everything.
Arrest
They
him,
believe
not
something
her.
happened. They believe
This is
someone
attempted
is lying.
mar.
And they believe
But then,
the truth isn't
the
far
biggest
from
twist of the
surfacing.
entire escalation.
But nobody expected the
a
final
fourth
blow.
image leaked.
The message that popped up
It was
on
the
social
security
media
camera
at 3:14 a.m.
Not the one
A
Zeus thought
whistleblower
they
from
erased.
Zeus wrote anonymously.
A different angle.
It wasn't just
An
her.
angle nobody
Someone
inside
helped.
the warehouse
Someone
knew
bigger
existed.
than her.
The frame showed
Someone with power.
the eyewitness,
And the internet
the
hasn't
makeup
slept
artist,
since.
hiding
the entire
behind a prop
internet
wall.
thought it had already seen
And
the
behind
worst.
her,
The dumpster,
the
the
person
bleach,
who took the USB,
the missing man,
the silhouette,
the CEO
the hoodie,
editing evidence,
the stance,
the GPS overlap
and the internet
near the
recognized
river
the
at 3
figure
a.m.
instantly.
The bag
It wasn't
nobody can
security.
identify.
It wasn't a producer.
People thought there
it
couldn't
wasn't one of
possibly be
Chrisean's friends.
anything darker
It wasn't someone
left in the
random.
story.
It was
They were
Blueface's
wrong.
mother,
Because
Carlissa.
everything up until now,
People
the
screamed,
footage, the leaks,
"Carlissa?
the panic, was
She stole
just
the
the
USB?
surface. The real
WTF
horror
was she
began
doing there?
the moment the latest
She
whistleblower
watched
dropped the
everything?
sentence that
She
froze
wants to
millions
destroy
of people
Chrisean?
instantly.
She
It
protected her
wasn't
son's
just her.
image.
Nobody
But
breathed.
that wasn't the twist.
Nobody scrolled.
Not even close.
Every eye locked
Because a
on the
fifth
screen,
screenshot
waiting
leaked.
for the next detail.
The one that shut
And
the
then
internet down completely.
The hammer dropped.
It showed the USB plugged
Someone
into a
bigger
computer.
than her was
Keyboard
there that
visible.
night.
Nails visible.
Those words detonated
Tattoo
across
visible.
the internet like a bomb
And it wasn't
going off
Carlissa's.
inside a room full
It
of
wasn't
gasoline.
Chrisean's. It
Who was
wasn't
bigger than
Blueface's.
Chrisean at Zeus?
It belonged to someone
Who had
else
the power
entirely.
to cover up footage?
Someone
Who could
fans
manipulate
recognized
evidence,
instantly.
silence
Jiden
staff,
Alexis.
and hush entire
Blueface's
departments?
ex. Chrisean's
Theories
rival.
flooded every
The
platform
woman with the
within
most
seconds.
motive to expose Chrisean.
Was it a producer?
The woman with
A
years of
showrunner?
bad blood.
A Zeus
The
executive?
woman who has been
the
waiting
CEO?
for this moment.
And then the whistleblower
The
clarified.
internet exploded
It
like
wasn't
dynamite.
an employee. It was a name.
Jiden has the USB.
A name, a public figure.
She leaked
someone
the
the world
footage.
knows. Someone who
taking
should have
Chrisean
never
down.
been there. People went
Zeus
insane.
is dead.
Live
This
streams
is
erupted
war.
in panic. YouTubers
But here
started
comes
taking
the real
guesses.
shocking
Some creators
reveal.
swore they knew who it
The
was.
one the
but were
eyewitness
too scared to
confirmed
say
in a
it.
panicked message
One
hours
massive
later.
streamer whispered,
Jiden
"This
didn't
is
plan
a
to take the
career-ending
USB.
secret, a
She didn't know the
criminal-level
warehouse
secret.
fight would happen. She didn't
If they
know
dropped
Ronny
the
would
name,
die.
It's over.
She didn't know the CEO would
But the
flip out.
whistleblower wasn't naming them.
But she did
Not
know
yet.
one thing.
Instead, they dropped a clue.
Someone inside Zeus tipped
This
her off.
person arrived after
Someone
the
told
fight,
her,
but
"Something's
before
going down
Chrisean
tonight.
left with the bag.
Be ready."
Meaning this mysterious
And that
figure
means the real
wasn't just
question
randomly
isn't,
present.
why
they
did
were
Jiden
involved in
leak
the
the
window
images?
between the violence and the
It's,
alleged full-fledged
Who
cleanup.
inside Zeus
a role
tipped her
that
off?
changes everything.
Who wanted her to
People
get the
started
USB?
digging instantly.
Who wanted Chrisean and the
Fans pulled
CEO
old
to
cast
turn on each
photos,
other?
behind-the-scenes footage,
Who wanted the
airport
network to
sightings,
burn?
leaked
And the
text
final
messages.
reveal.
Everyone was searching for the
The
one
eyewitness
person
said
who
she
shouldn't
heard
have
the
been near
CEO
that
screaming.
warehouse. But
Not at
before the
Chrisean.
internet could figure
Not
it
at
out,
security.
another leak
Not at
hit,
Ronny.
one that felt like
At
a
someone
punch
on the
to
phone.
the gut. A
his
6-second
exact
audio
words.
clip, static.
Why did you bring her
footsteps,
here?
A shaky voice.
Why did you tell
not
her?
Chrisean,
Do you
not
know
Ronny,
what you've done?
Not a staff
You ruined
member.
everything.
A deep male voice saying,
Someone
"Move
powerful
him.
inside Zeus
Quick."
set this whole thing in motion.
That was it. 6
Someone
seconds.
who wanted the truth out.
But those 2 words
Someone who wanted
shattered
the CEO
entire
destroyed.
narrative. Move
Someone
him,
who
move
wanted
who?
Chrisean humiliated.
Move Ronnie's body, move
Someone
evidence,
who used Ronnie's
move the
death as
bag.
an opportunity.
And the voice wasn't
And
yelling.
that person is
he wasn't
still
panicked.
inside the building.
He sounded calm.
Still working.
Experienced.
Still manipulating.
Like someone who'd done
Still
this
planning
before.
their next move.
That tone sent chills
The
through
moment the
every
screenshots
listener.
dropped.
People began
The
to compare
USB
the voice
folder,
to public
the
figures.
warehouse footage,
Some said
the
it
leaked
sounded
frame
like
of
a
the
Zeus
CEO
executive.
grabbing Ronnie,
Others
the
said it
security
sounded like
angle showing
someone who worked
Carlissa,
on multiple
and finally
sets.
the laptop
A few
image revealing
theorized it
Jide and
belonged to a
Alexis.
well-known reality
The entire
star.
internet didn't
Then
just
Reddit
react.
exploded with the most horrifying thread
detonated.
yet.
Hollywood
There
group
was a
chats,
second vehicle
on fire,
seen leaving the
Zeus
alley that
producers,
night.
calling
The
lawyers,
whistleblower
YouTubers,
came back hours
going
later
live
to
at 4
confirm it.
a.m., bloggers,
Yes, 2
typing
cars
like their
left,
keyboards
not
owed them
one.
money.
And only one
And
belonged
Instagram?
to Chrisean.
Please.
The other car?
Instagram practically
Registered
caught
to
a
someone
fever.
connected to Zeus.
Because this wasn't just a
someone
scandal.
with influence.
This wasn't
someone
just a
who
fight.
could silence staff.
This wasn't just another
someone who had
Chrisean
the
versus
power to
Jiden
edit
situation.
episodes,
This
pull
was a
footage,
cover-up,
and shut
a
down
crime
internal
scene,
discussion.
and a betrayal war
The
all
internet
erupting at the
spiraled
same
into
time.
pure chaos.
And for
Creators were
once,
up all night.
the public had the
connecting dots.
receipts
People
before
were
the
screaming
network
in
could twist the
comments.
narrative.
Name him.
The first explosion
Drop the
came from
receipts.
Hollywood Unlocked.
Stop
posting,
playing and expose him.
sources
But the
confirmed the
whistleblower
leaked footage is
remained
real.
careful.
CEO's
I'll release the
911
name of
call
Zeus
is under
denies knowing
investigation.
about the second vehicle.
Police are seeking additional
It was
witnesses.
blackmail. It was a
Within
threat.
minutes,
It was the
Shaker
beginning of a
Zeus
war.
Exposed hit 1.2
And then
million tweets.
The police made an unexpected move.
Then
They
TMZ
released
dropped a headline
statement
that
at
froze
9:42
everyone's
a.m.
blood.
We are now
Police
investigating
reviewing
multiple
leaked
individuals.
security footage.
More details soon.
Timeline doesn't match
Multiple,
CEO's statement.
not one, not just Chrisean.
Suddenly, Zeus wasn't controlling the story.
Multiple. Meaning
Law
the police
enforcement
already
was.
know someone else was
Wardrobe
there.
stylists,
Meaning the
background staff,
whistleblower wasn't
editors,
lying.
people
Meaning
who never
the second
talk
audio
publicly,
clip was real.
started posting vague
Meaning
messages
the edited
like,
footage wasn't
"Y'all don't know
clipped
the
by
half."
accident.
Many
Meaning
of us
this
tried
is
to
bigger
warn
than
them.
Chrisean Rock.
Karma came fast.
Bigger than Zeus.
Everything
Maybe even
was a
bigger than
lie.
entertainment itself.
And then the real
But
chaos
the
began.
darkest moment came from Ronnie's
Hollywood
family.
executives
They
turned on
posted
Zeus.
a photo. Never
producer
before
from
seen
VH1
footage
tweeted,
of Ronnie just days before
"We saw this
he
coming.
disappeared.
You can't build
He
a
looked
network
happy,
on chaos
alive,
and expect
full
stability."
of energy. The caption
A
read,
Netflix exec
"We're ready to
posted,
say his name.
"Shutting
now
down
we want
productions
them
doesn't
to
erase
say
the
theirs."
truth."
That
A former
post
Zeus
alone
employee
bulldozed
risked
the internet.
everything and posted,
Suddenly, everyone felt it.
"I quit because
the
I
heaviness,
saw stuff
the fear,
like this."
the realization that
I'm not
someone very
surprised.
powerful had a
But
hand
nothing,
in the events of
nothing
that night. And
caused
the
more
whistleblower's
panic than the
final
moment a
message
verified
before going
entertainment lawyer
silent,
tweeted,
"You want the
"The
truth?
warehouse footage suggests
coming.
criminal liability.
And once the name
the
drops,
CEO should be very
nothing
worried."
will ever be the same.
The comments
The
exploded.
world is holding its breath.
Arrest him.
Zeus is in hiding.
Chrissy is innocent.
Chrisean is pretending nothing is
Jiden
wrong.
saved the footage.
Police are circling.
Ronnie was killed by
Whistleblowers are
Zeus.
loading their receipts.
This is
And the
insane.
The name is hanging
Meanwhile,
over the
churches,
entire
pastors,
industry
and
like a
spiritual
guillotine.
influencers, yes,
Before you
even
scroll
they got
away,
involved,
before the
posted
internet
cryptic
moves on to
lines
the next
like,
shock,
"Truth
before
always
Zeus tries to
reveals."
bury this story,
The wicked
or
expose
Chrisean distracts
themselves.
everyone with a live meltdown.
God is showing who the real
You need to
snake
understand
is.
one thing. This
It was a
situation
full
is not
cultural
over.
collapse.
In fact, this
the
is the
real
calm
battle?
before the biggest explosion yet.
Social media influencers,
Because the name, the
especially
powerful
the
figure
ones
who
who
was
built their
allegedly
brand
there
on
that
Chrisean
night,
versus
the
Jiden
person who was
drama,
caught on audio
started
saying,
choosing
"Move him,"
sides.
the person the
One
whistleblower is
huge
threatening to
TikToker said,
expose, has
"If
still
Jiden leaked
not
that
been
USB,
revealed.
she saved
And the only
Chrisean's
reason
life.
it hasn't dropped yet?
Y'all can hate her, but
Because
facts
Zeus hasn't
are
denied the
facts."
second vehicle. Because
Another
the
posted,
CEO hasn't spoken.
"Chrisean always gets
because
blamed for
someone
everything,
inside that building
but this
knows
time
the
the
truth.
receipts show the CEO
And they're trying to
is
keep
the
the
demon."
world quiet just long
A
enough
third
to clean up
responded,
the mess.
"So we're all
But the
ignoring
internet
that
isn't
Carlissa
quiet.
was
You
hiding
aren't
behind
quiet.
the wall?"
And now, more
Hello?
than ever, your voice matters.
It was
So let me
pandemonium.
ask you, what
But
do
then
you think is in that missing
Blueface
part of
chimed
the
in.
footage? Was
From
Ronnie
jail.
alive when the second person arrived?
From whatever
Was
mysterious,
the bag
echoing
meant to hide
concrete bunker
evidence?
he's locked in,
Was the CEO
he got access to
protecting
someone's phone
Chrisean
and posted a
or
voice note that
protecting
immediately
himself?
went viral.
Whose voice do you think said,
All I'm going to say
"Move
is,
him"?
I've been
Do
trying
you
to
think
tell
it
y'all
was a
Zeus
Zeus
is evil.
executive,
They set her
a
up.
showrunner,
They set me
a cast
up.
member,
Y'all late.
or someone even more influential?
The internet screamed,
Someone with the power to bury
"Blueface
the
was
truth.
right."
And why was
Blueface
the dumpster
defending
cleaning
Chrisean?
twice? Why was
Blueface
Bleach
and Jaden
involved?
working together?
Why did the CEO touch
But even
the
that
footage?
wasn't the peak.
Why
Because
did the
while
police
everyone was
suddenly
pointing
switch to
fingers,
investigating
crying in their
multiple
cars,
suspects?
making breakdowns,
Tell me what you
and
think
demanding
happened that
warrants,
night. Because until the truth
Jade
comes
and
out,
Alexis posted
the
a
internet
video.
is the only
Black
place holding
screen.
these people accountable.
Silence at first.
If you want to
then
stay
her
ahead
voice.
of this story,
Calm,
if you want to be
icy,
the first
surgical.
to know when that name
I didn't
finally
steal anything.
drops,
I didn't break in.
if you
I
want
didn't sneak
every
around.
update, every leak,
A pause.
every whistleblower
I was
message
invited.
in real time,
The
hit like,
world
drop
froze.
a comment, and subscribe
Comments
right
flooded
now.
in like a dam burst.
Turn on notifications because
Invited
when the
by
next
who?
piece of this puzzle falls,
What does she mean?
when the whistleblower
Who let
drops the
Jaden
name,
in?
the entire entertainment
Someone
world
inside
is going
Zeus
to
set this
shake.
up.
Stay alert.
Jaden
Stay
continued.
locked in.
You want to
Because
know
the
how I
next
ended up
update
with that
could end
USB?
careers,
Because
take down
someone
a
at
network,
Zeus wanted
and
me to have
expose
it.
the truth behind
Someone
what
who's been
really
protecting the wrong
happened to
people
Ronny
for
Doe.
too long. Another pause. And I'm not scared of any of them. She clicked something. The video cut to a blurred screenshot. Text messages between her and an unknown Zeus insider. One message from the insider said, "Come tonight. Bring your laptop. Trust me. Chrisean won't be the one going down." The public lost its mind. Blogs blew up. Podcast hosts jumped out of bed. YouTubers put their wigs on wrong trying to go live.
From the second the first whisper
Everyone was
leaked
screaming
out of
the
the Zeus
same
network
thing.
office, the
Who
entertainment
inside
world
Zeus
froze.
sent her that text?
People thought it was a rumor,
They
a
set the
misunderstanding,
CEO up?
maybe even
This was
a
an
twisted
inside
publicity
job.
stunt.
Someone
until
wanted the
confirmation
network to
hit
fall.
like a nuclear bomb.
Someone
the
is
CEO of Zeus
sabotaging
himself
everything.
had allegedly called the
But
police
Jaden wasn't finished.
on Chrisean
The
Rock,
final
and
seconds
the
of her
reason,
video.
something so
The
dark,
part that
so
sent shivers
explosive,
down everyone's
so
spine.
unbelievable that even
Showed her
longtime
holding
fans
the
of
USB
Chrisean, the ones
in
who
her
defend
hand,
her through
close
everything,
to her chest.
are backing away
She
in
whispered,
shock. Because
"I
according
know
to
what's
internal
on
sources,
here.
this wasn't
I know
about
the
a fight.
truth. And
This
if
wasn't
anything
about
happens
money.
to me,"
This wasn't about
She smirked.
contracts. This was
the
about
footage
Ronny
uploads
Doe,
automatically.
about what
The
allegedly
screen
happened
cut
to
to
him,
black.
about new evidence,
Silence.
about fingerprints,
Then her final message
video
appeared.
leaks, and a timeline
Time
that
to
doesn't make
expose
sense
who
anymore.
really runs Zeus.
And the craziest part?
The moment Jaden
Insiders say
Alexis
the
said,
Zeus CEO didn't just make
"Time
the
to
call
expose
out
who
of
really
caution.
runs
He
Zeus."
made it out of fear, real
every
fear.
person inside that
Fear
network
that the
felt a
network
chill
could be
shoot up
dragged
their
into the
spine.
biggest criminal
Because she
investigation
wasn't
the
bluffing.
industry has seen
Her
in
confidence
years.
wasn't performance.
Fear that the truth about
Her
Ronny's
threat
final
wasn't empty.
hours might lead
She had
straight
the
back to
USB.
Chrisean Rock.
She had the texts.
Fear
she
that the
had
chaos
the footage.
she brought on
she
screen
had the proof.
finally turned
But
into
most
something
importantly,
far more
she
dangerous
had protection.
off screen.
And that
but
was
here's
the
where
detail
things
nobody
get
caught
even
at
more
first.
insane.
See, when
According
Jaden
to
posted
one
that
Zeus
black
staff
screen
member,
confession,
someone
the
who
internet
claims they
focused
were
on
in
the
the
USB.
room when everything
They
unfolded.
focused on the blurred messages.
The CEO allegedly said,
They focused on her saying
if
she
this
didn't
gets out
steal
before the police
anything.
handle it,
But
we're
they
all
missed
finished.
the biggest clue.
And that sentence alone has
reflection
sent
in
the
the corner
entire
of her
internet
screen.
into hysteria.
A silhouette.
Because what exactly did
standing
they find?
behind her.
What did Chrisean
Watching,
do? What
guarding,
does Zeus know? What are they
Shoulders
hiding?
squared, arms crossed.
And why is everyone
not
suddenly
Blueface,
terrified to
not
speak on Ronny
Carlissa,
Doe's name?
Not a friend.
This isn't just
not some
drama.
random
This is a
man.
danger zone.
Someone with
a
real
ticking
power.
bomb. A
Someone whose
career-ending,
presence meant
network-crushing
danger.
scandal that's unraveling in
Someone
real
who wasn't
time.
supposed to be
And
anywhere
trust
near
me,
Jaden.
what comes
But
next
before
is
the
worse.
internet could decode the
Before
reflection,
this scandal blew up
the
into
real
the
twist
biggest
hit.
wildfire Zeus network
Zeus
has ever
insider
faced.
leaked their identity.
Before the CEO
Not by
allegedly
accident,
picked up the phone,
not by mistake,
was shaking hands to
on
call
purpose.
the police on his own
The
star.
leak came in the form
Before
of a
Ronny Doe's
voicemail that
name
surfaced online.
resurfaced in one of the most
A
chilling
voicemail the
accusations
insider
of the year.
left for Jaden
There
3
was a
hours
long,
before the
messy,
warehouse incident.
chaotic trail of drama
In the voice note,
that nobody
a stressed
connected
voice whispers,
until now.
Listen
Because to
me
understand
carefully.
why the Zeus CEO
I can't say
is
this
reportedly
twice.
terrified,
The CEO
why the
is
staff
planning
is in
something
panic
tonight.
mode, and
He's
why
covering his own
Chrisean
tracks.
Rock's name is
Go to
suddenly
the
tied
warehouse.
to an alleged
Record
killing.
everything.
You
And
need
when
to
it's
go back to
done,
the beginning, the real
take the
beginning.
USB.
Long
You'll know
before
which one.
Ronny Doe disappeared,
The public
long
went
before
ballistic.
cops were involved,
Who
and long
is
before
that?
Zeus became ground zero.
Why do
for
they
this
sound
nightmare.
scared?
This story didn't
The
start in a
CEO was
boardroom. It
planning
didn't
this?
start on a set. It
The
didn't start
insider
with a
knew
fight.
Ronny would be there?
It started with a relationship.
But then,
a messy,
the twist
unpredictable,
nobody saw coming.
emotionally explosive relationship.
a forensic audio
between
analyst
Chrisean
enhanced the
Rock
voicemail
and
and
Ronny Doe.
confirmed the
One
voice
that
belonged
insiders
to
now describe as
the head
a
of
bomb
post-production at
waiting to
Zeus.
go off.
the same
Ronny
person
Doe,
responsible
the
for
man
editing
behind
footage.
the mystery.
The
Ronny
same
Doe wasn't a
person who
household
decides
name.
what goes on
he wasn't
air.
a superstar, a
The
rapper,
same
or a
person
celebrity.
who handles backups,
He was quiet,
deletes scenes,
smart, observant,
rewrites narratives,
and always
and buries
in the background.
incriminating clips.
A fixer, a runner,
The internet
a problem
exploded.
solver who worked
The
with
editor set
multiple
this up?
entertainment groups behind
The
the
head
scenes.
of Post betrayed the CEO?
But according to someone
They
who
wanted
worked
Jaden to have the
closely with
footage?
him, Ronny
Why
knew too
would
much
they
about
do
too many
that?
people. He
But
saw
the
things,
motive
he heard things,
was
things.
darker than
He cleaned
anyone
up
expected.
messes people didn't want
A
exposed.
new leak surfaced.
And
A
Chrisean?
text exchange
She
between
allegedly
the
depended
insider
on
and
him
another
more than
staff
anyone
member.
ever realized.
I'm
They weren't
tired of
dating.
protecting him.
They weren't
He
enemies. They
crossed
weren't
the line.
friends. They were something
He
in
thinks he can
between,
do
something
anything to
strange,
talent.
tense, and dangerous.
We all saw what
Sources say
happened to
Ronny
RD.
was one of the few people
He won't
who
get
could
away
calm
with this
Chrisean
one.
down when she spiraled.
The initials RD
He'd been around
hit the
during
world like
emotional
a sledgehammer.
breakdowns, fights, off-camera
RD da
arguments,
Ronny Doe.
backstage
Meaning,
meltdowns,
the
times when
CEO
nobody
didn't
else
just
could
attack
control
Ronny
her,
in the warehouse.
and that made him
He
valuable.
had been targeting him for
but it
months,
also made him vulnerable.
threatening him, silencing
The
him,
secret
punishing
that
him
changed
for what he knew.
everything.
And the head of
The real
post-production
turning
had
point
enough.
came months before his
So they planned the
disappearance.
ultimate trap.
When Ronny allegedly
Expose
found
the
out
CEO,
something he wasn't supposed to
expose
know,
the cover-up,
something involving
expose the
Chrisean,
manipulation,
her past decisions, and
expose the
something she
violence,
allegedly did during a
and
night,
use the
she
one
publicly
person
claimed
fearless
she
enough to
didn't
stand in the
remember.
fire.
One Zeus
Jaden
cameraman
Alexis.
said,
Not
Ronny
because
found
she
out about
loved
an
Chrisean,
incident, a big one,
not because she cared
something
about
crazy,
Zeus, not
and
because
after
she
that,
wanted justice
everything
for Ronny,
changed.
but because
nobody
she
knew
wanted
what the incident
payback.
was. Not
Payback
yet.
on the CEO,
Not until the police got
payback on the
involved.
network,
The night
payback
of
on
the
everyone
fight,
who humiliated
months
her,
before this
downplayed her,
scandal
mocked
broke
her,
right outside
used her
of
as
Zeus
clickbait,
taping,
and made her the
Chrisean and
villain
Ronny
for years.
reportedly got into a
She was
heated
done
argument.
being the side character.
One that staff
She
member
wanted to be
said
the
didn't
executioner.
look like a normal fight.
And she was.
Witnesses heard you weren't
But
supposed
the twist
to see
wasn't
that.
who the
You need to
insider
forget it.
was.
You talk
It was
too
why
much.
they helped
And
Jaden.
Ronny's chilling reply,
Because the
if
final
anything
leak,
happens to me,
the one that
people
hit
gonna
the
know
internet
who did
last,
it.
revealed
Nobody
something
thought
monstrous.
much of it then.
A
Drama
deleted
follows
message from the
Chrisean everywhere,
CEO to
fights,
the head of post,
yelling, threats,
recovered
chaos.
from Ronny's old email
But this
backups.
fight felt different.
The message
because
said,
the next week, Ronny
if
disappeared.
Jaden doesn't shut up,
The disappearance.
we'll handle her the
no one
same way
talked
we
about.
handled Ronny.
The exact timeline
The
is still
world
blurry
stopped.
because Zeus
One
allegedly
message,
worked hard to keep this
one
quiet.
sentence,
Staff members claim
one
Ronny
death
stopped
threat
showing up
buried
for
under
shoots.
corporate language.
He wasn't answering texts.
suddenly
he wasn't
everything made
picking up
sense.
calls. He wasn't
Why the
collecting
insider
checks,
risked their job.
equipment, or
Why
personal
they set
items.
the CEO up.
He vanished.
Why they
like he
brought
was
Jaden
erased.
to the warehouse.
One staffer
Why they
claimed,
leaked the footage.
we asked about him.
Why they pushed her to
Management
go
said
public.
not to worry.
Why they
that
wanted
he
the CEO
needed a
to
break.
burn.
But the way
weren't
they
helping
said
Chrisean.
it felt off.
They were protecting Jaden
Still, no one
because she
pushed
was
the issue
next.
until last week.
And the final scene,
The
the
missing
one that
person
ends the
rumor.
episode with pure
the internet
terror,
never heard
came
internal
from a
messages
street
from
camera
Zeus.
across from Jaden's
Employees
house.
reportedly leaked onto
At
a private
3:42
forum.
a.m.,
Messages
a black
saying Ronny's
SUV
family
rolled
had
past her
filed a missing
driveway.
person report months ago.
Slow,
but it never made
creeping.
the news. Why?
No
Because
lights,
Ronny didn't exist
no
publicly.
plates.
No
The
social
same
media,
SUV
no
seen at the
spotlight,
warehouse.
no clout.
The same SUV
Just a man
seen when
who
Ronny
worked behind
messaged
the
about the
scenes and
footage.
vanished without a
The
trace.
same SUV
But
that
here's where
followed
the
the
story
eyewitness
becomes
home.
terrifying. Someone
And the last
anonymously
frame,
forwarded Ronny's
A
missing
man
person
stepping
report
out of the passenger
to the Zeus
seat,
CEO.
tall,
And according
broad,
to insiders,
face hidden.
that document had
The same
three
man who
things
works
that
under the
immediately
CEO.
connected Ronny's
The
disappearance
screen
back
freezes.
to Chrisean.
A single
The
caption
last place
appears.
he was seen alive
He knows
was
she
with
has the
Chrisean.
USB.
A witness claimed
If you
they
made it
heard
to
her
the end of
yelling
this
threats
story,
earlier that night.
If your heart is pounding right
a
now,
video existed.
if your brain is spinning
one that
trying to
allegedly
understand what you
showed
just
Ronny
heard,
and Chrisean
then
having
you
a
already
violent
know.
altercation
This is not
hours
over,
before he
not even
vanished.
close.
When the
The
CEO, saw
CEO
that,
lied.
every
The
alarm
warehouse
in the
wasn't
building
an accident.
went off.
Ronny
The
didn't
video
fall.
that shook Zeus to its
Chrisean
core.
didn't kill him.
According to the
Jaden didn't
whistleblower,
steal the
someone
USB.
from Ronny's
She was
family
invited.
sent Zeus a
And
private
someone
clip,
inside Zeus
a
is playing
security
a game with
camera-style
real
video
stakes,
from outside a
real
warehouse.
danger, and real
The footage
consequences.
allegedly shows Chrisean
Now I need you.
screaming,
Tell me in
Ronny
the comments.
backing away.
Do you think the
something thrown a
CEO
fall
is the one who hurt
Chrisean,
Ronny?
running Ronny not moving.
Or is there someone even higher
the
pulling
screen
strings
cuts,
behind him?
no ending,
Tell
no
me,
aftermath.
Do you think
Just a
Jaden leaked the
disturbing,
USB to
incomplete
protect
clip.
herself?
And that was enough
Or is she
to make
planning
the
to take
CEO
Chrisean
panic.
down too?
An insider
Tell me,
says he stood up,
Who
grabbed
do
his
you
phone,
think
and
the
said,
insider is
"I'm
really
calling
loyal
the police
to?
now."
Jaden? The truth?
The CEO's
The
decision.
drama? Or
Protect
someone we haven't
Zeus
met yet?
Or protect Chrisean.
Tell me, what do you think
Everyone
is on the
inside
footage
the
labeled
building
the
was
real
stunned.
reason?
Zeus
Because
always
if that
protected
file ever
Chrisean.
leaks, the
Always
entire
cleaned her
industry
messes,
burns.
always defended her.
Hit like if you
but
think
not
Zeus
this
needs to
time.
be investigated
A staff
immediately.
member who was in the room
Hit
claims
like
the
if you think
CEO
the
said,
CEO belongs
if the truth
in handcuffs
comes out
tonight.
and we ignored this footage,
Hit
they'll
like.
take down the whole network.
If you think Ronny deserves
this wasn't
justice,
a moral decision.
hit
This
subscribe
was
if you
survival.
want episode 2.
And according to reports,
because the next episode is where the
CEO
SUV
handed
returns.
everything to the
Police
cops.
question the CEO.
The police response
Jaden's
that
house
started
gets
the
watched,
firestorm.
and the missing second phone finally
Detectives
surfaces.
allegedly reviewed the video
And trust me,
immediately opened a deeper
you will not
inquiry,
survive
not a
episode
wellness
2
check.
without dropping your
Not a
jaw at
casual
least 5
interview,
times.
a full investigation.
Turn on your notifications
Why?
right
because
now.
the footage didn't just show a
Because
fight.
the moment the new
it showed
leaks hit,
something that could be
the
classified
moment the second
as
witness
assault
speaks,
negligence.
the moment
or
the
far
footage
worse,
is decoded,
which is why the police
the
are
moment the
reportedly
SUV
trying to
makes its
reconstruct
next
Ronnie's
move,
final known movements.
you're going to want
but
to be here
here's
the
where things
second
get
it happens.
twisted. The timeline
Drop
doesn't
your
add up.
predictions. Drop your
Witness
theories.
statements don't match.
Drop your warnings.
Chrisean's version of events
Episode 2 is
reportedly
coming.
contradicts 3 different accounts.
And the truth inside
and
it
Ronnie's location after
will
the
destroy
fight
the
is a
last
complete
person
mystery.
anyone suspects.
Some sources
The
even
internet
claim
isn't ready for
the
this.
police asked
Hollywood
directly
isn't
if
ready
this
for
could be
this.
a homicide case.
Even the Zeus network
And if
board
that's
wasn't
true,
ready for what their
this
own
story isn't
CEO
just about
unleashed at
drama
3:14
anymore.
a.m.
It's about a potential crime.
A frantic emergency
and the
call
deeper
to
you go,
police,
the
trembling
more
voice,
disturbing it gets.
panic in his throat,
Because the
saying
next
the
part
words
of this story,
no one ever
it's where
expected to hear
accusations turn
attached to
into
Chrisean
evidence.
Rock.
And
She
evidence
did it.
turns into
She
a
KL'd
twist
him.
nobody saw
Ronny
coming.
Doe is dead.
The moment police
And
got
within
involved,
seconds,
the
not
energy
minutes,
inside the Zeus
the
network
entire
shifted
world
from
flipped
chaotic
upside down.
to absolutely unhinged.
Sirens lighting up the
Staff
night outside
members went from
Chrisean's
whispering
condo.
in hallways to
Helicopters
full-blown
circling
panic
overhead.
behind locked office
Neighbors
doors.
filming from balconies.
Phones weren't ringing.
Producers on
They
conference
were
calls
vibrating
screaming,
nonstop.
"Shut the cameras down."
Executives weren't talking.
Executives
They were
wiping
yelling.
sweat off their foreheads,
And the
terrified
CEO,
that the truth was about
according
to come
to one
out.
insider,
But
he
here's
was
the part
pacing
that
like a
none
man
of them
watching
were
his
prepared
entire
for.
empire crumble in
The
real
call
time.
didn't come from a
because
random
the police
witness.
weren't treating this
It
like a
didn't
missing
come from a
person
security
case
guard.
anymore. They were treating
It
it
didn't
like
come from
something
a
far
neighbor.
darker.
It
The
came from the
officers
CEO
didn't
of Zeus
ask
himself.
basic questions.
The same man
They
who
asked
made millions off
investigative
Chrisean,
questions,
protected
timeline
her,
questions,
defended her, promoted
violence
her,
pattern
and
questions,
turned her into one of the
motive
network's
questions.
biggest stars.
And when the CEO
His
handed
voice
over
on
the
the leaked
footage,
911
the
recording was shaking.
incomplete, suspiciously cut
She
clip
lost
of
it.
Chrisean
She really
screaming,
lost it. There's
Ronnie
blood.
backing up,
He's not
the
breathing.
loud thud,
I think
the fall,
I
the
think she
motionless
did it.
body. One
And
detective
suddenly,
allegedly
The
whispered,
chat rooms exploded.
"This isn't an accident."
What? Chrissy
Those
did
words
what?
spread through the building faster
Who
than
was Ronny
wildfire.
Doe?
People were shaking.
Someone released the footage.
Executives were calling lawyers.
Why is the
Producers were
CEO
pulling
calling
up past
911?
incidents
This
involving
is
Chrisean,
bad.
trying to figure out
But then,
just how deep this hole
The
went.
twist.
One
As
editor
cops
claimed,
rushed toward
"We
Chrisean's
always
building,
knew Chrisean brought
as word
drama,
spread
but
across
this,
Hollywood like
this
wildfire,
is something else entirely."
as Blueface's
But the
family
craziest
started
part
posting
began
cryptic
when
messages,
police asked the question
as
nobody at
TMZ
Zeus
vans
wanted to
lined the
hear.
street.
Who
A
edited this
new
clip?
voice cut through the chaos.
Because the video had cuts.
A woman,
Not just glitches,
terrified,
not just corruptions.
breathless,
Deliberate cuts.
crying.
Timestamps that jumped.
She didn't
frames
do
missing
it.
in between movements.
I saw what really
Someone had
happened.
touched the footage.
And
Someone
that
had
one
tampered with
sentence
evidence.
shattered the entire
And
narrative.
according to 2 staff members,
Because the real
CEO
question
nearly
wasn't who called the
collapsed when
police.
detectives said,
It was,
footage like this gets
why did the
professionally
CEO
altered,
turn on
not
Chrisean
accidentally damaged.
right after Ronny Doe's
It
body
wasn't
hit
just
the
a missing
ground?
worker anymore. It
What
wasn't just a
secret was he
violent
trying
fight.
to bury before the
It wasn't
truth
just a
leaked
rumor.
first?
It was a potential
Long before the
cover-up.
CEO of Zeus
Everything
Network
took a left
picked up that
turn that
phone in the
nobody
middle of
expected.
the night.
Hours
Long
later,
before the sirens
a
lit up the
whistleblower
Hollywood
from Ronnie's
skyline.
side contacted police
Long
and
before
claimed
Ronny
they had the
Doe's
original
lifeless body
version of
hit
the
the
video,
ground.
the one before
This
someone
story had
cleaned
been
it up.
rotting underneath
Detectives
Chrisean's world
immediately
for
demanded
months.
they turn it in, but before
Nobody
they
paid
did,
attention.
a leak surfaced.
Nobody connected the dots.
A grainy screenshot from the
Nobody
original
realized
clip,
that a quiet
not the
storm
edited
was
Zeus
building
version,
behind the scenes.
not the watered-down one the
tied to
CEO handed
secrets
over.
Chrisean thought she had buried.
This one was horrifying.
Deals Zeus thought
Ronnie
would
wasn't
never
just
leak.
backing away; he was
And a
bleeding.
man named Ronny
His
Doe,
hand was covering his face.
a man who should have never
Chrisean
crossed
wasn't
into
just
her life in the
screaming.
first place.
She was holding something.
To the public,
It wasn't clear
Ronnie
what.
was a nobody.
A bottle, a phone,
background name,
a metal
a rumor,
object. But in
a
the
footnote
edited
in
Zeus
messy
version,
Hollywood
that
conversations.
object was completely missing.
But to Chrisean,
the internet erupted
he
the
was the
second
one
the
person
screenshot
who knew
spread.
something she
Reddit
prayed would
threads
never
hit
surface.
hundreds of pages.
Something
Twitter
powerful.
turned into a war zone of accusations.
Something dangerous.
People were questioning
Something
why
that
Zeus
could
cut
destroy
the
her
clip,
career, her relationships,
why the object
her
disappeared,
freedom,
why the
and
CEO
Zeus
waited
Network
months
itself.
to call the police,
And that
why
is why
Ronnie's
he
missing
suddenly
person
ended up
report
dead.
never went public.
According to people close
And
to the
then
situation,
an anonymous
Ronny
poster
Doe wasn't
dropped
just
a
some
chilling
random
message.
dude, not
The
some
object
fan,
didn't fall.
not some
It
street
didn't break.
guy,
It
not
was
some
removed.
industry hanger-on.
Nobody knew if the message was
someone the
fake.
network feared.
Nobody knew if it was bait.
The kind of person
but
who
everyone
shows up
knew
in
what it
whispered
implied.
conversations.
Someone covered up
The
a
kind of
potential
person
weapon.
producers warn each
and
other
if Zeus
about.
edited the clip before police
The kind
saw
of
it,
person who gets
that
invited
means
into the
whoever
wrong
did it
rooms
could be
because he
charged with
carries the right
tampering.
information.
This is where the twist
And
hits
2 weeks
harder
before
than
his
anything
death,
before.
he messaged the
While
CEO
detectives
directly.
were digging into the video,
Not
they
begging,
started pulling
not
phone
threatening,
records,
but promising.
messages, GPS
I got
data,
something you'll want to hear.
call logs,
Something big.
And the first thing they noticed,
People inside
Ronnie's
Zeus said
last
the
known
CEO
phone
went
ping
pale when he
wasn't
saw
at
the
the Zeus
message.
warehouse.
Not
It was
because he
2
was
miles
scared of
away,
Ronnie,
near a riverbank.
but because he knew exactly what Ronny was
3:17
talking
a.m.,
about.
less than 2
secret
hours
deal.
after the fight.
A
But
hidden
guess
payment.
whose phone pinged in
A
that
cover-up
same
involving
area at the
footage
same
that was
time?
never meant to reach the
Chrisean's.
public.
The internet
Footage that
exploded when this
Chrisean
detail
didn't know
surfaced.
even existed.
One anonymous staff
Ronny
member
did.
leaked the info
And
to
Zeus
a blogger
did.
known for exposing
And one
industry
night,
secrets. They
Chrisean
found
found
overlap
out
in
too.
pings. Same
Behind the
night,
scenes, producers
same hour,
started panicking.
same location.
Group chats
They're not saying
exploded.
she did anything,
Confidential
but they are
documents
saying
were
she
pulled
didn't
from
tell the
internal
truth about that
servers.
night.
Security
That
guards were
revelation
told to
sent
rotate
everything
positions
spiraling.
without explanation.
Chrisean went online acting normal,
Because Ronnie's
posting
message
random
wasn't
chaotic
random.
stuff like nothing
It was a
happening.
warning shot.
But the problem was
Ronnie
the
had
internet wasn't
receipts,
buying it anymore. They
screenshots,
weren't entertained.
recordings,
They weren't distracted.
even a notebook.
They were investigating.
Pages filled with dates,
Meanwhile,
times, and
police were doing
details
the
no
one thing
outsider
nobody
should have
saw
ever
coming.
had access to.
They started interviewing everyone
what terrified
Chrisean
Zeus
fought
the
with,
most?
screamed at, or
Ronnie wasn't
threatened
bluffing.
on Zeus
He
sets.
wanted money.
They pulled
He
security
wanted
logs.
leverage.
They reviewed archive
He
footage.
wanted to control the
They
narrative
questioned
before
producers.
someone else controlled
They even
him.
asked editors,
The
has
CEO,
she ever injured
who
someone
had always
before?
protected Chrisean
Has she
like she
ever
was the
struck crew
network's
members?
golden goose,
Has she ever
suddenly
escalated a
became
fight
cold,
to a dangerous level?
distant,
And the answer
stressed.
devastating.
He knew Ronnie
One
had the
editor
power to
allegedly
destroy
told
everything.
police she threw a
The
chair at
shows,
a cameraman.
the contracts,
They cut it out of the
the
episode.
ratings, the
A
deals,
producer claimed
the brand,
she swung at a sound
the
guy
entire
once,
empire
broke his
built
equipment.
around Chrisean's chaos.
Another insider said,
Behind
she has
closed
outbursts
doors,
that don't make it on the
executives
show.
whispered,
We delete that footage.
what if Ronnie exposes it?
Suddenly, the cops had a full
What if he sells the
behavioral pattern.
footage?
Violent, reactive,
if he takes us down with
impulsive,
him?
unpredictable.
Chrisean
It was exactly
can't
what
know.
they needed to justify digging
She'll
deeper.
explode.
But here's where the first
And then
twist explodes.
she
Police weren't
did,
just looking for what
because
happened
someone
to Ronnie.
told her.
They were looking
Someone
for
inside
Hacho
Zeus
deleted
slipped
the
up and
original
said the
footage
one sentence that
and
triggered the meltdown.
why. And this is where
Ronnie
everything
knows about
flips.
the tape.
Because when detectives
That was the
subpoenaed the
moment
Zeus
everything
database
snapped.
to trace who accessed the
Chrisean's
footage
energy
on the night
shifted
of the
instantly.
incident, it
Her
wasn't a
face went
random
cold.
staff member.
Her
It
breathing
wasn't a
changed.
low-tier editor.
Her fists
It wasn't an
clenched so
assistant.
tight
It
her
was
knuckles
someone
turned
higher.
white.
Higher
Witnesses
than
said
production.
she stormed out of the studio
higher
and
than
screamed
editing.
at someone on the phone.
Higher than security.
If he leaks anything,
it was someone
I
with full
swear
access.
to God.
Someone who shouldn't have touched
Nobody
the
knows
footage
what
at
the
all.
person on the other end said.
Someone who had everything
but
to lose.
everyone knows how she
The system
reacted.
logs allegedly show
She grabbed her bag,
the Zeus CEO
her keys,
edited the
her
video
jacket,
himself.
and
He
she
wasn't
drove
just
straight
calling
to
police.
Ronny Doe's last
He
known
wasn't
location.
just reacting. He
From
wasn't
that
just
moment
protecting the
forward,
network.
nobody could
He'd
stop
been
her.
involved from day
Not
one.
her
This
team,
wasn't panic. This
not
was
her
guilt.
friends,
This was
not
cover-up
even
behavior.
producers who
And
physically
the
tried
internet
to stand
lost
in
its
her
mind
way.
when this leaked.
Chrisean was
If the
moving with the
CEO
kind of
tampered
rage
with
she only
evidence,
gets when she feels trapped.
Why? What did he
or
hide?
betrayed.
What did he remove?
And she
Why
felt
did he
both.
protect Chrisean?
Because the
And
real
most
betrayal
importantly,
wasn't Ronnie
what
threatening
really
her.
happened to Ronnie that night?
The real betrayal
because the
was
police
Zeus
now
hiding
believe
it
the
from
edited
her.
clip isn't the story.
Sources
it's
said
the
that on the
smoke
night
from
Ronnie
something
died,
much bigger
Chrisean
burning
pulled up to a
underneath.
warehouse.
And the truth,
An old
it's
soundstage
darker,
Zeus
it's
used
deeper,
when they wanted to keep
it's more
cameras
dangerous
away.
than anyone
The
imagined.
CEO was already there.
The second the
Ronnie
detectives
was
discovered
already
the CEO
inside.
himself had allegedly
Two security
tampered
guards
with the
stood
video,
outside, pretending they
everything
weren't
escalated
shaking.
into a level of chaos.
Chrisean walked
Nobody
past
at
them
Zeus,
like she didn't see their
not
existence.
even the ones used to Chrisean's
burst into the
meltdowns,
building.
had ever
The
experienced
door slammed
before.
against the wall.
The building wasn't
And
buzzing
witnesses
anymore.
say the
It
moment
was
she saw
suffocating.
Ronnie, something
People were
inside her
whispering
snapped
like they
so
were afraid
violently
the
it
walls
felt
had
like an
ears.
explosion.
Phones were being
Voices
turned
were
off.
raised.
Staff
Objects
members were
thrown.
sneaking out early.
Someone screamed.
HR
Someone
started
begged.
working from home.
Someone threatened.
And the CEO, he
And in the
vanished
chaos,
into his office
Ronny
and
Doe
locked the
ended
door
up on the
behind
floor,
him. Because
breathing
once
shallow,
police realized
barely
he touched
conscious,
the footage,
bleeding.
the entire investigation
CEO
shifted
panicked.
direction.
The guards
This
froze.
was no longer about a fight
Chrisean
gone
looked
wrong.
like she was in another
This wasn't
dimension.
even about Ronnie's
And
disappearance
this is where the
anymore.
entire
This had
story takes
officially
its
turned
darkest
into a
turn.
case about cover-ups,
Because according to a
destroyed
source who was
evidence,
there that
and
night,
intent.
Ronnie
The
tried to
detectives
speak,
reportedly returned
but the
with a
CEO
warrant,
stepped forward
one that
and
allowed
said,
them to seize every
"Do
shred
not
of digital
say another
footage
word."
from the night of the incident,
It wasn't an
every
order to
camera
Ronnie.
feed, every backup
It was an order
file,
to everyone else.
every server log.
And that
Zeus
is why,
had no choice.
minutes later,
They had to hand
the
over
CEO
everything.
made the 911
And that's
call.
when the real horror started.
Why he told
Because the
operators
original
Chrisean
footage,
lost control.
the one Ronnie's family
Why he
claimed
made himself
existed,
sound like a
wasn't
terrified
just
witness
longer.
instead of a participant.
It showed something absolutely
Why he mentioned
chilling.
blood. And
A
she
leaked
killed him,
description
even
from a
before
tech
medics
analyst
arrived.
who claims they saw the
Because
raw
the
video
CEO
said.
wasn't panicking about
The
Ronnie's
edited
body.
version Zeus gave the
He was
cops cut
panicking
out
about
the
the
part where
truth
Ronnie
was
tried
about
to
to
run.
expose.
He tried to escape.
And that is why
he tried
one
to leave
woman,
the confrontation.
the same
he tried
woman
to
who
get away
shouted on
from
the live stream,
Chrisean.
"I saw what
And she
really
allegedly
happened,"
followed him.
is now the biggest
This wasn't
threat
a one-sided
to Zeus.
moment.
Because
this wasn't
she knows.
a slip. This
Chrisean
wasn't
wasn't
an
the
accident.
only one in that
this
warehouse.
was a chase.
Chrisean wasn't
The
the only one
analyst
who
claims
touched
the
Ronnie.
video shows Ronnie
Chrisean wasn't the
stumbling,
only one who
limping,
panicked.
terrified,
The
his hands
CEO
out,
wasn't an
pleading
innocent
for
caller.
space,
He
and
wasn't a
Chrisean
concerned
closing
observer.
the gap between them
He
in
was
a rage.
covering something up.
The description
Something he
alone
thought the
sent the
police would
internet
never
into a
uncover.
frenzy once it leaked.
Something he thought
He was
Ronny
trying
would
to
take
get
to the
away
grave.
from her.
Something so
changes
dangerous
everything.
that he was willing to throw
Why did
Chrisean
Zeus
under the
hide
bus
that part?
before it surfaced.
She wasn't defending
What
herself.
Zeus didn't
she was
expect
attacking him.
was that one
The
eyewitness,
CEO's silence
the
became
terrified
suspicious.
woman who stepped out of
Producer's
the shadows,
silence became suspicious.
would risk everything to
the
reveal
entire
the real
network's
truth.
silence became suspicious.
The eyewitness didn't
and then
mean to be there that
something
night.
even worse happened.
She didn't
One of the
plan to
security
witness a
guards came
meltdown.
forward anonymously.
She
He
didn't
said
plan to
that
watch
the night
Chrisean
Ronny
rockstorm into a
disappeared, he saw
warehouse like a
Chrisean leave the
hurricane
building
sent by
with her
God
hair wet,
himself.
her shirt stained,
She didn't plan
and
to
her
see Ronny
hands
Doe
shaking.
bleeding on the floor while
She
the
wasn't
Zeus
alone.
CEO paced
She was
back and
dragging
forth like
something
he was
heavy
deciding
inside
whether
a
to
large
save
black
a man
bag that she
or
refused to
save
let
himself.
anyone touch. The
She was
guard
just
claimed
a
he offered
makeup
to help,
artist,
and she
a
snapped,
background staffer,
"Back up!
a
It's
nobody
mine."
in the Zeus hierarchy.
That detail exploded
and
across
that
social
is why
media.
she became the most
People were
dangerous
already
person in the
speculating.
entire investigation.
Now they were terrified.
Because
But
she
the most
saw
chilling
everything.
part wasn't the bag.
Not filtered,
It was what happened
not edited,
next.
not
The guard
managed by
said
producers,
Chrisean didn't walk to her
not
car.
shaped by
she
the
walked to a
CEO's
dumpster
version
behind
of
the
events.
building, opened
She
the lid,
saw the raw
and shoved the
truth.
bag inside.
And it was
when asked
nothing
why he never
like the story
reported
the
it,
CEO told
he
the
said,
police.
"We were told not
Hours
to
after the
question
911
her,
call
ever."
leaked,
The dots
the
were
eyewitness
connected in
contacted a
horrifying
blogger,
ways.
voice
Ronny
trembling,
disappears Chrisean is
whispering
seen
like she was
dragging a
speaking
heavy
from a
bag.
closet.
The
Her
CEO
first
edits
words?
footage. The police
He lied.
find GPS
He lied to
overlaps.
everyone.
The original footage shows
Chrisean
a
didn't
chase.
kill Ronny.
A missing person report is
She wasn't even the
filed
one
quietly.
who hit him first.
A dumpster is involved.
That sentence
and the
detonated
CEO
across the
calls
internet like a
police.
bomb.
Months later,
People
terrified.
freaked out.
People started
What do you
asking
mean
the
she didn't hit
question
him
everyone
first?
was afraid to say out loud.
Who did?
Did something
The
happen that
CEO
night?
lied?
Something
What
irreversible?
really happened?
But
The
the
eyewitness
story
took a
wasn't
shaky
done
breath.
twisting.
And then she told the
Detectives
story that
reportedly
flipped the
pulled the
entire
dumpster
case
surveillance
upside down.
footage. And what they
According to
saw
her,
wasn't just a
when
bag.
Chrisean burst
It
into
was
the warehouse
Chrisean
that
returning
night,
to the dumpster
Ronny wasn't
twice.
standing, wasn't
The second
yelling,
time she brought
wasn't even
bleach.
threatening her.
A bottle of cleaner
He was on
and
the
a stack
ground,
of towels.
already
She
bleeding,
cleaned the area, she
already
wiped
injured,
the lid. She
already
wiped the
fading.
sides. She
Chrisean
wiped her
didn't walk
tracks.
into a fight.
All of this
She walked
allegedly
into
caught
a
on
crime
camera.
scene.
When
The
that
eyewitness
leak hit
said,
Twitter, the internet had a
Chrisean
meltdown.
screamed because she couldn't
She cleaned
understand
the
why Ronny was
dumpster?
like that.
This
She
ain't
didn't
no
attack
fight.
him.
This is
She didn't
cover-up
lay a hand
behavior.
on him until after
What
he
was
tried
in
to
the
speak.
bag? OMG.
Tried to speak.
The CEO had
That
to know.
phrase haunted viewers.
This is why he panicked.
Because in the
But the
CEO's
detectives
911
weren't
call,
done.
he claimed
They
Chrisean
traced the
was the
garbage
aggressor.
pickup route from that
But
exact
according to the
dumpster.
eyewitness,
And what they found
Ronny
at the waste
wasn't afraid of
facility.
Chrisean.
They won't say
He was
publicly.
terrified of the CEO.
But a worker
The
leaked one
eyewitness
detail.
revealed a secret
They
so
found something
dark,
wrapped in
so
fabric
messy,
with a blood-like
so
smell.
explosive
They won't
that
tell
Zeus
us what it
Network
is.
tried to shut her down within
That
hours.
detail alone nearly shut
Ronny
the
and the
internet
CEO
down.
had been arguing
Meanwhile, one
before
of Ronny's
Chrisean
family
arrived.
members posted a
Arguing
heart-wrenching
about the
message.
tape.
We told them
The footage
he didn't
Ronny
just
claimed he
disappear.
had.
We told them
The footage
something
that
happened.
could destroy multiple
We told
people.
them someone knew the truth.
Not just Chrisean.
Comments flooded
The
in.
footage Ronny threatened to
Chrisean
leak if they
did
didn't
something.
pay him.
She knows
But
more
here's
than
the
she's
twist.
saying.
Ronny
Zeus
wasn't
covered
bluffing.
it up.
He wasn't
protected
lying.
her while
He
burying
wasn't
the truth.
exaggerating.
And then,
He really had footage.
like a final twist,
Footage the CEO
that nobody
thought
was
had been
mentally
deleted.
prepared for.
Footage from
A
a
new
backstage
whistleblower
fight months
showed
ago.
up. This
A
one was
fight the
different.
network buried,
This one wasn't
edited, and
anonymous.
manipulated to
This
protect their
wasn't a
star
random
and their
staff
brand.
member. This was a
But Ronny
former Zeus
saved a copy.
producer who had been fired months earlier
CEO
after
knew.
clashing with executives.
According to the eyewitness,
And they dropped
the
the
CEO
darkest
grabbed
bomb
Ronny
yet.
by the
They
shirt and said,
Chrisean wasn't
"You
the
don't know
only
who you're
one
messing
involved
with.
that night.
That tape
Someone
is gone.
helped her.
Stop playing games."
The internet froze.
Ronny,
Everyone
weak but
expected the
defiant,
producer
whispered,
to name someone.
"I
A
have
friend,
backups.
a relative,
if
another
anything happens
cast
to
member.
me."
But the
They go
truth was
live.
far worse. They said
That was the moment the
it was someone
eyewitness saw
from
the
Zeus,
CEO snap.
someone high up,
He didn't shove Ronny
someone
lightly.
who wanted Ronny gone.
He didn't push him
The
away.
comments turned into chaos.
He didn't act scared.
Who?
He attacked him.
Name them.
A full-body
Drop the
shove that
receipts.
sent Ronny crashing
And the
into a metal
producer ended
crate.
their post with,
The sound
I have
so
the
loud
messages,
the eyewitness
calls,
flinched
the
hours
plan.
later when she
If Zeus
retold the
doesn't tell
story.
the truth,
Ronny
I
hit the
will.
ground, hard,
the entire
and
world
didn't
is
get
now
back up.
staring at Zeus,
The
at
eyewitness said
Chrisean, at the CEO,
he wasn't moving
at
right
the
after
footage,
that.
at the
He was
dumpster
breathing,
video,
but it was
at the
shallow.
phone logs,
He
at
looked
the missing
confused,
bag.
like the world was
And
spinning.
every unanswered question points
that
to the
is
same
when Chrisean
terrifying
walked in.
possibility.
She saw Ronny
This
crumpled
wasn't
on
a
the
fight.
floor.
This wasn't
She
an
saw
accident.
blood she didn't understand.
This wasn't a meltdown.
She saw the
This was
CEO's
something
hands
else
shaking,
entirely.
but not
And
from
the people
fear,
who know the
from
truth
adrenaline,
are running
from
out of
rage,
time to hide it.
from guilt,
The
from the
moment the leak
realization that he
spiraled
had
from
just
fact
crossed a
gone
line
wrong
he couldn't
to
uncross.
possible cover-up.
Chrisean
The
screamed,
entire online
"What
world
happened?
detonated.
What did you do?"
There wasn't a single
The
platform,
eyewitness
a
swears the
single
CEO
timeline,
responded,
a
"You
single
did
comment
this.
section
You.
that wasn't
It's
drowning
your
in
mess."
theories, fear,
And he stepped back
outrage,
from Ronny
and
like
pure
he wanted
shock.
to paint himself
This
out of the
wasn't
picture.
gossip anymore.
Chrisean
This wasn't
dropped to her
Zeus level
knees beside Ronny.
messiness. This was a
Talk
full-blown
to me, Ronny,
scandal
talk.
gripping every corner of the internet.
And Ronny
the
actually
reactions
tried.
were louder, harsher,
He grabbed Chrisean's
and more
wrist.
divided than anything
His fingers
Chrisean
smeared
Rock has
weak
ever
red
been
streaks
involved
across
in.
her skin.
Twitter
His
turned
chest
into
rose
a live
sharply,
crime
then
scene.
fell.
People weren't
He
joking.
whispered something.
They weren't making memes.
The eyewitness
They were
couldn't hear it
dissecting
clearly.
every second of the leaked
she caught
descriptions
one
like
word.
detectives. Tweets went
Footage.
viral instantly.
And suddenly
Why was she at the
Chrisean
dumpster
understood.
twice?
Everything
Bleach, towels?
aligned.
Come on now.
Everything
That
snapped into
CEO
place.
ain't innocent either.
Everything she'd been
If a
told
bag
by
was involved,
producers.
someone needs to
Everything
open
she'd
that
been
landfill
promised by
today.
Zeus.
And the
Everything she'd been
hashtags,
denied
they
or
were
threatened
brutal.
with.
Becoming justice
It all
for
made
Ronny.
sense. Ronny wasn't her enemy.
Cover up.
He was trying to warn her.
Chrisean.
And she turned to the CEO
Where
with the
is
kind
Ronny?
of rage that doesn't come
Yikimi.
from anger.
Expose Zeus.
It comes from
Every
betrayal.
hour, a new theory
You
surfaced.
set me
each
up.
one darker than the last.
She lunged at him.
TikTok
Security
took it to another
stepped in.
level.
Chairs
Creators
toppled.
slowed down the
A
leaked
shelf
security
crashed to the
screenshot,
floor. Someone
zoomed in on
screamed,
Ronny's
"Stop!"
terrified expression.
Someone yelled,
and drew
"Get her
arrows
off him!"
pointing to every detail.
Someone else shouted,
Others
"This is going
reenacted
too
the
far."
possible timeline hour
But
by
here's
hour,
the twist.
adding
The major
ominous
twist that
music
destroyed
and
the
red circles
CEO's
on
entire
maps
911
showing
narrative.
the overlap in GPS
The
ping.
eyewitness said,
One
she
TikToker
never
said,
touched him.
If her
The
phone
guards held
and
her
his
back
phone
the whole
pinged near a
time.
riverbank at
She
3
didn't
a.m.,
lay a finger
that
on Ronny.
ain't coincidence.
Meaning,
Another one
Chrisean
whispered
didn't
into
kill
the
him.
mic. And
She
y'all ain't
didn't hit
questioning
him.
the bag?
She didn't cause his
Millions
injuries.
watched these videos, sharing
She wasn't
them faster
responsible
than they
for the
could
blood.
be uploaded.
She didn't collapse his
Entire
body.
pages were
the
formed
CEO
within
did.
hours,
then
dedicated
blamed
to
her to
compiling
save
every
himself.
detail of the case,
But the
turning
first
the
real
situation
twist
into
comes
a massive
next.
public investigation.
Because after Ronny whispered that final
Instagram
word,
became a war zone of
footage.
outrage. Celebrities who
die
usually stayed out of
immediately.
drama started
he
posting
didn't take
cryptic
his last
stories.
breath on the floor.
One reality star posted,
reached into his
when
pocket,
someone cleans a dumpster
pulled
with
out a
bleach,
small
that's not
black
something you
USB,
overlook. A
and
rapper
pressed it into
commented under a
Chrisean's
gossip
hand.
page, something off
The
with this
eyewitness
whole
said,
situation, and Zeus been
he
weird.
looked her dead in the eyes.
Meanwhile, people flooded
like he was
Chrisean's
trying to tell her
comments
something
with rage.
urgent,
Where is
something
Ronny?
important,
Why did you clean the
something
dumpster?
that could keep her alive.
Explain the bag. Explain
and
the
that
video
USB,
cuts.
the
Every
CEO
live she
saw
tried
it,
to post was
and
overwhelmed
that is
with
when he
comments
completely lost
demanding
it.
answers.
He screamed,
She couldn't say anything
"Get
without
it
people
from her,
spamming
get it
emojis
from her
of
now."
trash cans, bleach
Chrisean
bottles,
clutched it
and the
tighter.
question, what
Security
happened
tried
that
to
night?
grab her.
But the
She
biggest
fought
cracks
like a
didn't
wild
show
animal
online.
trapped in
They
a
showed
cage.
inside the entertainment
Ronny
industry.
collapsed again.
Word spread
This time
fast
not
that Zeus
moving at all.
employees were quitting,
And in the
deleting
chaos,
their LinkedIn pages,
The eyewitness
and
escaped
suddenly
behind a prop
going
wall.
silent.
She hid.
One producer who
shaking,
still worked there
terrified,
posted a vague tweet
holding her
and
phone,
deleted it seconds
recording
later.
audio without meaning
Some of
to.
us can't sleep,
And that audio?
and someone still
Leaked
managed to
hours later.
screenshot it.
In
The
it,
reaction
you can
from
hear
Hollywood was just
Chrisean
as
screaming,
intense.
"You
Agents
set me
warned their
up."
clients to distance
Security
themselves
scrambling.
from Zeus
The
immediately.
CEO yelling,
Publicists
"If
started
that
blocking
USB gets out, we're
Zeus-related
all dead."
hashtags. One casting
Someone crying,
director wrote,
"Call
"No one will
911,
touch
call
them
now."
after this if any of it
But the
is
first
true."
major twist is this.
Networks whispered
The
that
CEO
Zeus was
didn't call
becoming
911 because he was
radioactive.
scared for Ronny.
Influencers who filmed
He
with
called 911
Chrisean
because he was
unfollowed
scared
her.
of what Ronny
A
handed
YouTube
Chrisean.
personality said on a
Scared that
live
the
stream,
footage would leak.
"This ain't drama.
Scared
this
the
is
truth would come
career-ending
out.
stuff." Someone
Scared the
covered
world
up
would
something.
see what really
But the
happened.
darkest reaction
But here
came
is the
from
twist
Ronny
that
Doe's
breaks
family.
the entire narrative.
A cousin
When
posted,
police arrived,
"Y'all didn't listen when we said he
The
didn't
USB
run away."
was gone.
An aunt wrote,
Chrisean didn't have
"Someone
it.
knows what
The
happened.
CEO
We
didn't
won't
have
stop."
It. Security didn't have it.
And then,
Ronny didn't have it.
Late that night,
It vanished.
a new account appeared
And now?
online, anonymous.
There's only
but
one
claiming to be
question the
someone
internet is
very
screaming.
close to
Who
Ronny.
took it? And
The
what's
account
on
wrote
it?
one chilling sentence.
The USB didn't just
"You're not
vanish.
ready for what we're about
It didn't
to show."
fall. It
The
didn't
internet
get lost.
froze. Nobody
It
scrolled.
didn't slip out of
Nobody
someone's
looked
hand.
away. And
It
then they
was
posted,
taken.
"If
And
Zeus
whoever
doesn't
took
release
it
the
knew
real
exactly
footage in
what they were
48
doing.
hours, we will."
Because the moment the police arrived,
lost their
the
minds.
warehouse went from a crime
The comments
scene
hit millions.
to a stage play.
Everyone begged them to drop
The
the video
CEO
immediately.
was suddenly
But
hysterical.
the account refused, saying,
Security
"We're
played
giving them
dumb.
a chance."
Producers pretended
Meanwhile,
they had no
Zeus
idea
staff
who Ronny
began
even
deleting
was.
tweets, turning
Everyone
off
acted
comments,
confused,
disabling
panicked,
DMs,
traumatized,
shutting down their personal
like they were all
pages.
innocent
It
bystanders.
was too late. Screenshots had
But
already
someone
been
wasn't
taken of
acting.
everything.
Chrisean.
YouTubers went
was
live
shaking,
nonstop.
breathing hard,
Some stayed on for
eyes
8
locked
hours
on the
straight,
floor
breaking
where
down
Ronny
the
had
GPS
collapsed.
timeline,
Hands
the dumpster
trembling,
video,
still
the fight
stained with his
audio,
blood.
the CEO's
But not
suspicious
because she hurt
behavior,
him.
and the sudden
Because because of what
silence
he
from
gave her.
Chrisean. One
What he
streamer
whispered.
said, bleach means cleanup.
What he tried to warn her
Cleanup
about.
means intention.
And because she
and
knew the
intention
USB
means
was gone,
this is bigger than any
and
reality
whoever took
show.
it had the power to
Even
destroy her
ex-Zeus
completely.
cast members joined the storm.
Police swarmed
One
the scene.
hinted. They always
An
hit her
officer
violent
pulled
moments.
the CEO
Always.
aside.
Another wrote,
officer
"There's
questioned
things they
Chrisean.
film that y'all
She kept
never
saying
saw.
the same words
Now ask
over and
yourself
over.
why."
He wasn't dead when
The
I got
internet
here.
united in one terrifying
He wasn't
realization.
dead when I got here.
This wasn't just a messy
I didn't do
fight.
this.
This wasn't
But
just
the
Chrisean
CEO
being
cut in,
chaotic
yelling,
again.
"Don't
This
listen
wasn't
to
even
her," and
just
she
corruption.
snapped.
This
She
was a
lost
pattern,
control. She
a chain of
killed him.
events, a network making
And that was the
decisions
first
in the
sign
dark,
something was
a
very
night
wrong.
that ended with too many
Because people who are
unanswered
innocent
questions.
don't usually
A
scream
missing
over the
man.
victim's last words.
A
They don't
CEO
panic about
editing
narratives.
footage, a
They don't
dumpster
spin
cleaned in the
stories
dead of night,
mid-chaos.
a bag
They try to save a
nobody can
life.
identify.
The
Phone
CEO
pings in
didn't.
the worst possible location.
He tried to save himself.
And whistleblowers rising up one
But
by
then,
one because
the
they'd
moment
had
that
enough.
changed
But
everything.
the most frightening reaction
One
of all
officer
came
kneeled
from the
beside
police.
Ronnie's body,
They didn't deny
checked
the
the
leaks.
pulse, and
They
said,
didn't dismiss the rumors.
"He's still alive.
They didn't
Get medics
reassure
in
the
here
public.
now."
They simply released
CEO
a statement
froze.
saying,
Chrisean
"New evidence
gasped.
has been submitted.
Security looked
We
like
are
they got hit with a
expanding
brick.
the investigation."
Because Ronny Doe,
And that one
the man the
sentence
CEO
told
claimed
the world
Chrisean
everything.
killed,
They believe
still
something
breathing.
happened. They
Barely.
believe someone is lying.
weakly.
And they believe the truth
alive.
isn't far from surfacing.
And that was the
But
first crack in
nobody
the
expected
CEO's
the
entire
final
story.
blow. The message that
tried to
popped up
explain
on
it
social
away.
media at 3:14 a.m.
I mean, she
a
hurt him.
whistleblower from
She
Zeus
beat him up.
wrote anonymously.
I thought he wasn't moving.
It wasn't
I
just
thought
her. Someone helped.
officer cut him off.
Someone bigger than her.
We'll determine that.
Someone
Stay
with
where you
power.
are.
And the
But
internet
here's where the
hasn't
story
slept
gets
since.
even darker.
The entire
As
internet
Ronny
thought
was
it had
rushed into
already
the
seen
ambulance,
the worst.
weak,
The
conscious
dumpster,
for a
the
split
bleach,
second,
The
he
missing
reached
man,
upward and mumbled
the
something.
CEO editing evidence,
The eyewitness
the
later
GPS
said she heard
overlap
one
near the
word.
river at 3 a.m.
Phone.
The bag nobody
But
can
his
identify.
phone wasn't on him.
People thought there couldn't possibly
It
be
wasn't on the
anything
floor.
darker.
It
left
wasn't in
this
his
story.
pockets.
They
It
were
wasn't
wrong.
anywhere in the warehouse.
Because everything up
It was
until
gone.
now, the footage,
Just like the USB.
leaks, the panic,
And that's when
was
everything
just the
snapped into
surface.
place.
The real horror began
Ronny didn't just
the
have
moment
footage.
the latest whistleblower
He didn't just have a
dropped the
USB.
sentence that
He didn't
froze
just have
millions
backups.
of people instantly.
He had a phone full of
It
evidence.
wasn't just her.
But both
Nobody
items
breathed.
disappeared the
Nobody
moment police
scrolled.
arrived.
Every eye
And
locked
now,
on the
the
screen,
world had two
waiting
questions.
for the next detail.
Who took the
And
USB? Who
the
took
hammer
Ronnie's
dropped.
phone? The answer
Someone
came
bigger
14
than her
hours later
was there that
when
night.
the missing USB
Those
resurfaced
words
online.
detonated across the
Not
internet
the actual
like a bomb
device,
going
not the
off
physical
inside
drive,
a room full of
but a
gasoline.
screenshot.
Who was
a
bigger
grainy
than
photo,
Chrisean at Zeus?
a computer desktop,
Who had the power
a
to
USB
cover up
plugged into a
footage?
laptop,
Who could
and a
manipulate
folder
evidence,
open titled
silence staff,
Zeus
and
Truth.
hush
Do
entire
not
departments?
delete.
Theories
The
flooded
image was
every
posted
platform
anonymously.
within seconds.
Blurred out.
Was it a producer?
Low resolution.
A showrunner?
No username.
A Zeus
No
executive?
caption.
The
Just the
CEO?
photo.
And
the
then the
internet went
whistleblower
absolutely
clarified.
feral.
It wasn't an employee.
Who
it was
has
a name.
the USB?
A name,
Someone
a public
leak it.
figure, someone
Post
the
the
world
footage.
knows,
The
someone
CEO
who should
is
have never
finished.
been there.
This is a
People
cover
went
up.
insane. Live
And then,
streams erupted in
the
panic.
real shocker.
YouTubers started taking
A second
guesses.
screenshot
Some
dropped.
creators swore
This
they
time
knew
clearer.
who it was,
The
but
same
were too scared to
USB.
say it.
But now the
One
folder was
massive streamer
open.
whispered,
Inside
"This
were 5
is a career-ending secret, a
Warehouse
criminal
footage
level
uncut.
secret.
CEO threat called
If they drop the
MP3.
name,
Security
it's
cam
over."
backup 2.movie.
But the
Ronny
whistleblower
Doe
wasn't
confession
naming them.
MP4.
Not yet.
The real reason
Instead,
MP3.
they dropped a clue.
People lost their minds.
This person
the
arrived
CEO's name
after the
trended
fight.
worldwide.
But before
Chrisean
Chrisean
trended,
left with
Ronny
the bag,
trended,
meaning
Zeus
this mysterious
trended,
figure wasn't just
leak,
randomly
the
present.
USB
They were
trended.
involved in the window between
was
the violence
chaos.
and the alleged
But chaos
cleanup.
turned into
A role
fear
that
when a
changes
third
everything.
image leaked.
People
This
started
time showing
digging
a paused
instantly.
frame from the footage.
Fans pulled old cast
The
photos,
image
behind-the-scenes
showed
footage,
Ronny Doe
airport
stumbling
sightings,
backward.
leaked text
The
messages.
CEO grabbing him by the
Everyone
shirt.
was searching for the
A
one
metal
person
crate
who
behind
shouldn't have
Ronny.
been near that
A
warehouse.
look of panic on his face.
But before the internet
The
could figure it
CEO
out,
wasn't being attacked.
another leak hit, one that
He
felt
wasn't
like a
defending
punch
himself.
to the gut.
He was
a
the
6-second
aggressor.
audio clip,
Comments
static,
poured in.
footsteps,
The
a shaky
CEO
voice.
knocked him out?
Not Chrisean,
Chrissy was set
not
up.
Ronny, not a
The
staff
CEO
member.
lied to the
A
police.
deep male voice saying,
Arrest him,
"Move him,
not her.
quick."
This is attempted
That was
mar.
it. 6 seconds.
But then,
But those
the
two
biggest
words
twist of
shattered
the
the
entire
narrative.
escalation.
Move him,
a
move
fourth
who?
image leaked.
Move Ronnie's body,
It was the
move
security
evidence,
camera
move the
angle.
bag.
Not
And the voice
one
wasn't
Zeus
yelling.
thought they erased.
He wasn't panicked.
A different
He sounded
angle.
calm,
An angle nobody
experienced,
inside the warehouse
like someone
knew
who'd done this
existed.
before.
The frame
That tone
showed.
sent chills through
The
every
eyewitness.
listener.
The
People
makeup
began
artist.
to compare the voice to public
Hiding
figures.
behind a prop wall.
Some said it sounded
And
like a
behind
Zeus
her,
executive.
The
Others
person
said
who
it
took
sounded
the
like
USB
someone someone
be.
who'd worked
The
on multiple
silhouette,
sets.
the hoodie,
A few theorized
the
it
stance.
belonged to a
And
well-known
the internet
reality
recognized
star.
the figure instantly.
Then Reddit
It wasn't
exploded with the
security.
most
It wasn't a
horrifying thread
producer.
yet.
It wasn't one of Chrisean's
There was a
friends.
second vehicle
It wasn't
seen
someone
leaving the
random.
alley that
It was
night.
Blueface's
The
mother,
whistleblower
Carlissa.
came back hours later to confirm
People
it.
screamed,
Yes.
Carlissa?
2 cars left.
She
not
stole
one.
the USB?
And only one belonged to
WTF was she
Chrisean.
doing there?
The other car?
She watched everything?
Registered to someone
She
connected
wants
to
to destroy
Zeus.
Chrisean?
Someone with influence.
She protected her son's
someone
image.
Who could silence staff.
But that wasn't the twist.
Someone who
Not
had
even
the power
close.
to edit episodes,
Because a fifth
pull
screenshot
footage,
leaked.
and shut down internal
The one that shut the
discussions.
internet down
The
completely.
internet spiraled into pure
It showed
chaos.
the USB plugged into a
Creators
computer.
were up all night connecting
Keyboard
dots.
visible.
People were
Nails
screaming
visible.
in comments.
Tattoo
Name
visible.
him. Drop
And it wasn't
the receipts.
Carlissa's.
Stop
it wasn't
playing
Chrisean's.
and expose him.
It wasn't Blueface's.
But the whistleblower
It
remained
belonged
careful.
to someone else entirely.
I'll release the name if
Someone
Zeus
fans
denies knowing
recognized
about the second
instantly.
vehicle.
Jiden Alexis.
It was blackmail.
Blueface's
It was a threat.
ex.
It was the
Chrisean's
beginning
rival.
of a war.
The woman with the most
then,
motive to expose
The police
Chrisean.
made an unexpected
The woman
move.
with years
They
of
released
bad
a
blood.
statement at 9:42
The woman who has been
a.m.
waiting for this
We
moment.
are now investigating multiple individuals.
The internet
More
exploded
details
like
soon.
dynamite.
Multiple.
Jiden has
not
the
one,
USB?
Not just Chrisean.
She leaked the footage.
Multiple.
She's
Meaning
taking
the police
Chrisean
already
down.
know someone else was there.
Zeus is dead.
Meaning the
This is
whistleblower
war.
wasn't lying. Meaning the second
But here
audio
comes the
clip
real
was
shocking
real.
reveal.
Meaning the edited
The
footage
one the
wasn't
eyewitness
clipped by
confirmed in a
accident.
panicked message
Meaning
hours
this is
later.
bigger than Chrisean Rock.
Jiden didn't plan to take
bigger
the USB.
Than Zeus. Maybe
She
even
didn't know
bigger
the warehouse
than
fight would
entertainment
happen.
itself.
She didn't know Ronny would
But
die.
the darkest moment
She didn't
came
know
from
the
Ronny's
CEO
family.
would flip out.
They posted a photo.
But she did
never
know
before
one
seen
thing.
footage of Ronny just
Someone
days
inside
before
Zeus
he
tipped her off.
disappeared.
Someone
he looked
told her,
happy, alive,
something's
full of
going
energy.
down tonight.
The caption read,
ready.
"We're ready to say his
And that
name.
means the real
Now we
question
want
isn't,
them to say
Why
theirs."
did Jiden leak the images?
That post alone bulldozed
It's
the internet.
who inside
Suddenly,
Zeus tipped her
everyone
off?
felt it.
Who
The
wanted her to
heaviness,
get the
the
USB?
fear, the realization
Who wanted
that
Chrisean
someone
and the
very
CEO
powerful
to turn on each
had
other?
a hand in
Who
the
wanted the
events of
network
that
to
night.
burn?
And the
And the
whistleblower's
final
final
reveal.
message before going silent.
The eyewitness said she
You want
heard the
truth?
CEO screaming.
It's coming.
Not at Chrisean.
And once the name
Not at
drops,
security.
Nothing
Not
will
at
ever
Ronny.
be the same.
At someone on the phone.
The world is holding its
His
breath.
exact words.
Zeus is in hiding.
Why did you bring
Chrisean
her
is pretending
here?
nothing is wrong.
Why did you tell
Police
her?
are circling.
Do you know what
Whistleblowers
you've done?
are loading their receipts.
You ruined everything.
And the name
Someone powerful
is hanging
inside
over the
Zeus set this
entire
whole
industry
thing
like
in motion.
a guillotine.
Someone who
Before
wanted
you
the
scroll
truth
away,
out.
before
Someone
the
who
internet
wanted the
moves on to
CEO
the next
destroyed.
shock, before
Someone who
Zeus
wanted
tries to
Chrisean
bury the
humiliated.
story, or
Someone who
Chrisean
used
distracts
Ronny's death as
everyone
an
with a live
opportunity.
meltdown.
And that person
You need to
is still
understand one
inside
thing.
the building.
This situation
Still
is
working.
not over.
Still
In fact,
manipulating.
This is the calm
Still
before the
planning their
biggest
next
explosion
move.
yet. Because
moment the
name,
screenshots
the powerful
dropped,
figure who was
the
allegedly
USB
there
folder,
that night,
the warehouse
the person
footage,
who was caught on
the
audio
leaked
saying
frame
move
of the
him,
CEO
the person
grabbing
the
Ronny,
whistleblower is
the
threatening
security
to
angle
expose,
showing Carlissa,
has still
and finally
not
the
been
laptop
revealed.
image revealing
And the
Jiden
only
Alexis.
reason it hasn't dropped yet?
The entire internet didn't
Because
just
Zeus
react.
hasn't denied the second vehicle.
It detonated.
Because the CEO hasn't
Hollywood
spoken.
group chats,
Because
on
someone
fire,
inside that
Zeus
building
producers,
knows the
calling
truth.
lawyers, YouTubers,
And they're trying to keep
going
the
live
world
at 4
quiet
a.m.,
just long enough
bloggers,
to clean up the mess.
typing like their
But
keyboards
the
owed them
internet
money.
isn't quiet. You aren't
And
quiet.
Instagram?
And now, more
Please.
than ever, your voice matters.
Instagram practically
so let
caught
me
a
ask
fever.
You,
Because
what
this
do
wasn't
you
just a
think
scandal.
is in that
This
missing
wasn't
part of
just
the
a
footage?
fight.
Was
This
Ronny
wasn't just
alive
another
when the second
Chrisean
person
versus
arrived?
Jiden situation.
Was the bag
This
meant
was a
to hide
cover-up,
evidence?
a crime scene,
Was the CEO
and a betrayal
protecting
war all
Chrisean
erupting at the same
or
time.
protecting himself?
And for
Whose
once,
voice do you think
the
said,
public had the
"Move
receipts
him"?
before the
Do you
network
think it
could
was a
twist
Zeus
the narrative.
executive, a
The
showrunner,
first explosion came
a
from
cast
Hollywood
member,
Unlocked,
or someone
posting,
even more influential?
Sources confirm
someone
the
with the
leaked
power
footage
to
is
bury
real.
the truth.
CEO's
And why was
911
the
call is
dumpster
under
cleaned
investigation.
Twice.
Police are
Why was
seeking
bleach
additional
involved?
witnesses.
Why did the
Within
CEO
minutes,
touch the
Shaker
footage?
Zeus exposed hit 1.2
Why did the police
million
suddenly switch
tweets.
to investigating multiple
Then
suspects?
TMZ dropped a
Tell
headline
me
that
what you
froze
think
everyone's
happened that
blood.
night. Because until the
Police
truth comes
reviewing
out,
leaked
the
security
internet is
footage.
the only place holding these
Timeline
people
doesn't
accountable.
match CEO's
If you want to
statement.
stay ahead of this story,
Suddenly
if you want to
Zeus
be
wasn't
the first
controlling
to
the
know
story.
when that name
Law
finally
enforcement
drops,
was.
if you want
Wardrobe
every
stylists,
update, every
background
leak,
staff,
every
editors,
whistleblower message
people who
in real
never
time,
talk publicly,
hit like,
started
drop a
posting
comment,
vague
and
messages
subscribe
like,
right now.
"Y'all don't know the half."
Turn on notifications because
Many
when
of us
the next
tried to
piece
warn
of
them.
this puzzle falls,
Karma came
when
fast.
the whistleblower drops
Everything
the name,
was a
the
lie.
entire entertainment world is going
And
to
then
shake.
the real
Stay alert.
chaos began.
Stay locked in. Because
Hollywood
the next
executives
update
turned
could end
on
careers,
Zeus.
take down
A
a
producer
network,
from VH1
and expose the
tweeted,
truth behind what
"We saw this
really
coming.
happened to Ronny
You
Doe."
can't build a network on chaos and expect stability. A Netflix exec posted, "Shutting down productions doesn't erase the truth." A former Zeus employee risked everything and posted, "I quit because I saw stuff like this. I'm not surprised, but nothing. Nothing caused more panic than the moment a verified entertainment lawyer tweeted, "The warehouse footage suggests criminal liability. The CEO should be very worried."
From the second the first
comments
whisper
exploded.
leaked out of the
Arrest
Zeus
him.
network office, the
Chrissy is
entertainment
innocent?
world froze.
Jaden
People
saved
thought
the
it was a
footage?
rumor, a
Ronny
misunderstanding,
was killed by Zeus?
maybe even a twisted
This is
publicity stunt.
insane.
Until the confirmation
Meanwhile,
hit
churches,
like a nuclear
pastors,
bomb.
and spiritual
The
influencers,
CEO of Zeus
yes, even
himself
they
had
got
allegedly
involved,
called
posted
the police
cryptic lines like,
on
"Truth
Chrisean Rock
always
and the
reveals."
reason. Something
The
so
wicked
dark, so
expose
explosive,
themselves.
so unbelievable
God
that
is
even
showing who the
longtime
real
fans of
snake is.
Chrisean, the ones who
It was a
defend her
full
through
cultural
everything,
collapse.
are backing away
But the
in
real
shock.
battle?
Because according to
Social
internal
media
sources,
influencers,
this wasn't about
especially
a fight.
the ones who
This
built their
wasn't about
brand on
money.
Chrisean versus
This
Jaden
wasn't about
drama,
contracts.
started choosing
This was
sides.
about Ronny Doe.
One
About
huge
what
TikToker
allegedly
said,
happened to him.
"If Jaden
about
leaked
new
that
evidence,
USB, she
about
saved
fingerprints,
Chrisean's life.
video leaks,
Y'all can
and
hate
a
her,
timeline that
but
doesn't make
facts
sense anymore.
are facts."
And the craziest part?
Another posted,
Insiders say the
Chrisean
Zeus
always gets
CEO
blamed
didn't
for
just
everything,
make the call out of
but
caution.
this time the
He
receipts
made it
show
out
the
of
CEO
fear,
is
real
the demon.
fear. Fear that the
third
network
responded,
could be dragged into
"So
the
we're all
biggest
ignoring
criminal
that Carlissa was hiding
investigation
behind the
industry
wall?
has seen in years.
Hello?"
Fear that the truth
It
about
was
Ronny's final
pandemonium.
hours might lead
But
straight back
then
to Chrisean Rock.
Blueface chimed in.
Fear that the chaos she
From
brought on
jail.
screen had finally turned
From whatever
into something
mysterious,
far more
echoing
dangerous
concrete bunker he's
off-screen.
locked in,
But
he
here's
got
where
access to
things
someone's
get even
phone
more
and posted a
insane.
voice note that immediately
According
went
to
viral.
one Zeus staff member,
All I'm going to
someone
say
who
is,
claims they were
I've
in
been
the
trying to
room
tell
when
y'all
everything
Zeus is evil.
unfolded.
They set her
The
up.
CEO
they set
allegedly
me
said,
up. Y'all late.
If this gets out before the police
The internet
handle
screamed,
it, we're all finished.
Blueface was
and
right?
that sentence alone has sent the
Blueface
entire internet
defending
into
Chrisean?
hysteria. Because what
Blueface
exactly
and
did
Jaden
they
working
find?
together?
What did Chrisean do?
But even that
what does
wasn't
Zeus
the
know?
peak.
What are they hiding?
Because while everyone was pointing fingers,
and why is everyone
crying in their
suddenly
cars,
terrified
making
to speak on
breakdowns,
Ronny Doe's name?
and demanding
This isn't
warrants,
just drama. This is a danger zone.
Jaden Alexis
a ticking
posted a
bomb,
video,
a
black
career-ending, network-crushing
silence
scandal
at
that's
first, then her
unraveling in
voice,
real time.
calm,
And trust
icy,
me,
surgical.
what comes next is
I didn't
worse.
steal anything. I didn't
Before
break
this
in.
scandal
I didn't
blew
sneak
up
around.
into the biggest wildfire
A
Zeus
pause.
network has ever
I was
faced.
invited.
Before the CEO allegedly
world
picked
froze.
up the phone with shaking
Comments
hands
flooded
to call
in
the
like a
police
dam
on his
burst.
own star.
Invited
Before
by
Ronny
who?
Doe's name
What does she
resurfaced
mean?
in one of the most chilling
Who let
accusations
Jaden
of the
in?
year. There
Someone
was a long,
inside Zeus
messy,
set this up.
chaotic trail
Jaden
of
continued.
drama that
You want to
nobody
know how I ended up
connected
with that USB?
until now.
Because someone at Zeus
Because to
wanted me to
understand
have
why
it.
the Zeus CEO
Someone who's
is
been protecting the
reportedly
wrong people
terrified,
for too
why
long.
the staff is in panic mode,
Another pause.
and why Chrisean Rock's
And I'm not
name
scared of
is
any of
suddenly
them.
tied to an alleged
She clicked
killing.
something.
You need to
The
go
video
back to
cut
the
to a
beginning,
blurred
the real
screenshot.
beginning.
Text messages
long
between
before
her and an
Ronny
unknown
Doe
Zeus insider.
disappeared, long before cops
One
were
message from the
involved,
insider said,
and long before
"Come
Zeus
tonight.
became ground
Bring your
zero
laptop.
for this nightmare.
Trust me."
This story didn't start in a
Chrisean
boardroom.
won't be the
It didn't
one
start
going
on
down.
a set. It didn't start
The
with a
public
fight.
lost its
it
mind.
started with a relationship.
Blogs blew up.
A messy,
Podcast hosts
unpredictable,
jumped out of bed.
emotionally explosive relationship.
YouTubers put their wigs
between
on wrong
Chrisean
trying to
Rock
go
and Ronny
live.
Doe. One that insiders
Everyone was
now
screaming
describe
the
as
same
a
thing.
bomb